What is up, guys? We're here beneath the surface. I'm Nick the Red, and look who's back! It's Bunny. She's back. It's amazing. She's not sick anymore. At least I don't think she is. Are you sick?
No,
If you're sick,
no,
you need to
I'm
sit
not
over
sick
there.
anymore. No.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a voice again.
So, we didn't stream Monday, which is our normal schedule, and you might notice that I have quite a few more people in the background has changed. Today is our 20th episode. I'll be honest, didn't think it would last this long. I figured I'd get sick of it or tired of it at some point, but here we are. I'm with you, you're with me, we love each other, it's great. So, with me today, because of our super special, awesome episode that we did actually announce on Facebook and our other socials, I've got Braden Spencer, our owner, uh, friend, buddy, confidant, Mike, who's here for the Star Wars team. You already know Bunny. That's probably why you're here, honestly. You're not here for me. You got Sean Pacenti.
That's it.
Okay, Pacenti.
What's up?
And
Nathan.
Nathan, that's right. I know his name.
Don't worry about
Um, and these guys are going to be here for our Magic team. So we're basically starting this first little segment here, talking about the TCGs that we're really supporting, the teams that we're getting moving ahead. And then we'll transition later. If you guys have read the schedule, we're going to be transitioning over to about Warhammer about 6 o'clock. So thanks for joining us, and thanks for sharing this 20th episode special with us. Occasionally, we might have Turquoise Tyler showing up. You never know.
Nice, Tyler.
Voice Tyler.
it.
All right,
love it.
so starting off,
Already.
I talk way too much. So we're going to start on this side of the couch since we haven't heard from Bunny in like a month.
Hi guys, I'm so sorry. I got really sick and didn't have a voice for a while, and then it just life's been crazy. Other than that, I don't
So
really
you
have
can
any
like
updates,
move
but
that a little bit. I can put that on the floor. So, Magic.
Magic.
Big changes in the meta lately, as far as I've been reading, because I haven't really been paying too much attention to the meta. I know the RCQs coming up are going to be modern and standard this year, right?
We're currently in modern season. I couldn't give you the exact date when we're swapping back over to standard, but it's just modern and standard for the rest of this year, and then next year is to be announced. Big tournament wise, we have the next two regional championships. October is going to be Houston, and November is going to be Vegas, where we are currently starting up the Magic portion of the deep dive team and going to try to get as many of us there and
Nice.
place as high as possible.
You actually are going out to Vegas?
Yes, I have my
Bro.
invites already. I'm definitely going to Vegas. I'm going to see if I can swing Houston as well, but that one's
Nice.
still up in the air a little bit. I know Nathan here is getting into modern at this point, so we're doing everything we can to get him his invite.
Oh, perfect. So we've got more experienced modern player and a newer modern player.
Yes.
Got it.
Yeah, I'm kind of running him through the whole gauntlet right now of getting him into shape. And then that's who's not with us but still on the team, also getting their invites is Dom, Lee, Matt Davis, and McDonald as well. Yes.
Oh, Nick.
That is
Yeah.
the group of us, and Gabe. How could I forget Gabe? The seven of us. We're all ideally all seven of us get our invites. Take a trip up there, spend a week in a testing house while we're there, and then
Nice.
knock out as many spots as we can in top 8, and hopefully make it to the Pro Tour and/or Worlds. See what happens when we get there.
You guys ought to do like a Rocky montage where you're just having him like draw cards.
It seems like that's how testing houses should go, but it's a lot more of, I'm really hungry, guys. What are we going to eat? We've been playing Magic for 6 hours straight now.
Jesus.
Hang on, I'm looking at this list. I think we should build it real quick. And then another 6 hours of testing this brand new list.
So speaking of builds, what are you guys? I mean, not trying to like share your secrets with the world or anything, but like, what are you guys kind of seeing in your meta right now? Like, what are you seeing the popular decks kind of coming out? And are you guys planning a strategy to combat it, or are you planning on joining the wave and trying to just hope you don't get matched up against something that counters you?
So, with the last RCs, the boogeyman deck of the format was Breach. Everyone knew it, everyone was ready for it, and it still placed 6 out of top 8 in the what was it, Charlotte, I believe, was the last RC. Then it got axed. Breach is no more. Since then, everyone's been trying to find what's the new broken thing, and it seems that we're in, for the first time in a long time, quite a healthy position. Boros Energy has taken the #1 played deck without having any real wins, which is
Not really like placing, but kind of
it's placing
being
fine,
seen.
but it's not winning.
Gotcha.
And a lot of people are playing it, so everyone's ready for Boros Energy, but it's not absurd, oppressive, anything like that.
Gotcha. So
Um,
basically, people are betting quality over quantity.
Yes, the thing about it is it's like every Magic Grinder's dream deck. You get to take actions that do things, and you get to win quickly. When you play online, you play a deck like that because you get to play a lot more games and get a lot more experience really fast.
Yeah.
Um, Side by side with that, you have Amulet Titan, which is the complete opposite, super niche. That should be, if you play Amulet Titan, there's a good chance that's the only deck you ever will play again. It's always relevant. It will always be a thing, and the people who do well with it do well all the time with it.
Yeah.
That's always a deck to keep in mind. Um, we have, just like in Standard, Corey Steelcutter has been just kind of blown up everywhere. Not as much so in Modern as it is in Standard, but it's still a thing. It made Is It Prowess come back to life in Modern once again. It is a good deck. It's something I've been looking at, but it hasn't put up quite the numbers. It's put up results, but not quite the numbers that you'd expect for a deck that just kind of pops up out of nowhere. It's still kind of too early to tell if it's going to stick around or just flash in the pan. We want to try new cards out, kind of thing. Um, Beyond that, it's a whole lot of playing what you like with the most broken Modern Horizons cards
I see it like
thrown in there.
I know these guys can attest. Like we, in our game, we play Star Wars. Like if you didn't know that already, you've not seen the show ever. Um, that's kind of where our meta is sitting at as well. It's that whole like we're still trying to figure out like what deck is going to rise to the top because you've got like the classics that everybody's played and everybody plays, but then you've got a couple of these outliers that are just showing up and winning. And so you got a lot of like shift in the meta. It's a very healthy meta right now. So I feel like that's kind of what you're describing, right?
Yep.
Is like, it's very healthy meta because it's not just one deck dominating everything.
I've been very happy with it. I've been enjoying playing it. In terms of like prepping for Houston and Vegas, though, it's still really too early to lock into anything because between now and then, we just had Final Fantasy come out. We're gonna have Spider-Man come out, and then we're gonna have Avatar come out all before Vegas. So, what's gonna be in those sets? Who knows? Everything could get completely thrown up again because I'm not sure if Avatar is print into Standard or straight to Modern, or if it's even gonna be Modern legal at all. I need to. There's so many sets it's hard to keep up with nowadays.
Right.
But the last time we had a print straight to Modern set was Lord of the Rings, where we now have the One Ring, which is banned. Orcish Bowmasters became a staple. Multiple other just good cards thrown in there.
Yeah.
Every one of those sets always make a huge impact. But the first one was the worst, which was Modern Horizons 1. Gave us Hogak. Immediately, we had 2 emergency bans trying to nerf the deck. And until we actually banned the card, that's when it finally stopped. That could always happen again with these newer sets, especially when you're bringing in other IPs. Lord of the Rings, everyone was playing the One Ring. It took them a while to ban it. Everyone was playing it because it was really good.
Do you feel like so the most recent set that we've had come out is the Final Fantasy set, which is a Universes Beyond that is standard legal.
Yes.
So, and we've talked at length on a few episodes now about that whole situation. Are you seeing anything in these new sets, any spoilers that have come out already that you think is going to really kind of shake up the meta in Modern? Because I know for Standard it might not, but in Modern, because you have access to such a wider berth of cards, do you think anything from that set is going to really like kind of mess things up?
Based on the few things we've seen so far, I don't. Everything they've spoiled so far has been more so, hey, look at these characters we're going to be getting. Get hyped about it. But the cards themselves haven't even looked remotely playable. Granted, the Aang they showed us, the 5-color Aang, could be good. It depends what that whole firebending mechanic does. I don't think they've announced that yet.
I haven't seen anything about it.
So, I mean, that mechanic could be absolutely broken in half. Who knows? But until then, it's just kind of like a commander card. Not really paying much attention to it yet. Spider-Man's the same thing. I know that one's going straight into Standard, so the power level's going to be a bit lower than Lord of the Rings or the Modern Horizon sets. So that one I'm not too concerned about. Final Fantasy-wise, so far nothing really has been popping up. I think there's been one brew that people have started with I want to say it's Terra, the mono green. Landfall, Tifa, that's it.
Tifa. I have
Double
been
its
hearing
power.
things about that,
Yeah,
but
double its power can make for quick kills, but it's fragile. And in Modern, fragile means it's balanced, and it has been so far. I don't think it's put up any crazy results, but I've seen a lot of people talking about it. Final Fantasy power-wise, I think is perfectly fine where it's at. Flavor-wise, I don't want to get into it. I personally could not care less about Final Fantasy,
Sure.
so it's like whatever to me. The power level-wise, they seem to do just fine on it.
So Nathan,
Yes.
you're newer to modern. How are you feeling about the shift over from what were you playing before, and the shift in power level, kind of shift in deck building, the mindset that you have? Like, how are you feeling about all this?
So, I am just kind of like playing it by ear. I've gone up against like obviously we've been practicing with my buddies over here, and it's been a lot of face punching I've been experiencing for the most part.
Just like Rocky.
Right.
Hey, there you go.
But with the deck that I have right now, it might not be like within the meta, but I believe it's gonna be competitive enough to be able to at least give me a couple of wins or maybe
Sure.
yeah. And I think I'm gonna have a lot of fun with it. I have been having a lot of fun with it. So
You've got classic burn built right now.
Yeah,
It's great to
classic burn.
learn the
Okay,
format.
yeah.
Great to just learn the format.
That's a perfect way,
Yeah.
like red deck wins, basically.
and then-
Yeah, we're splashing white for what is it? Helix, Boros Charm, and then some paths in the
Oh
sideboard
yeah,
for
yeah.
Flages.
So just burn to the
Yeah.
face. Yeah, no, that's pretty much best place to start as far as I've heard.
Yeah. And then the other deck that I'm formulating right now is pretty much Fight Club, but with a Phyrexian Obliterator.
Okay. Oh yeah, no, that would be an interesting build.
So we'll see how that goes. I still need to like build in my playset, see how it works, but I'm excited.
Sounds good. It sounds like you got a great plan kind of moving forward. I know we had planned on having a couple of other you guys' team members kind of rotating in and whatnot. Just overall, in general, like for your team, how confident are you moving up to these bigger tournaments? Because I know that's kind of been a big thing, at least in our local area, is that we're really trying to push our teams into going to these more bigger events and whatnot. Yes, I know I just said more and bigger in the same sentence. Just deal with it.
Some of us have
I
been.
could feel the
the glares.
How excited are you to go to these much more bigger events?
Much more bigger events.
These much more bigger events. We've been traveling to a lot of these for a couple of years now. Some of us, myself and Davis, probably the longest out of all of us. And then over the last year, 2 years, we've got Gabe and Dom to join us, and we're just getting Nathan, McDonald, and Kent all into it now. So me, Davis, Dom, we are probably gonna kind of show them the ways of like, this is how it's gonna be. I know it sounds fun. We're going to Vegas. We're not going to Vegas to be in Vegas. We're going to play Magic for a weekend.
fair.
You gotta
Because
kind
that's
of get
kinda
that like out of the way first. But
You know, first day, just drop a couple of grand on the tables, and then be sad the rest of the weekend.
exactly. No, it's the biggest learning curve when it comes to these big events is realizing how much Magic you're going to be playing. These are 2-day events. Day 1, you're looking at minimum 10 hours, and then day 2, depending how deep of a run you make, you're looking at another 6 to 7. You're gonna spend an entire weekend doing nothing but playing Magic, stuffing your face at the end of the night, and passing out. That's just how it goes. It's not easy to adjust to. The more you go, the better you get at it. The more routines you learn. But it's a learning curve for sure.
Real quick shout out. Hi, Minty. Thanks for coming back and watching us. And Black Diamond, thanks a lot for the follow. We really appreciate it. We are always just trying to get more people interested. So, hey, tell your friends. Come and join us. We love you guys. So, moving on to my game. We've got Mike and we've got Braden, both of which are on our team. How are you guys feeling about the next couple of sets coming out, or at least the next set coming out? Because Fantasy Flight is one of those companies that's only releasing an X amount of sets, 3 sets a year, and we're only getting spoilers after a set is released. So it's a little bit slower than Magic. How are you guys feeling about how things have been shaken up lately?
I'm excited. This is going to be this upcoming set, Legends
You
of
gotta
the
speak
Forest.
a little bit louder for you to be picked up. Sorry.
This upcoming set, the Legends of the Forest, is going to be a fantastic set. There's a lot of really exciting cards coming in. It's gonna change the meta even more. And well, like we were talking about earlier, the meta right now is probably one of the best spaces it's ever been in. After the right at the beginning of Jump to Lightspeed, we had a little bit of an oppressive meta with Django. Showing up
Django
and,
Tarkentown.
being a little bit oppressive. After that ban and the ban of EJ, the set the meta has been wide open. We've had about like 5 or 6 decks that have been really prominent, but anything can come out of left field and win. That and everything's it's fun.
I mean, honestly, a lot of the Force characters. I'm a huge Star Wars nerd. I love Star Wars. I've watched almost every property. Um, I love the mono villainous and mono heroic leader design space that they're going with
That
this
is
set.
a really cool idea.
Mainly because Revan is my favorite Star Wars character, and we're getting Darth Revan as a leader who is a mono villainous leader. So I think that's really interesting because it feels almost like the opposite to when we got Lake Country the last set, where your leader determined what color and what alignment basically you were playing, and your base had no color at all. So you were basically stuck to a monocolored deck. Now it's the opposite, where it's your base that's determining what color you're playing, and then the leader is just a straight up monocolored leader.
Now it means that we just got to get enough heroic or villainous, just pure villainous or pure
Yeah.
heroic cards printed, so that we can
Lake
run
Country.
Anakin.
Oh
Lake
my
Country,
God, Anakin
or
Lake,
Revan Lake
yeah,
Country.
Anakin or Revan Lake Country would be
just be
just a
completely
bonkers
ridiculous.
deck.
I mean, you could always do Twin Sons and do like Anakin, Padme, Lake Country, and just have a little
Yeah.
romantic
Oh
getaway.
my God!
Yeah.
Thank God you can only have one copy of each card.
Yeah, to mirror what you're saying earlier about, I like that C3OP put out from the very beginning, which is the organized play system built
yeah.
into Star Wars. When they built the game, they started like month one, adding organized play into the construction of the game itself.
Right.
And I really like the way what that does for the meta. Which, as soon as you build a deck and people realize that that's the one that's, well, guess what? It's like a week away from spoilers for the next set.
Yeah.
And so even if there is a very consistent deck showing up at these events, it doesn't stay for long.
Yeah.
And like Sabine stayed for 3 sets because it took a while to break up that meta.
Right.
But now we see that even the people who are bringing Sabine are bringing variations of it. They're bringing either Sabine Data Vault. I've seen Sabine Colossus and things like that. So
And
it's-
Sabine Yellow.
yeah.
Sabine
And
Yellow was pretty popular in set one, and seeing a
Sabine's kind of coming
resurgence.
back, yeah. And then there's me. I've been going to these events basically as moral support, just because I like the game. Because I've been trying to run this mediocre Maul Green deck for like 3 sets now.
I was gonna say you are just dedicated to that.
I like
that Maul
it. It's
Green.
fun. But the thing is, with the next set, with Legends of the Force, it might actually grow legs. And so the fact that I've been practicing with it as mediocre for the last couple sets, it might come out and be okay. I think I'm going to swap the leader if I'm playing competitively.
Mm-hmm.
But the deck itself, I think, is going to be in a really good spot. So I'm really hyped for the next set. Probably going to spend way too much money on it.
Probably. I mean, I'm a little sad at the timing, honestly, because you know me. I spend way too much money. I spend a lot of money on the set when it comes out, and then kind of just trickle in the rest of it.
Did Tyler tell you about the call we got today?
Yes, he
Yeah.
did.
So Ken, our Asmodee rep, called, and the Carbonite boosters for Star Wars, which are essentially collector boosters, they were extremely limited. It's very hard to get a lot of them. And he called us today and said, "Hey, I'll give you another one if you buy 2 more cases of regular boosters." And I was like, "Yeah, done." So yeah,
I both love and hate you, Ken. I really do, because like right now the finances are so tight.
yeah.
But yeah, no. As far as the competitive scene goes, I know we decided to kind of like take a break from doing the RCQs or not RCQs. I'm still on this side. I'm still on this side of the
That's
couch.
my area.
The PQs, because we were doing PQ after PQ after PQ. I know the store itself was trying to get permission, I guess, to run a PQ.
Yeah, you basically have to be approved to run a planetary qualifier. Because, so again, for the organized play, there's tiers. There's weekly play, there's store showdowns, there's planetary qualifiers, sector championships, and then the galactic championship. And so in order to, you can do weekly play and store showdowns, every store can do that. But in order to run a PQ or higher, you have to submit a request where they basically evaluate your space and the amount of people who have been playing in your space, and they choose whether or not to approve you. Well, in this last quarter, a lot of people were applying to be a PQ spot, and despite the fact that we've got a great spot for it, we don't have the weekly players for it.
Right. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
like it's
So-
not as popular in this immediate
Yeah.
area.
So we decided to go rogue and just kind of run our own thing.
Screw the rules. We have money.
No,
I do what I want. Well, segueing into that, do you want to make the official announcement, or do you want to wait until the end?
we can do it now. We got the Star Wars people here.
Sure.
Yeah, so August 9th and 10th, we are running a $5,000 open weekend for Star Wars Unlimited. That's 2 tournaments in 2 days. Saturday, day 1, is a 96-person open premier tournament. And then day 2, Sunday, the 10th, is a 20-team team tournament. And that's going to be $3,000 for the, I think, top 8 cash out for the 96-player tournament. And it's $2,000 top 4 teams cash out in the team tournament. The way the team tournament works, great place to just go ahead and explain it.
Yeah, go for it.
3-player teams. You sign up as an individual, but then you let me know whenever you get here who your teams are, right? So when you go to sign up, it's going to have you sign up as an individual, just so you know. But it's a 3-player team. The teams cannot have a repeated leader. Okay, you can repeat bases, you can repeat aspects all you want, but you can't have the same leader. And by that I mean you could have Darth Vader from one set and Darth Vader from another set. That's fine, but you can't have both of them from set 1.
Yeah, like we can't run 3 copies of Han 1.
Right. But as long as your three leaders are different, the decks can be, you can repeat cards in the decks, whatever. Standard premier deck building rules. Once you have your 3 players and you get paired up with another team in Swiss rounds, the captains of both teams will either high roll or flip a coin, whatever, to determine who chooses whether they want to go second or first in drafting the rounds. So the way that works, like let's say that you and I were team captains.
Yeah.
And you've got 2 people on your team. Okay.
Yep.
I flip, comes up heads. I called heads. I will choose to go second. Okay. So now you pick. I want this guy to go against this guy.
Right. I'll get the first draft where I can determine the first round of
Yes.
who's playing who.
Because you will know everybody's leader and base. You won't know their deck lists, but
Right.
you'll know basically what deck they're running. So you can go, hey, this guy's got a heavy aggro deck. I've got a double blue Iden deck that's going to eat it. I'm going to have this guy go against him.
Yep.
Right? Now it's my turn because I chose to go second. I basically choose the next 2.
The next 2.
Yep.
Right, right.
And so you guys would pair off, play a best of 3 series. All 3 of you would at the same time.
Right.
Whichever team takes 2 wins the round. And it moves on like that. The top 4 teams cash out, and I made sure that the cash prizes are divisible by 3 so that you can split it with your teammates.
There you go.
First prize, $999.99. I will have the pennies ready. I believe, don't quote me yet, I gotta double check the numbers. I believe it's $999.99 for first place, $600, $300, and $99.99. I believe that is the prizes.
That works.
So I am technically 2 cents short of $2,000. I'll donate it to the pot somehow. But and then the first place winner of the 96-person tournament is getting $1,000 cash.
nice.
So we also have our own coins being made for the event, so we can pass them out as initiative tokens.
I figured we were going to mention that because you said coin flipping for first.
Yep.
So
Yep. And we are. I'm going to have some still in progress. It may end up not happening. Who knows? But the goal is to have some event exclusive playmats as well.
Oh, nice. So I've seen, at least I kind of have seen what the coin is going to look like. It looks mint.
The coin is
So-
cool. It is very cool.
That's exciting.
I can say that because I didn't design it. I had somebody else design it.
That's true. Yeah. We got somebody else to make that up for us. So,
Speaking of cool events we're doing coming up soon, I believe we have a pretty cool Magic event coming up as
So
well.
I didn't want to put this out before talking to Brian, but we can go ahead and spoil it a
a
little
little
bit.
bit.
Little
Let's talk a little
spoils.
bit. Get
We've
some
got
hype.
we've
Little
got the
spoils.
details in progress. This is going to be the following weekend. I believe it's August 14th, 15th, and 16th.
Roughly.
Check the dates. It's the weekend. But that Friday, we have a tattoo artist who's getting a temporary health permit to tattoo right where we're sitting right now.
oh Jesus.
And so we're going to be running a starter deck tournament. I don't have the prices worked out yet. I think it's going to be about $60 per entry. And you're going to get a random starter deck or commander deck, pre-con, right? The Magic team will be playing as our representatives, and they will have bounties on their head. During this tournament, if you beat one of our Magic players, you get a free flash tattoo from Brian Chun, who is the tattoo artist who does all my work. He's awesome. He's also a local here. You get a free flash tattoo. He'll also be doing flash the whole weekend. That he'll have like a bunch of designs up that we'll post whenever we post the event. And the winner of that tattoo tournament, the starter deck tournament, is also going to get a gift card of some value towards a tattoo session with Brian. So if you like tattoos and magic, come on down. And also when I say it's going to be like a $60 entry, that also buys you the pre-con that you take home. And a lot of these pre-cons are worth more than that.
Right.
Like I'm going to throw in some I'm going to try to get my hands on some Duskmorn pre-cons. So you could wind up with Endless Punishment. You may wind up with like Science from Fallout. Who knows? But that's the risk you take. But it's going to be an even playing field. You do not pick your deck, so it's literally just it's going to be everybody's on the same playing field. We're going to see who is the best at piloting their deck.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
More details to be announced as things are
more details to
finalized.
follow.
Fair. That's
gonna be
really.
exciting.
I was gonna say that sounds great, honestly, because like I like the idea of the store being able to do these bigger like events and things like that. Like,
Yeah, Nick already agreed to get the deep dive logo right.
oh
here.
yeah, right here. No regrets. No regrets at all. Not even a letter.
On that, if you don't like Magic, if you don't want to come in and play Magic, he will still be doing flash tattoos. It's not just going to be Magic. It'll be Magic, D&D, Star Wars, whatever.
So for the tattoo illiterate in the store, online, what is a flash tattoo?
So they are pre-designed tattoos, where generally the artists will say like anything on this sheet of paper, where they pre-draw the idea. Anything on this is like $100, and these ones are like $150. These ones are like $50, right? And it's a little more or less detailed, but you just go up to it and you go, I'll take that one. He's like, cool, $50, and then you throw it on. He doesn't have the designs yet. He doesn't have the prices yet, so don't quote me on any of the numbers I just said.
Sure.
But that is what a flash tattoo is.
Gotcha. It's kind of like one of those little coin machines or whatnot
Yeah,
that they do
basically.
in those tattoo shops.
A lot of shops do them on like
Yeah.
Friday the
Says it being
13th.
But you get to pick it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
I was gonna say you would know more about that than me. All of you. Apparently. Nick said, "Okay,
No,
you were in
me.
the Navy and you don't have a tattoo."
I know, right? It's ridiculous.
I don't
It's on-
think
it's on
Nathan
his
has
butt.
any.
Oh, okay.
I have one.
Does he have two propellers on
I
his
have a
butt?
tattoo.
No, that's me.
Just one.
Just one.
Just the one?
Just the one
No.
tattoo.
Oh, I thought you meant the one. I said, I was talking about propellers on my butt.
Oh man. Well, we still got about 15-ish minutes. If you guys have anything else you want to add for the TCG stuff, anything that's coming out you're excited for,
Staring contest, go.
go.
Wait a second.
Well, I know coming up for about a month from now,
Yeah.
we're gonna have the Galactic Championships.
Oh yeah, no, that's gonna also.
Oh, yeah,
be
you are
amazing.
also gonna be in Vegas.
So,
Yeah,
So
so,
everybody's
gonna be
going.
so I
happening
think
in
everybody's
Vegas.
apparently
Everybody's
gonna be in
going to
Vegas.
It's gonna be a great time in Vegas then.
Of all of
Apparently.
the
Who's
deep
running the
dive
store?
team, I'll be in Vegas. That's all. I'll be the full
I'm
time.
down
Tiles.
on it.
Some tiles.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and say it now.
Technically,
We're
it's
going to
different.
Vegas next year. Like,
Yeah.
The team will go. Mike already had tickets bought. So.
Yeah, and honestly, like
that.
finding out at last minute that it's gonna be in Vegas, didn't really have time to kind of save any money or plan any vacation. Like some of us have no vacation time.
Kids.
And a child. I mean, I'll just strap her to the luggage crate and it'll be fine. But anyway, no, it's that's gonna be awesome. I think like because we were talking about you're gonna rent like a
That's the plan.
Winnebago
I
or
would like to
something.
rent an RV
Yeah.
and just drive to Vegas and practice the whole way.
the whole way, just swap out
You
drivers.
save on hotels. You just get a campsite somewhere nearby. Like,
It's not a bad idea.
yeah, we got a year to plan
Cost
for it.
effective.
Yeah, that's also assuming that Star Wars, the team keeps showing up and keeps doing well and stuff like that. Like,
I mean, I'm always gonna be here just because I have nothing better to do.
it sounds like a great time. I can't put that kind of money up if we're just gonna go and get stomped.
Right, 100%.
I don't know. Sometimes you just go and you just want to have a good time. Like last time we went down to Kissimmee, I brought that Admiral P.
Yeah, I had a great
Double
time.
green deck. It was
It was a
amazing.
great time, almost winning every single match.
Exactly.
Almost no. There were 2 matches that I got stomped, and one of them was against him.
Fair. I honestly was just not surprised and surprised at the same time. The fact that I got mirror match after mirror match after mirror match after, okay, now you're playing something different, and then directly into the 2 decks that just eat my deck alive. So it was great. Loved it. Don't laugh at me. Okay, laugh at me. That's fine. I'm a clown.
It's the way you explain it.
No, I mean that's pretty much it, really. Like, again, do you guys have anything else you want to add to the whole experience?
I talked a lot about modern. On the standard side of things, right now we just had the regional championship. Um, regional championship pro tour. There was a big standard event, one of the big tournaments, and everyone's been complaining about standard because Corey Steelcutter has actually been the most played card. It's incredibly good in that format. Really hard to deal with efficiently.
I saw something come across my feed because I was doing a little bit of research on like Magic and the meta and whatnot, where it was literally just a picture that somebody posted in one of the groups that I'm in, where it's like, here's the state of standard meta, and it's literally red deck wins, red deck wins, red deck wins. Is it control? Is it control? Red deck wins. Is it control? Just two decks dominating most of the metas right now.
Yes, that is almost exactly how this last RC top 8 was. It was 2 different decks in the top 8. 4 of them were mono red aggro, mono red mice, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, the
the
mice
other half
package.
was Is It Corey Steelcutter? Between all 8 of those decks with 4 copies, up to 4 copies of a card. I'm pretty sure Star Wars is 3 or 4.
Star Wars is 3.
Star Wars is 3. So 4 copies of a card in Magic. There were 32 copies of Monstrous Rage. Every single deck played 4 Monstrous Rage.
Jesus.
The last time we saw numbers like this, I believe Skull Clamp got banned.
I was gonna say, like, at this point, something's gonna get banned.
Also, I'd be remiss if I didn't shout out that our sister store in Athens has a player named Jared Malone who won a modern 5K at SCG Con in Minneapolis. recently.
Nice,
Oh,
congrats to you,
congratulations,
Jared.
Jared.
Oh, yeah.
Does it say what deck he was playing?
No.
Now, if only,
I'll
now
have to
if
chat
only
with
we
him.
could get our sister store to like send people our way, so we could do the inner store challenges.
Yeah, you guys have to come here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hey, if we get the
I mean,
RV,
we're the OGs.
we just gotta go up there.
The original
We'll
store.
show
I mean, no, we're
Which
the
one's
OG.
bigger?
They gotta come to us.
Floor plan. Which store is bigger? And that's why they should
the
come here.
OG.
Yeah, then they have to come
Yeah.
here.
A lot more
I mean,
room.
hey, you could always stay at the Navy Lodge.
A lot of you can't, actually.
Not a lot.
Oof.
There's a lot of hotels right on the interstate.
I know. There's a bunch of them around here. There's a whole bunch of them down by exit 3.
I got a backyard and Walmart has tents.
We'll have
Hey,
to wait for the 30th podcast special. for
there
that
are
one.
showers here in this store.
Lock in.
We'll take care of you.
Do a lock-in for like 3 days.
We need to do a lock-in.
We
do
really
need to
do.
do another lock-in.
I
Those
missed
are
the
all
last
fun.
one. I had to go
The
to
second
the
one.
pool.
Actually, I was the first person to get up.
Actually, the last one was the opposite of cool. It was like 86 degrees in here because the AC wasn't working.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true. It was god awful for the first half of it because of how many people were here.
Yeah, I think we had over 90 people in here at one time.
At peak, yes, we had 90 people
With
in the
no
store
AC?
with body heat and no AC.
One working AC and then out of 4.
That, okay, yeah.
Now we
That's,
have-
that's
I
practically
assume
nothing.
That wasn't enough.
Well, now
I
we
mean-
have 3 working AC
You were
here,
here.
so
And
we're...
maybe if we didn't
No,
live
I
so
was
far
there for that one.
south,
I was
that
there for
wouldn't
the
be a
first
big
one.
deal, but it's
At the-
too hot for that.
No, we live
I
in,
was here.
in
I was
the
here for the
butt
first
crack of hell. What is
Satan's
it?
armpit.
90. It was like 90 plus degrees for the last week and a half.
Heat index has been
Plus the
like
humidity.
120.
Plus humidity. Heat index. Will you say it again?
It was over 100, between 100 and 120 the last 3 days in a row.
So what I'm
Look,
hearing is
I'm
going
fat
to
and a
Vegas to cool
ginger.
down.
I hate it.
I've been building Warhammer tables the last couple of days.
Gross.
Outside in the
Outside?
heat. Yeah.
In the heat.
Wow.
Yeah, well, we have a Warhammer tournament, which I'm sure you'll talk about in a little bit.
Yeah.
But we've got a tournament Sunday with, so far, I think 14, 16 people signed up. And I'm sick of using folding tables.
Yep.
So
that's
I'm building
and I mean-
a couple of rolly tables that we can bring out for the tournaments.
And honestly, having extra tables and still using the folding tables, we can get even more people to sign
Right,
up for
yeah.
it. Because that's
Yeah.
kind of the plan.
But the goal is
that-
to grow the Warhammer community enough that we can eventually do a 2-day tournament.
Yeah. I know that's something Tyler's pretty excited
Yeah.
about.
Yeah,
I mean,
which-
a folding table's still a table. There was a time where me and Davis were on a plane sitting next to each other playing Magic on the little.
the train
The little-
We played like
Please put
6 or
your
7 games, just play testing.
Wait,
for
I
a
gotta
weekend.
play my Breath of God.
Yeah, Turbulence wasn't fun.
Is that a modern card?
Turbulence.
Yeah.
I play
Turbulence.
Turbulence, flip the table. Oh, I saw a funny fake card today. Just bring it up real quick. It's a Magic card. I can't remember what it was called, like Sore Loser or something like that.
I
But
saw that
it's
one.
a zero,
Oh,
zero
yeah.
mana card that
Split
if you
second.
Split
if you
second.
lose the game, you can reveal your hand and the top 4 cards of your deck to show how you could have won. You still lose.
You still lose.
And then you get to explain how you could have.
Yeah.
One of my buddies in another chat said that he's like, I'm gonna print off 100 of these and just start carrying
Just
them
start
around.
passing them out to
Yeah.
people.
I could have won.
Oh my goodness.
At the big tournaments, that's a very much like a commander thing that I'm sure I and many other have experienced. When you get to like the larger tournaments, there's a lot less of it, but it still happens. And the best thing to do is like, that's cool, buddy. Can you just like sign the match slip so I can go?
Oh, if I had just done this, if I had just done that.
That's
Oh,
cool.
sorry, bro.
Anyway, I've
Yeah.
got something for
if
you
I
here.
woke up 3 minutes earlier and the sun was.
That's the most played card in Magic,
Face to
if
the left, just a
only.
little bit more.
If only.
Man, I was expecting. Actually, I mean, it's still some time beforehand. So yeah, just how's life been? How have you been? I haven't seen you for a month.
You ain't talk much.
You haven't talked any.
I've talked some.
Don't lie.
Some.
I've just been going through a lot of personal stuff.
Yeah, no. Sorry for it. So have I, but not as
Yeah,
detrimental.
you moved into a whole new
I know.
house.
I've been talking about it for 3 episodes. I'm sure the crowd is tired of me saying anything about it. I finally won my battle against TDS.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I finally went to their office and kicked their door in. And I'm not joking.
What you
I
gotta
really?
do.
I didn't kick it in. I
Okay.
am joking a little bit. But I definitely went to their office and kind of was
Very
very angry at the door. But eventually we're going to get it fixed.
It's still not fixed though.
No, Thursday.
Okay, so you haven't
Thursdays.
won your
You have a play.
No, no,
You have
I
to
have.
declare
I
round
would
2.
consider that one.
Small
hit,
victories.
really.
You
I
have
have
a
a
date
small.
in
Thank
place.
you, thank you. Yeah, see, I have support.
We won the
Nathan,
battle, but the war
you're
ain't
coming
over
back
yet.
on the show.
Yeah,
because I
we
am
won the
outnumbered
battle.
here apparently.
TDS is right now going, I am here, Nobel.
Yeah. Well,
Thursday of one month.
Thursday they are.
Oh.
This Thursday.
Between
this
8 p.m. and next
Thursday,
Friday.
between 10 and 11, they're gonna show up and fix my internet finally.
Hopefully.
And if they don't, I'm going with Xfinity.
Yeah, they're gonna knock on the door and you're not gonna answer is the problem.
Uh-huh.
Be ready for that one.
Oh.
I got cameras.
Lord.
They're all facing the door at this point.
Oh, so you get to watch them not fix your internet.
Right. Oh my god! Oh my god! Here he is!
Hey, he's
And
gone.
there he goes.
Up here.
Number 1 or number 2?
Yes.
Huh? So remember, folks, whether he wins or loses, the
Band-Aids
house
if he
always
needs
wins.
I have band-aids in my drawer if he needs band-aids.
When it comes to fixing issues like that, does sunken cost fallacy still apply? Where like you're gonna pump so much money into these issues, eventually like when you
I mean,
cut,
I
when
gotta
you cut
make
your
it
losses
ahead
and
at
that kind of
some
stuff,
point.
it's like something you can't live without.
I mean, I've already had to like redo half of the wiring in my kitchen. I've already had to do most of the wiring in the lights and the ceiling fans. I don't know how to do plumbing work, but I'm sure there's a leak somewhere in the line. I
Like
still,
wiring, except instead of voltage, it's poop.
well,
Except,
water.
I guess instead of current, it's yes, water. Yeah.
I got my
It's a
dryer
liquid of some
hookup fixed finally because apparently it was working and then it didn't work and then it was working and then it didn't work and then I finally figured out it's because the drunken cross-eyed person who wired the damn thing decided to tie the outside irrigation pump into my dryer circuit,
Naturally.
Huh.
so I had to disconnect that. It's been an experience. Everybody keeps telling me welcome to home ownership, and I just keep telling them, nightmares are dreams too. But no, it's been great, honestly. I mean, I live 5 minutes from work now, where I used to leave my house at like 6:35 in the morning and still be like 5 to 10 minutes late every day. Now I leave my house at like 6:40 and I'm in the parking lot 5 minutes before I need to be in. So it's my bosses like it. I'm actually there on time.
It was
That's
really
a
nice
plus.
working from home.
Must be.
It has been the best decision I ever made.
What do you do?
I'm a software engineer.
See, he uses his brain. I have to use my muscle, which is not much.
How's your brain?
It's hurting. Things are breaking a lot right
It's
now.
filled
It's
with
not fun.
magic.
He's real busy.
Wearing
Maybe it's
out
because
those
you'll be
synapses.
sitting there working and playing Magic on your phone and in person all
You
at
know?
the same time.
Still gotta get that practice in wherever you can, right?
I'm honestly
If I'm
kind
out
of
of practice, I
glad.
ain't gonna win in Vegas.
I'm honestly kind of glad that Star Wars hasn't got a mobile app just yet. I'm sure it's coming down the
Just
line.
wait.
Oh,
But I'm
Just
so
wait.
because I would not have any time to myself after that.
It would be like
That would be a
microtransactions.
fun game. I actually sat there and played.
Lion. Yeah, blame him.
Turquoise Tyler.
Turquoise Tyler.
What?
What?
What am I getting blamed for?
You cut my son.
Oh no.
We must sacrifice the children for the great gods.
That's how we're gonna win all these tournaments.
I mean, that's about the only way we're gonna win. 'Cause I'm terrible
If
at
I
this
can
game.
guarantee
Like,
a win
I
in
like
Vegas-
playing it, but I am absolutely terrible at it.
If I can guarantee a win in Vegas with a blood sacrifice, I'll find someone.
Some random hobo you pay $20.
I'll figure it out. There's not many guarantees in these card games, but if there's any, I'm probably gonna take it.
I've got somebody in mind.
Hey, just be like every other Magic Pro ever out there. Just cheat.
Yeah.
Because
That's
like the great mouse once said, if at first you don't succeed, cheat till caught and then lie about it.
Alex Bertoncini. Bertoncini.
You ain't cheating, or if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
There you go.
That's the saying. There it is.
We would never do that
No.
ever.
Never condone any of those kinds of things.
Not a time, not a once.
No.
I
Hey,
like
look,
catching
our
people trying to
Warhammer
cheat.
guy's finally here.
Really?
Yeah.
You are now free if you wish to be.
Are they ready to jump in?
I don't know. Logan! Are you ready? McLovin! Are you ready? Yeah, I know he's supposed to be coming. I mean, James is here. You can always get him to jump in.
He doesn't want to be.
Come on. You know you like me. I got a seat for you right here, big boy.
I don't even have a jersey.
On that note.
I will die.
What's up?
All right.
What's
A lot of
up?
people don't have
It was great talking about
This
Magic
is,
with
this
everyone.
is McLovin. He's our Warhammer captain.
Oh,
Okay, yeah, they're running away quickly.
Yeah, we're all scattering.
We're gonna get up.
And disperse.
I'm sure we'll be back to talk about more Magic later, especially as things progress
Oh, I
and we get
sat in the
closer to
middle of the
Vegas.
couch.
Until then,
see you,
Yeah.
we'll be doing
see y'all later. Y'all have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, next
it'll
time
be
we
great.
see you, you'll be on the show to announce that you won in Vegas.
It's gonna be a few months from now, but yeah. I'll sit there with a trophy and like a new grill. That's what I'll drop the prize money on.
There you go.
Thanks for having us. It's been a pleasure.
Man, it's great to have
It's
you
been
on
an
the show.
absolute pleasure.
We'll have to get you back again another
Oh, what up?
time.
I know everyone else went. All right,
that's
take
great.
They
care,
all went
everyone.
off this way.
It was great.
All right, I will remember your name maybe eventually sometime.
It's
I live
okay.
with you.
You'll just
Shut
see
up.
her at home later.
It'll be fine.
So, Tyler. my
I have no
buddy,
idea what's happened so far.
my
I just
pal.
walked in.
Ah, no, we were just talking about our TCG teams and kind of just shooting the crap until you got here.
Oh, the Lorcana one.
No,
Magic one.
not at all.
Oh, we don't have
No,
a
we
Lorcana
do
team?
not
Not
have
at
a
all.
Lorcana team.
They-
We do not have a One Piece team right now. Right now, it's just Star Wars and
Oh,
Magic.
that we actually had those.
I will not comment anything about the situation because I don't know all the details and I
Let's
don't want
just
to
say
make
that we
comments.
don't have a Lorcana team. We're probably not going to have a Lorcana team.
We might have a One Piece team.
Yes, I'm hoping that we will have a One Piece.
Yeah, because I mean,
But
honestly,
it's
so
just in the works. That one's not as solidified as our other teams right now.
that's right now. Like, so just to segue a little bit, or like not segue, go back to it. I don't think the One Piece game is a bad game. I don't.
I've only played a little bit of it.
I've
so I
only,
got nothing.
yeah, I was gonna say I've only played a little bit of it. I have a deck that I put together. My daughter has actually asked if she could learn how to play because it's a very
Pretty
I'm new
straightforward.
to it,
pretty
and I
straightforward
just
game.
learned,
There's
so
not a
she
whole
can
lot
always
of
come
like,
play with me.
right, and I've got 2 starter decks that I haven't even opened up. I have the set 1 Luffy starter deck,
Okay.
and then I just picked up the Yamato green yellow deck that apparently is a heavy aggro deck. So I'm
Okay.
thinking that like that might be easy. The one that I look, the way that word is spelled is Yamato.
Yamato.
'Cause Yamato.
Sure, it's Yamato.
Probably, but that's
I think they
like
say
the English-
Yamato on the show.
That's like the
Then
English
that's what it should
pronunciation.
be said. There's no
Man, I don't
English
know.
version.
It got the Oda
Just
blessing.
saying. Sure, whatever.
You
The chick
just
with
disrespected
horns.
all anime watchers
really-
ever.
That-
I really
that's
don't
also
care.
not that
I'm
limited.
not hurt by this at all.
Anyway, Yamato's a good deck. You are
Yeah,
correct,
so
it
like I
is
said,
very
it's a
aggro.
very aggro deck, and
Very
aggro
good
is very
starter deck.
simple to kind of understand. That's why I'm playing like the red Gear 5 Luffy deck.
Oh, I want to pause real quick.
So
I want
did
to
you
point out
get-
how devoted our Magic players are. They're already back at it.
Already. Like if I could turn the camera suddenly, I would, but I don't have force powers, no matter how hard I try. So I
Don't we
can't
all
like
try?
show you,
The
but
fit isn't
yes,
matching.
right now they are sitting down playing Magic.
Immediately.
Immediately after they
sat
got off
down
the
and
stream.
picked up
Oh man, I
cards.
gotta take a break from talking Magic. You wanna play Magic?
To be fair, if I could be playing Star Wars right now, I probably would be.
I haven't gotten to play in so
I
long.
am
Nobody
waiting
will
for
play
you
with
to
me.
show up.
Here
Hell,
right now.
come over to my house. I have the game
are you
room
lit?
set up.
I mean, honestly, if you guys are all so terrible,
Also, I have a
might as
deck
well
in my
start
car to
playing
play
on the
for you.
team.
There you go.
Also, way better question. When are you gonna play Warhammer again? Now that you got all the night stuff, and all your stuff got better.
You know
I also
what?
heard
You
you're
know
gonna
what?
do
I
1,000
still,
Suns.
I still have not seen the codex for the Imperial Knights. I've only seen the Chaos Knights.
They're not getting Codex until the end of the year.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
delayed it.
Screw. No, can't say that. We still technically
Chaos
are a
Knights?
store.
I mean, you got a awesome,
Deep breath.
awesome buff.
I don't.
Do you know? You
You're
don't
the
know
one.
about it?
You are the one who has updated me on all the buffs to my own army because that's how much
So
I pay
here's
attention.
the crazy part.
Crazy.
Canis is unchanged on his ability wise. He went down. All the big knights went down 1 toughness. So
Oh, that's-
hold on. Just bear with me.
Okay,
I know.
I'm bearing.
They all went down 1 toughness. All the knights went down 1 toughness. So all your armigers are now T9 instead of T10. Crazy break points. All your big knights went
Right.
T12 to T11. Even the biggins that were T13 are now down to T12.
T12. Yeah.
Every single thing gained anywhere between 2 to 4 wounds.
I mean, that's not too bad of a
And they
trade-off.
all went down 60 points.
Now that's a better trade-off.
Your
because it
armigers-
means I can now actually put more than just like 6 things on the field at once.
Canis Rex is 380 points.
Nice. That's pretty much right where he was before all of the nerfs.
I don't know. I don't remember where he started, but
No, he was at like 380.
I think like a
390.
60 to 70. Because it's not like they're doing bad in the tournaments either. They were already doing great.
Right.
But now you can actually fit. You want to hear the worst part?
I'm waiting for the other shit to drop.
You can, in a perfect 2,000 point list, no enhancements at all, you can fit Canis Rex and 12 armatures.
That's gross.
It's
I thought you could
disturbing.
only run 5 of each.
6 battle line. They're all battle line.
So as a battle line, you can run 6 of each.
Yeah.
Right. Well,
The
there's a
battle line's the
reason
only thing
why.
that lets you break rule of 3.
Obviously, there's a reason why I bought those 2 extra boxes of armatures that I still haven't opened yet.
I mean, I'd hold on to them. I'd at least build them. Because
Yeah, I know.
Chaos Knights, all their war dogs were all battle line, but they lost it with the book.
Really?
Unless you run the 1 war dog detachment.
Well, yeah, but
But
honestly,
they also all went down.
honestly, if I were to switch my army up any, I would have looked into the War Dog spam from Chaos Knights because it seems like it's very, very simple.
It's so gross. It's so rude.
And
Because you have
it's just
you have some of the
I
best
just get to
armatures in the
control.
game.
I was gonna say I get the best armatures in the game on both sides of it.
Oh god, out.
Oh look,
Oh,
it's
my
a
drink.
wild owl has appeared, and he's not like in uniform or anything. It's crazy.
I know.
How you doing, bud? I haven't seen you in a while.
We're talking
I just
about
woke up
I mean,
less
you
than an
wanna,
hour
you
ago.
wanna
We're
sit
talking
like
about night.
I was
over
gonna say, which
here?
side do you want
Yeah,
me
yeah.
We're
That way we kind of
we're
even
talking
it,
about
even it out a
the
little
night
bit.
update.
The night.
The night update.
Go for it.
Bro, you should have brought.
Oh, I should have brought
You should have brought
I
Nidus
just
Rex.
built a converted
Radis Rex.
Canis
Up,
Rex.
up.
Radis
We
Rex.
get it, Tyler.
Finally,
Tyler,
my
you gotta sit
request
over
is
here.
made.
Tyler, you gotta sit over here.
I'm sitting over there.
I'm about to get up in about 5
Look,
seconds.
it's
I just
employees
gonna sit
versus
down.
teams.
Yeah.
All I know is I'm the away team come the end of the year.
Yeah, so I'm the actual team captain, and he's
Yes.
the away team captain.
I got you.
When he
The
eventually
away team.
leaves.
That's so real, actually.
Right?
It's the easiest way to become a national team ever. It's
Yeah.
a hack.
Yes, I.
National.
Oh, hey, the Navy's moving you. Cool. You're the away team now.
Now we just need you to play on UKTC, which you'll hate yourself on.
Where are you going?
Do you know how
Back
dense
to
that is?
Connecticut.
Why? would
Because
you
of
do that to
Navy.
yourself?
Because the Navy.
It was either Guam
Wait,
or that.
wait. The Navy,
Mm-hmm.
In the
our
Navy.
ocean-based military,
Yeah.
Yes.
is sending
gonna
you to
squeeze
a
right in there,
landlocked
okay.
state.
You didn't
Connecticut's
have
not
to scoot
landlocked.
over.
Yeah.
We can all
Wait,
play.
you
Now
said
you're out of.
space?
No,
Why am
you're
I thinking
like
Kentucky?
halfway out of screen.
I don't know.
That's back.
Okay.
I think you're hungry.
I rescind
because
my
you don't
previous
think
incredulity. Because that would have been funny if you said
I
Kentucky.
can go to Kentucky as a recruiter.
That's fair. They always need people,
You want a
silly
Hellcat
enough to
kid?
sign the.
You want a Hellcat?
We can
But-
get you a bag of wheat.
Yeah, Imperial Knights are crazy good right now. Their
Yeah.
update hit last week.
This
Week,
one-
2 weeks ago.
Friday. Friday's when it went official.
So they hit all that, which means you probably won't see a ton of tournament lists
Yeah.
You're
coming
gonna.
out until like this upcoming week.
Yeah.
That's where all of it's gonna start being let out into the bubble.
I mean, honestly,
It's gonna be
I
crazy.
literally just moved all of my Warhammer stuff over from the old house to the new house, and I have my wargaming table set up. I just have to get it into the house. It's in the garage right now, but I'm gonna move it into the house. Honestly, dude, grab some terrain, come by. We'll knock out a couple of games or whatnot at the house. Because
I
like
was
I
about to
said,
say, yeah, he lives right next to us now.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
I literally live down that road, like less
We
than
live on
5
the same
minutes.
road.
Yeah.
You live on Palmetto.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
I live
damn.
on the same road. No, I live on Deep Bay. But yeah, we are on the same road.
Yeah, we're in the other neighborhood over.
You're one neighborhood.
Right next to all the apartment complexes.
Oh, okay.
And all those
So
duplexes.
you basically turn on like Rosewood.
Yeah, we're the duplexes right there.
Okay. Dude, you're literally right next door.
Yes.
Yeah.
yes.
Come over to the house.
Yeah.
Nah, man, it's too far.
I literally
I'll see you at
walk
the store.
every time that we bullshit. He's like, "Hey, come see this." I was like, "Okay, I'm walking
We
over
just
now."
walk across.
It's funny. I used to live off of Rosewood.
Super small town.
Seriously, like I tried to get her to come by and she just like blew me off. It was
Yeah,
crazy.
Knights
been
pretty
going
much
through a
gaining
lot, and I
4
work a
wounds
lot.
apiece.
You were sick.
Like you're going
Oh,
down
yeah.
one
There was
toughness,
that
but
too.
going up 4 wounds.
that's
Going
your
up 4
fault.
wounds, and
Well,
everybody's
that's what
taking
he's
the noble
saying. Like
lance.
he's saying, like it's what is it? So everybody's taking the noble lance detachment.
Yeah,
for
just
the
get feel no pain.
Feel no pain.
So now you have 4 more wounds. You now got to eat them.
There.
Everybody.
Essentially.
Well, okay. I know I have been the biggest naysayer on the Knights, even though I love playing them. And I know that I have actually won games with the Knights against more experienced players because of how stupid the Knights are.
Yeah, just
I
that check.
still feel like they're not great.
But they got better.
They got better.
Also, I don't think you've unlocked the best potential of Knights, which is bringing in a lot of really good allies as well.
That's the thing is I can never get my hands on them because they're always out of print. GW.
2 sister emmulators, sister a battle squad. 'cause-
So they strip cover.
Really?
They
Yeah.
strip cover.
yeah,
No,
For your entire army.
no. Like the fact that Sisters of Battle can now be ally units because before they
certain
couldn't.
ones on the app you have. So basically, they attach some units in the Imperial Agents Codex because they had to put something in there to make it a real army.
Sure.
I'm not gonna get onto that, but everybody knows it sucks. It's awful.
Because the last time that I saw it was Inquisitorial Henchmen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that, but they
and
threw like some
a
other crap in
Colu-
there.
What is it? Not Caluxus?
All the assassins.
Calidus.
Yeah.
A Calidus assassin, which never is in stock ever.
By the way, if you need one, I got one.
I might hit you up for it.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
I let him borrow it too.
Yeah, he let me borrow it one time.
Because I found out that I think one of my buddies was selling stuff. But you run allies to hold your side points.
Sure.
You
To,
run
like cover your back line.
Run the emmulators because they have a universal strip cover rule, so it works great on your AP1 autocannons, on your Helverins. Your Canis Rex goes to AP3, and he stays AP3, so you just love it. The Sisters of Battle have an ability built into them where you can split them into 2 5-man squads. They can occupy both the dedicated transport, so that's fine. You still have great assassin support. It stretches out far wider than you would initially give it credit for,
Sure.
and that's fine. Because you still have to deal with big honking knights the entire time and fight the
Right,
Philippines.
right. I know. I've always kind of fought against like a lot of the cover rules.
How
How
close
far
did you
am I
get?
away from your special no zone?
Excessive system clutter.
Yeah, I know. This stupid
Get a
thing.
mop.
It's not my computer. I don't care.
All right, well.
I mean,
But they're in a
facts.
really good spot. They were in a good spot prior. I think they're going to get better, but time will tell. They still have their natural predators, which are doing better as well. Chaos
I mean,
Demons
honestly-
do great into them.
Dude, oh my god! Like that was the thing is like when the last real game that I played was against Al,
Me and I had 5 greater demons.
and he had 5 greater demons on the field, which just went toe to toe with all of my knights.
Yeah.
And
It really
he was
goes down to whatever you have to forward the ball all
destroying
the
me
time.
for the first 3 rounds.
Yep.
For
Yep.
the first 3 rounds, he was absolutely devastating me, and then I just don't know what happened. Luck of
I
the
couldn't make
dice.
force.
Luck of the dice. He could not
Hell
roll
yeah.
4 save, to save his butt.
If there's anything I love, it's gambling.
I mean,
That's why I run guard.
and that's kind of like
Yep.
I think that's kind of why I've always been a little down on how knights play because it always feels like that. It's that it is
Yeah.
a gamble. It's that
Yeah.
I go up against an army that just has invulns and not armor, so my AP doesn't matter.
Preaching.
if I go up against
You have
an
so
army,
many
I
levers.
know.
Shut up.
if I go up against an army like yours, who has lethals out the wazoo,
Uh-huh.
my armor doesn't matter. My invulns
Now, to
don't
be
matter.
fair, that lethals is only with one detachment.
Sure,
Yeah.
but then I've got,
But it's the only attachment you run.
he who shall not be
I've tried the other
named,
ones.
who
I've tried
likes,
mechanized.
who likes to run the wah,
Yeah.
who just has lethals upon lethals upon lethals,
Yeah.
and just shreds through my army because my army can't get to him in time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now I did hear that the orcs did like get changed pretty heavily.
They kind of got hit a lot. This was like a while ago because they got the
I would
emergency
say-
patch for more DACA, and then they got hit more.
And then they got
because
hit more in the
The GW patented.
the,
Nah, that's
the
still doing too
January,
good, even though
February
it's
patch.
not.
Yeah. The January February patch they got hit hard.
Honestly,
They had their time in the sun, just like Guard did with Bridgehead, which I never got the chance to hop on, but I'm okay with it because I also didn't commit.
yeah. Honestly, the biggest hammer to the dome I've always felt was when they did the change to tank shock. Because that was kind of why I built my
When it
army
was
the way
power,
I built
yeah.
But,
my
when it was
army.
When it was power.
Yeah, and he'd use
instead
the
of toughness,
he'd
yeah.
use the Lancer and get like
Right, because
That's right, you
Lancer
would
has
get-
a 20, and Canis
Canis
Rex
has
has
a 20.
I mean, you were still just
And
all
the
six.
Warden, anything with the fist
Anything
has
with
a
the face
20.
has a 20.
Yeah, it was.
It made more sense.
Yeah,
But
I
I
like-
get why they did toughness because you're like shoulder
Yeah.
checking.
it makes more sense, but I also enjoy the fact that
I
it's
get
tank
it.
shock in general, which means you're actually using the tank.
I mean,
Because if
but-
you're striking with the fish, you might as well just be hitting the normal.
I mean, but knights are basically just giant tanks that walk on two legs.
yeah, and I don't know why they only have three up save.
Yeah, they should have. I think me and him have always been in agreement. Every big
I
night should be a
have-
2 of 6.
Oh,
Every single big
100%.
night.
I beat the crap out of knights all the time. A Lehman Russ battle tank at 145 points. No, a Lehman Russ Vanquisher.
Vanquisher.
Well,
A Vanquisher with the railgun at 145 points should not have a better save, and
Then
now the
then
same
Canis
toughness.
Rex.
Than a knight who has like double his points.
I get they
It's
have the
also a
invols.
name knight.
Yeah,
Right.
I get they have the invols. I get they have all this
I mean-
awesome stuff that gets thrown on, but that should not be in 3 up
But they
save.
only
Well,
have
the,
an
big, the
involved
biggest
in
thing is that,
range.
well, Canis does it. Canis has it regardless.
No, he has a
the
5
Canis
only
is
in range.
Only in
the
range?
Lancer
Yeah,
is
the
the only one
Lancers
with it
are-
all the time.
And some of the
No,
the other
there
ones,
was
like the
another
Castigator. The Castigators have 5 ups all the time.
Okay.
The
But
other-
Canis does not.
The
Oh, okay.
the other like skinny knights also.
Has that changed, or am I just
No,
misremembering?
Canis
always
always
been
does.
That makes sense though because the Lancer has the voice.
I'm sorry, you're
shield.
stuck in this conversation.
I mean,
I'm
she's just
enjoying
here to
it
kind
as
of
much as
maintain
I
our
can.
viewership.
Yeah,
No, that's
I mean, that's fair.
I'm here to look pretty.
chill, quit.
I mean, one day I'll probably go over and be like, "Hey Nick, teach me how to play this."
Oh, I'd be the terrible
Um,
person to do it. You want to get this guy.
Him or
Okay,
Ja-
maybe
him
we'll
or
all
James.
just have a night at Nick's, and you guys can show me it.
I apparently have a bottle of wine sitting in my fridge
Oh,
because
yeah.
I
Let's
don't
go.
drink.
Let's go.
I'm down.
I'm bringing a Coke.
No, I mean I have sugar-free drinks too.
No, he's on. He has to stay.
But yeah.
Oh, tell me about new wolves. I actually haven't paid attention to any of that yet.
Oh, the new wolf. So
Yeah, because we're getting new space wolves.
Oh,
too.
yeah,
Space
and
that stuff
it
new
actually
dropped.
goes into effect on Friday.
That's gonna be sweet.
The new Space Wolves
Oh
is
my god, you just reminded me of something that I have to tell him about. Because there was a guy that came in. Tyler!
What?
There's a guy who wants some stuff. I wrote it down in the book. On the pre-order. Yeah, check the pre-order for GW. There was a guy who came in Saturday.
Dude, I definitely
Okay,
should've
I just
brought
want to
that
make sure
mold.
you knew about it
You
because I
should've.
completely
That
forgot to
would've
tell
that
you
would
about
have
it.
been dope.
You didn't tell me about
And then everyone's
tell
gonna
him
judge
about
me
it
by
either,
not
'cause I
cutting
gave him
my
a
mold
rundown on
balls.
everything.
Yeah, it's
Who
fair.
cares?
You didn't
It's
tell
rats.
me.
It's so funny.
It
Tell
makes more
nobody.
sense.
Me and him were talking like I totally should have brought that night here because I just finished it like earlier today.
Yeah.
That would have been sweet to bring. home.
Yeah, it's
It looks really sweet. I basically made a Skaven Vermin Lord
Canis
knight.
Rex. No, specifically a Canis
Specifically
Rex.
catered. I mean, you can use it for anything. I still magnetize it to swap out whatever
Yeah.
else. But I got like
That
pincer claws.
honestly, talking about like building stuff,
Yeah.
that is the one thing that I've struggled with the entire time playing and
Kit
building
bashing?
this is not kit bashing, but oh, that looks pretty sweet actually. The blue is a weird choice.
It's meant to be more of a Skavenifying like a previous knight.
Oh, okay.
So it's more of like a. That's why it has like all the symbols and stuff cut into it.
Gotcha.
I want to learn how to paint.
Oh,
my
dude,
wall
you should
creatures.
take like a hot knife or something and like actually do some like battle scarring on it. That would be cool.
I did. And
Yeah, he
well,
took a file and he like
I actually
scratched
there's a
into
lot
it.
of it where I scratched into it and actually put the warp glow coming out of it.
Yeah.
So like it was cracking through the armor
Yeah, I
itself.
don't want to see pictures of your burrito.
Oh, the burrito.
So he just shows me pictures of his burrito.
Like, I don't want to see your burrito. Let me show you anyway.
So good.
But new Space Wolves, yeah. So instead of for Champions of Rose, how it was all like finished sagas to get.
Yeah. You had
now
to get it finished.
the attachment is the saga now.
Oh, okay.
So the main one that everyone's looking to run is called Beast Slayer,
Yeah.
and you start with lethals against characters, monsters, and vehicles
I
for
hate
your
you.
entire army.
No, I hate you.
And then when you
Quiet, feel
kill,
no
I
pain.
will. I will never.
and then when
I
you
will never
kill,
play against
when
this.
you kill half of them, you get lethals against the entire army.
Oh, the other part?
Yeah, you get lethal against the other part.
Is it only in melee though?
It's only in melee.
Okay.
I mean,
It's only
but
melee.
the Space Wolves are kind of like the melee boys of the.
Yeah, they're
Correct.
furry
Yeah.
blood angels.
Thunderwolf
It's Twilight
Cav-
all over
so
here. We have
Thunderwolf Cavalry
vampires on
has-
one side and furries on the other.
Thunderwolf Cavalry no longer has leaders,
Really.
so
That kind of sounds great.
but now all of but their melee
sure
weapons
someone's
are
It's like,
damage
I'll be
2
into
now,
it
AP2.
now.
Yeah.
I can get into
On the
that.
charge,
Just
they
like
go
that
to
the wielder in.
3 damage.
Good.
So they pop Terminators on a charge now and put
No
the
kidding.
Terminators on an invul with their main weapon.
That is so gross.
And then so if you
Don't get
run,
me wrong. Space Wolves was my first army that
Yeah.
I ever learned how to play.
Yeah.
What? And I thought,
yeah, he has.
Why
Space
would I
Wolves.
react like
He
that?
I
Why
has-
do
have
that?
firstborn Space Wolves.
Yeah, he has a dreadnought at the house.
I literally have Bjorn.
So do
not-
I.
Yeah, I have the kit that would have been Bjorn Fellhand,
Yeah,
the original Bjorn Fellhand.
Yeah.
Oh, the OG model.
yeah, he just made it with the axe. Like he
Yeah.
just made a normal Space Variant dreadnought.
That's so cool.
Venerable Dreadnought.
Venerable, yeah.
And then I have a Redemptor Dreadnought with a bunch of like wolf skulls on it.
Oh, I didn't need any of those parts for the Catus Rex Priest. You can get the rest.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
The other big thing is the Wolf Priest. The Wolf Priest is an apothecary and a chaplain in one model.
That's
So he
And he looks
and,
awesome.
and he can lead the head takers, which is the new model.
okay.
That when they pick up prey, they get dev wounds and precision against that unit. And you can run a rack of 6 just like Blaker.
Gross.
So with the Wolf Priest, you're like, oh cool, I'm gonna reanimate that one model you killed. And they have wolves that you can take, so you can pop wolves before the humans.
Oh, they're like the ratlings? Where you
Kinda,
can-
yeah.
Where they have like the one dog model and everybody took
Yeah,
they
except
eat the
Like
dogs
space,
and
we
labels.
can-
Except there's
Oh, I
6.
just remembered.
Spread out.
But yeah.
What's up?
I just remembered I have to mute my phone.
Yeah,
Because
wolf-
I have a
professional.
bad habit of not muting my phone in the middle of the stream.
So professional.
So yeah. But, so
Unprofessional.
I mean, we're here to have a good time, not be professional.
Oh, what's the word on the jerseys?
They
Am
are
I
being-
still?
Oh, better. You're wearing one.
that is true.
Show
yeah.
it off.
Yeah, but mine was messed up.
Give
No,
us a little
yeah.
spin.
Okay.
Mine was messed up. That's why I was asking.
This is the one we actually
73.
got for the Star Wars
Yeah.
team.
Yeah.
Because it's got the Star Wars badge on the side. But I mean, that's
Sick.
basically what our store jerseys are going to look like.
Not for resale.
For
Not for
y'all's,
resale.
Not
you
for
guys,
resale.
You got to be on the
Warhammer,
team.
It'll
Right,
be
yeah.
it'll be
Or
the
make
Warhammer
them.
Hammer.
The hammer. Okay.
It's not gonna say Warhammer. It's just gonna be the Warhammer Hammer.
I love that.
Yes, so
Um,
GW can't sue us.
Please don't sue me.
I know, right?
Yeah.
And they would.
They will. Oh, they so would.
We're
In a
not selling.
heartbeat.
We're not selling them, so it doesn't
Yeah.
really matter
Yeah.
to begin
It doesn't
with.
violate copyright.
And
When
I've
you're showing
already,
up, me and
I've
Nick
already
both
talked to most of your team about like don't resell
Yeah,
your
don't resell
jerseys.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I was
Because
telling
she
you
gets
too.
screwed.
Yeah.
Yeah. But those will have the Warhammer emblem. I'm doing the Magic one as well. So they will have the red little.
Planeswalker symbol.
Yeah. The
That's
Planeswalker
actually
Oh, nice,
symbol.
nice.
And they all are printing right now.
I
Like,
honestly, I
as we
really,
speak, they are printing.
I
Do you
really
think
like
we'll get
the
them
fact.
done within 2 weeks?
For Orlando.
Because we actually have an away game 5th of July weekend.
In Orlando, yeah.
I cannot.
Not just us two.
I cannot promise I will have them in by then. It normally takes 2 weeks from the time they
Because
start.
they close.
We will be cutting it close. I had a few extra names thrown onto the Magic
jersey.
team, so
Oh, you're doing
production
it as
got
one
slowed
big
down.
order?
Yes, I'm doing it as one big
Oh,
order because
okay,
there's no
gotcha.
point in like
Nah, man,
paying
cut 'em off.
international
Sure,
shipping
sure.
multiple times.
The twins have the shared
Um,
jersey.
But yes,
I mean, they're the
no,
same person.
Oh,
Yeah.
speaking of that.
He
At the
did
last
fix.
away game?
I did fix tiles. It's Tyler
Yeah,
now.
I actually have my name on there now.
No, like
And
there
you
is
didn't
a
put McLovin
possibility.
across the back.
He didn't want McLovin. He wanted it to say Tyler.
Why didn't you
I
put
know
McLovin?
I've never said that. Only other people call me that. I never once. said
Look
that.
at this man. If he didn't have a beard,
Look at
this
any
man.
white person, roughly in
See-
their 20s, with glasses. Hold
See,
on,
I
grab
went.
anybody. Grab that
I
guy.
went.
What about the?
That guy does not look like
You
McLovin.
lie.
I went through the apprenticeship with this man, and
I forgot we're
when
in the
the
same class.
first day he was there, he did not have the beard. His little
Yeah,
moppy
because I
haircut
was-
was a little tighter. He looked like the character from Superbad, McLovin.
17. I was 17.
Oh my god, I hate you. Stop
You
making
were
me
a
feel
baby.
old. You are a child.
No, you're just old.
Congrats, champ.
But hopefully,
Fair.
hopefully the jersey come in saying Tyler instead of Tiles. Otherwise, you'll just end up with two. One's gonna say Tiles and one's gonna say Tiles.
One of them's gonna be.
Let's go.
You
What's
might
it-
no for sure is on if it accidentally somehow still gets misread.
But no, going back to the Twins, when we were in Valdosta,
Yeah.
the TO, like the overall head TO, thought that they were the same guy until the end of the first day, and he walked over to the table and said, "I thought you were playing demons." To Jeff, and then
so
Sam
funny.
walked up, and he's like, "Oh God, there's two of you."
It's so.
He should have
funny.
said no. What are you talking about? Are you crazy?
He tried to, but Sam walked up.
Oh,
Dude, I tried to mess with them so hard. I was trying to get them on board to swap armies in the very last
Yeah.
round.
Well, but then they played each other in the last one, so it would have been even funnier.
oh my god.
Dude, it's the funniest thing that Braden basically sponsored Sam
To play two
to
people
play
'cause
two
he played
people
me
that he could
too.
have just played at home.
Because he played
Yeah.
me too.
Fair. I
It's
mean, but
so funny.
that's kind of the deep dive curse is that inevitably
Somebody
gonna
plays
play.
somebody.
somebody
Yeah.
on our team is going to play. And used to be it was just me and Braden, and then the last one
Yeah.
we went to it was Braden and Mike.
Meanwhile, we ran into Greyforge, the other team down there that's over in.
Savannah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're up in Savannah.
That one dude ran through three of us.
Jesus.
We hit
Yeah, he
one-
played CSM vehicle spam, and he ran through Tyler, me, and
No, I played
and
the.
John.
That was the.
Wait, did you lose against him?
No, we both beat him.
Oh.
That
okay.
was Mortarian's hammer,
Yeah.
not CSM. Death Guard.
Oh, the Death Guard guy. Sorry,
Yeah,
yeah.
CSM's
Death
what
Guard.
I played
Echo
last.
from the distance.
Sorry. I'm
What?
done.
What?
Come on, sit. Come on, sit.
Nah, it's fine.
Say hi to the
Yeah,
people.
then you have
James
5
don't
minutes
wanna.
to talk about Warhammer.
James don't want.
James no likey people.
That's fair. He barely likes me.
That's because you forced
I mean, I'm just
I
glad
did
that,
force
I'm
you
just glad we
shit out of
coached
it.
him from the other team he was on because he's won like almost every friggin' store tournament we've ever run.
That's why he's the TO.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
That's
Tyler's
yeah,
technically
Check
the-
because it's the organizer versus the
Yeah, versus
judge.
the judge.
Speaking of which, like I will be that whole tournament we talked about earlier about the Star Wars. I am going to be judging the premiere, but I want to play in the team because of that. I think it sounds cool. So I have to brush up on a lot of the new rules. I found out a bunch of new rules
Oh,
apparently.
dang. What about the Warhammer tournament we're doing?
So we got
Sunday.
one here on Sunday.
Sunday.
That's gonna be really fun.
That's
one-
why Braden is like sitting there hammering out, no pun intended, tables.
Yep.
Yeah, Tyler
Yeah.
was telling me about
Yeah.
the new Warhammer tables are going to be the perfect scale thing. So it's like, oh, sweet, we don't need mats as much. And then I look at Tyler, I'm like, so where's the terrain in? Are we building it? I need to know.
That's the other thing too. Is we've gotten some more, but I think we're still working on getting more complete sets.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for us to start expanding out because we're starting to fill these things way more and
I
more.
think we got 20
Dude, I
signed
mean,
up
every
now.
single time
Yeah.
he's ever talked to me, Tyler's ever talked to me about
It's
the
full.
tournament, it's full, and you have a waiting list.
Yeah, it's way fun.
Yeah, and then
And
like,
usually there's like a drop. There's still somebody that shows up at the start of the day.
I
It's
was
like, I'm
about
just
to
here
say-
in case anybody doesn't show
I was
up.
about to say like 3 to 5 people always show up just in case they have those drops like the morning
Yeah.
of that
Yeah.
they don't tell them about. So yeah.
I really want us to try and get to a point where we can start getting a really good reasonable turnout because in Gamer Core we get like what 24,
24 I think
people?
was the max this past time.
And they've got it. They've got a
Counterspell
decent
gets
amount of
24.
space too.
Counterspell,
is
it's
full.
24 to 32 depending on how many spots, but
And-
they're always full.
And that thing's full in like the first 2 weeks of them putting it up on the
Oh, yeah.
VCP app.
Yeah.
That
the
thing's
New
cracked.
Brunswick store is starting too because everybody's from here is
Over
going
for
up there
Java
now.
House or
No,
under
the
Greyforge guys?
Dwarven dice.
Oh!
The new
You know,
store, the new
honestly,
store.
what I would like to see, and this is just kind of like future wishes and whatnot, I would love to see us be able to run 2 tournaments a month.
Either that or do a GT once a quarter.
I think that would.
I mean, we're getting to that point. We're
Yeah.
trying to
Getting-
get to that
Yeah.
point.
Getting back from Valdosta for the Battle Ready Wargaming tournament and talking with Rob, the guy that TOs the whole thing.
Yeah.
I was getting a lot of their information because they were operating with a company called Away Games.
Away games, yeah.
Super cool guy.
Yep.
They set up like a rental service for the mats, the terrain, everything, so they can go set up. As long as you set up the venue and you coordinate with them, they can
Gotcha.
fill
Yeah.
out for what you want to.
Oh,
And
nice.
they-
So that you could
well,
like hire them
Yeah.
to set up your
They,
tournaments.
and they
for
literally
you.
rent everything from cards to chess clocks.
Dude, it
they
was
give
great.
you a free dice, like
Nice.
your tournament
See, that was
entry
something
dice.
we were looking. I know me and Tyler
It was
were kind of
way
looking
cool.
into was
Yeah.
the chess clocks thing
Yeah.
because I know we had a lot of issues, at least in the earlier tournaments, where
Yeah.
people were really
Yeah.
slow playing.
Really hitting
So
those early
they had
game
everything,
keys.
like they donated it for rental, and it was a free rental. The only thing you had to pay for was the card.
Right.
So if you wanted,
Or if you wanted to buy your own objective markers.
or own objective marker, yeah, that was the only thing.
It was
So,
pretty sweet. Everything. I wish we took pictures of it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
they had
should.
whole dice boxes available. They had chess clocks there. The only thing you had to provide was objective markers,
Yeah.
and that's it. And even then, most people
Honestly,
have those
that
anyways.
might. I mean, if we can get this stuff off the ground regularly, that might be something
Yeah,
we'd look
yeah,
into
hit 'em up,
investing
yeah.
in.
Tyler, when we
Actually,
getting
like,
deep dive objective markers?
That's literally what I was about to say.
I want to take
yeah.
some to Connecticut.
Connecticut.
Thank you.
I want some.
Hey, you're going up to Connecticut. You could always open a store up there for us.
Not until I move back down here.
Don't do
I'm
it.
trying
Don't
to come
do it.
back.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
You know, I'm trying to move back. Obviously,
Yeah,
after
try talking to
recording.
Eric about
I
that
don't blame
one.
you
See
there.
how good of a
There's
decision
nothing
it
in
was.
Connecticut.
Yes, but
Apparently, there's a base.
There's base
I hate you.
in crime.
Allegedly.
allegedly.
Allegedly, you hate. And
Yeah,
allegedly, there's a
on
base.
paper. On paper.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll write it down.
Yeah, I will say, I think it's going to be a pretty cool thing for us to be able to actually consistently and regularly run tournaments that are that big,
Yeah.
to get our name out there in that big tournament circuit, and then be able to do like the big tournament.
A big GT. Yeah.
Another thing that I am personally really happy with is that every time we've played here, we haven't had any like freakouts.
Like issues.
It's
One guy.
It's a very social game. Yeah.
But
I was
it's
gonna say-
not really a freak out. It's more he gets frustrated.
Yeah.
Sure.
But
So-
anybody can get frustrated.
I mean,
And
as
if there's
somebody
one
who
thing
is
that
also
Colin
on the
does
spectrum.
know, it's if he gets to that point, he at least knows when to call it. Like,
Yeah,
it,
exactly.
it never
Exactly.
escalates
Exactly.
further than just
Exactly,
him being
yes.
really frustrated.
Yes.
Which is completely fair. And if anything, it's good on him for being able to call it.
Exactly. Exactly.
I'm happy
Yeah.
that, like, but that's as far as it's gone.
Yeah.
But,
I
hey,
agree with that.
I love
Who
the
hasn't
butt
wanted to throw-
covering that they're doing right now.
who hasn't want to throw a fucking dice across the room after rolling 4 ones in a row?
Oh my
Connor
god.
did it. Remember?
That's
No, I wasn't there for
honestly how
Oh, yeah, you weren't there.
that's honestly
I
how
miss
I
Connor.
felt like every time I played Warhammer. You definitely
It happens to me a lot.
what Bane sword or
The-
whatever.
The Bane blade.
the
The Bane
Bane
blade.
blade.
The storm sword.
Oh my god.
I don't know why it's still decent.
One
plus 6
wound.
attacks.
It
I
had
know.
one wound left.
I played one in the tournament and it rolled a 6, so it did 12 to Scarborough and with one shot. Because I
It's so
failed
rude.
to
I
save.
hate the fact that it just has
Was that
auto
that or the
damage when it
vanquisher?
looks at you.
Oh,
Oh, the sometimes mortals? The rule that's there, maybe sometimes.
oh yeah.
That does affect everything, no matter what anybody
so
says.
much. Because literally, I had
Don't worry,
a,
champ. That just got better again.
I had an Armiger Helverin sitting inside of a friggin' piece of terrain, just hidden away, and he goes, "Oh yeah, I can see him because he's inside the terrain."
And I can see this little bit.
And I can
Poking
see
out.
this little bit. He's poking out and target him. 3 mortals. Ah!
It's
I
only
mean,
D3, but it's so funny to max it.
I mean, that's how I had my Bloodthirster in terrain at the Valdos tournament, and I was playing Eldari. And the dude's like, "Cool, I can see his wing," and right blasted to death.
I have seen him. I've seen him several times.
But
Oh, damn
It's
it.
funny how like the combination of the parents can just make a cute child.
I think it's how making a kid works. Anyway.
I don't know. I've seen some kids, and you just like bless their heart.
I'm excited about wine and Warhammer, and that just goes together. But I'm gonna see if Tyler wants to swap out with me for a second.
Okay.
Since
Yeah.
Go for it,
got
yeah.
He's able to
Warhammer
pertain to the
game.
conversation. We'll finally be able to get him to play sometime now that he has his army.
Oh yeah, he has
maybe?
his full army painted.
Finally.
Does he have it though?
Yes.
He has it?
He has all the arcs, which was I think the last things he was waiting on.
I don't know if she was painting
She
it
needs a
first.
break. Rescue her.
She painted all 3.
Oh, okay. No, like I didn't know if she started
Sit
with
your tail
those
down
or,
and
like,
talk
what.
about
I don't
No,
know.
I think she ended with the arcs.
Oh, that's like the worst way to end.
I know.
Those things are annoying.
Of course, you have to stuff your face.
Wait, we're getting
I'm
pizza?
hungry.
Oh, hell
We're
yeah.
about to have Turquoise Tyler sit down with us, and
Turquoise Tyler.
Don't call me that.
one of these days, like I'll figure out whether or not he's actually joking or if he's serious about it, because he'll probably just punch me.
I still like the standby joke of a Tyler that works here, and he and I both look at each other.
Which one? The one that works here, or the one that works?
The
No,
joke
it
is like the
works
Tyler that works here, the
here.
Tyler that works here. It's still funny.
You have your full army painted now, right? She finished up the last day arc.
When are we gonna play?
So when do we finally get a Necron player?
I don't know. Let's
Bro,
find some time to
y'all
play.
Come by the crib. I have a wargaming table. I don't know if it's actually
hit on
official
better.
size or not, but it's a wargaming table when we can throw a mat down.
What did you say?
I said I've been hit on better.
I've been hit on worse.
I have 0 effort, so.
So yeah,
Yeah, no.
we have Tyler that doesn't play but plays. We have Nick that doesn't play but plays. We have Carson that doesn't play that plays.
Carson said he might sign up for the tournament.
He signed up?
He might.
Allegedly?
Allegedly.
We'll see. I'll believe it
I
when I
have
see it.
convinced him there's certain people he doesn't want to play against. So it's contingent
Oh
on that.
no.
Ooh,
It's all random.
it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it is all random.
Honestly,
I know,
okay,
that's what I said. I'm like,
and I understand the sentiment. I really do. At the same time, if you're playing in a tournament,
Look, man, I get
Crimea River.
I get
Yes.
the stand at your table, realize who you're facing, and grit your teeth a little bit.
Yes.
Shit
Every time I
happens.
play you.
I mean,
That's because we play each other a
fair.
lot.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, champ.
you ready
Like there's definitely people in the store tournaments, and not just Warhammer, but like there's definitely like people in the tournaments that we run at the store that I don't like to play against because I know I'm gonna lose.
Oh yeah. Every time I play James.
So it's
I
like,
like.
That's why I had you
get
make
it,
him
but at the same
the
time,
judge.
the judge.
suck it up, Buttercup.
I think one
Yeah.
of the most, or one of my favorite, most important aspects out of playing Warhammer actually on tabletop, not just on TTS. It is fun on TTS. I enjoy banter.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I enjoy chatting and hanging out with my buddy
Sure.
across me at the table. One of the best things ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, they get to a level where they're like, all right, I'm kind of tired of like taking wounds now, but
Yeah.
here we are.
I'm tired of losing
I don't like to lose
and the
game.
taste of my teeth.
Unless you're Necrons, you just reroll them.
That's true.
It's like an IPA.
I
Tastes
still,
like tooth enamel.
I want to sit down. See, I want to sit down with him and his army, and actually play against his army because I have never played against a Necron army.
I played
Final-
once and it was Catan Span.
Finally playing against
Yeah.
Necrons
I don't wanna
after
do
Valdosta.
You're a
First
you're
round.
a Tomb Guard or whatever.
The
Star Shatter.
Star Shatter.
Star Shatter armament.
Yeah.
So it is, instead of Satan Shard spam, it is Doomsday Arc spam.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
It's
Uh,
3 Doomsday Arcs.
Yeah, 72 inch.
You say the same words
It's the
and the
strength
meaning.
18 flat 4 damage gun.
Gross.
with what is it, D6 plus 1 shot.
Yeah.
It's
How much
3
AP?
rollable
Heavy.
points.
Full,
AP4.
3 or 4?
It's AP4.
AP4.
Yeah, AP4 4 damage.
4 AP.
4
72
damage,
inch
yeah.
range.
It's okay,
I
champ. You got a 5
rescind,
invul for shooting.
I rescind my previous statement.
It's fine. All you and don't worry, all this stuff has a 4-up invul. Most
And
of it's
it
3-up
heals.
saves, and it heals. And in Star Strider, he also has reactive moves after you shoot him. So it's like,
Yeah.
all right, you
Oh,
hit me,
everything
you didn't
gains
kill
assault.
me.
Oh, I'm gonna go in
Bye.
the cover.
So good. Are you
Yeah.
You need to get the Silent King now.
I already have one.
Do you
Even
have
better.
Are you ready for Void Dragon?
Of course. It's the only
Anti-vehicle
Satan
Void
worth running.
Dragon.
Yeah.
Knights love
So
that.
basically, you know,
Knights
just-
love that.
Canis Rex and hope to God I can hit him in the face first.
And
Four
kill him.
pinball.
Yeah,
Orb Invul, half damage, and 5 up field no pain.
Halves damage.
Half all damage.
Well,
That comes
that's
in.
the Catans.
That's all
Void
contained.
We
Dragon.
also
I'm
don't need
talking
to
about
try
Void Dragon.
any harder because those are just straight
Oh,
4-up
and
invul.
the,
It's like Demon Crab.
The Void Dragon also, at the beginning of fight phase or end of fight phase, if he's engaged with a vehicle, he's just like, cool, you take mortals, I heal them.
Yeah.
For vehicles.
Vehicles only.
Shreds vehicles.
Also, all the stuff is AT-vehicle.
Yes. Yeah, the Void Dragon hates vehicles.
It's anti-vehicle
No, no, no.
2
The Void
So what
Dragon.
you're saying is I just need to bring in a whole like sheet of Helverins because I'm
And sa-
assuming the Void Dragon is flying.
They all have
Oh
fire.
yeah, it's flying. Yep.
Every single thing
So
that
just
has
a
fire.
line of Helverins just sitting in the back row, shooting him at 48 inches.
Yep.
And he's on a 4-up invul all the time, so AP doesn't matter, champ.
And then all of
I
them are
get
2
8
damage
shots.
each.
Also, another
And 2
important
damage
thing.
each.
And
'cause
2 damage
three down to
apiece.
2, yeah.
Another important thing is they actually have a very low. They have a lowish wound count.
It's
Just 'cause the
it's-
amount of
they're
stuff
all
stacked on
they're
them.
all T11 12 wounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But with half damage, 4 up invul,
So the
and a 5
Helverins
up
are still
field no
rolling
pain.
up on fives.
Yeah, but at least you get your reroll.
No, they're anti-fly.
That's true.
You
I
can
hit
so
on
too with a
twos,
reroll.
regardless.
And all Catans are fly.
Well, unless they
uh,
change the whole
except
mass
for
reroll
the
thing, it's still just
anti-infantry
one.
Yeah, you reroll.
Which nobody
a
runs
hit
anymore.
A
No,
hit
it's
roll.
not.
Yeah,
well,
so out of 8, it's
Nightbringer.
actually
Nightbringer,
reroll
I'm
1.
pretty sure.
People
is
run
also-
Nightbringer.
On 3.
Maybe Nightbringer isn't.
I can pull it up and just.
But I know for a fact Void Dragon and the Fly.
They all have
I'm pretty-
fire.
I thought so.
They all have fire.
Yeah, so you'll be wounding on 2s.
Well, there you go. I just bring a Castilian with the anti-air missiles.
Oh,
and
the
an entire
anti-tank
line.
missiles? Oh,
He does have
No,
a flank
the
keyword.
anti-
No, I thought it was the
anti-fly.
anti-air
Yeah,
auto
so
cannon.
you just have to make 4 ups and then half damage from 3 down to 2, and
Yep.
then 5 up field no pains.
Yep.
Oh, sorry, and the matter absorption is not engaged. It is
Just
at the
he
start
does
of
it.
your shooting phase. I select one
Shooting
enemy
phase. He just does
vehicle within 12 inches.
Not even line of sight.
Invisible?
Not even line of sight.
never-
It just says within 12 inches. Does not specify line of sight.
So Cadis could be behind a wall and he
Yeah.
still does it.
Yep, and I just do it.
Oh my goodness.
good.
That's
Yep.
ridiculous.
Don't worry,
And then I
So
roll
you-
a d6 on a 2 up. They
On a
suffer
2
a
up, it's
d3.
D3, and then you heal that.
Yep.
You want to know how you beat him?
Kill him.
You want to know how to beat him?
Go for it.
Mortal wound the fuck out of him.
I just don't have a bunch of milk.
I was gonna say tank shock is your only really mean.
I mean,
Yeah.
tank shock. You tank shock with as many of your lancers as possible, and then Cadis does it for free as well. Because the lancers say you can do it even if someone else has done it.
Yep.
And then boom, boom, boom. You do it with Cadis first. And
Well,
then the
remember,
rest.
it's no longer free. It's reduced
minus
cost.
one.
Yes, but that
Minus
one also specifies the exact one, which is the more important one.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can get 2 free tank shocks.
No, you can get 4.
Oh yeah.
You start
That's
with
right.
Cadis, and then the rest of the lancers all do it too.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
And then-
Cadis can just do any.
I mean, granted, you still have to be engaged and have all those guys engaged on the same thing, but
Oh, trust me, if I can, I will.
I mean, at least the Void Dragon's huge.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
It
The
is
base is
big.
like only that big.
You stall.
It's like at 80.
Oh, that's true.
It's like
He
an
is
80
tall.
mil base.
All of my bases
Tiny
are bigger.
skyscraper.
Oh yeah, all yours are the big ovals.
So
Yeah, I
can
think my
get
biggest
to it
base
first.
is Silent
Yeah.
King.
Dude,
Actually,
that's
Silent
a
King's not on a base.
that's a big boy.
I was about to
He's
say,
a
yeah,
big boy.
yeah, he's just the
Or
throne.
no, he is on a base. The throne is
He's on.
a base.
Yeah, that's
But it is a big base.
That's a big boy.
I was about to say, that's on 100 mil, isn't it? Or 130.
And then he still has the 2 obelisk.
100.
I had,
Oh,
the,
forgot
I had
the
the
obelisk.
funniest thing at the tournament I forgot to tell you about. The little Tauroxes, you know, the little 75
Oh my
point
God.
guard transports, the F-150 in the year 40,000, that
Yeah.
stupid crap.
Yeah.
Made a 6-inch charge with a 12, tank shock with the truck, just so I could slow him down for a turn, you know, for the really lame stall tactics at the top of 5.
Yep.
Tank shock, kill an obelisk.
With a Torox.
And then he swung back and it lived on a wound. And,
Yes.
I was like, "Do you ever watch Ed, Ed and Eddie?" He was like, "Yeah." I was like, "It's the car noise where it's."
That's Ford truck engineering right there.
It was so dumb. And then he killed it immediately, but it was way funnier later.
Yeah.
He's like, "All right, you're stuck here. You're not moving."
Oh, don't worry. I lost the Bloodthirster on Overwatch. Turn 1 in my first game.
Oh my god.
Against Guard. I 6
What was it with?
Overwatch is so
The freaking Lehman Russ commander.
That is
He
crazy.
rolled. He rolled.
That one doesn't even get rerolls.
He rolled hot as crap. He rolled at least 2 6s with every gun.
Oh my
I
god.
literally, because I went second, so I uppy down. He's 6 inches out. I was like, cool. Place. He's like, cool, Overwatch. And I made none of the saves.
Gone.
I made none of the saves. And I was like, cool, I have no Bloodthirster this game.
These were a bunch of guys that were just chilling out, and then all of a sudden a demon appears in their team.
And the tank's like, ah!
Wait, it's the sword jack meme.
Yes.
Disintegrating, baby.
Give me your money.
Give me your
Me
money.
with the melta guns. Whoa, flat 3 be upon me.
All the flat.
Oh, was he
threes.
using the demolisher cannon?
Yes. Yes, and he rolled 4.
That dude's
4
a
6s.
chest.
He rolled 4 6s.
That dude is awesome. It's like a 15-point difference between a Lehman Russ tank commander and a Rogaldorn battle tank, which is a statement that should not exist.
No,
But right
it
now, I'm
shouldn't.
considering,
It's
because of how Star Shatter is, I'm considering swapping over to Annihilation Legion, or whatever that other one is. I think it's Annihilation Legion.
do you have raids?
No, I'm thinking about picking some up though. I did order some flayed ones.
He's gonna want 6. He's gonna want the Technomancer. He's gonna want
Absolutely.
because I have now played against Necrons, and that is the worst thing I have ever seen in my entire
Considering
life.
they have the infantry crew, so race to walk through
They're
the wall.
beasts.
And beasts, yes.
So it's 3 up base saves, 4 up
Yep.
involves, 5 up feel no pain with the Technomancer attached, with the Techno Thrall giving the Technomancer a 4 up
4
feel no pain.
wounds of model.
4 wounds a model. And then in Awakened Dynasty, you shoot at him, you kill one, and he sits there until you finally kill something, and you're like, into your shooting, I'm gonna heal him. And then heal models back.
Yep.
I mean, that's kind of
Hell yeah!
That's an Awakened Dynasty is what I was
Yeah.
considering.
And then they're also -1 to hit because I have a dude with them.
Yep. It's,
And they're all OC2, they're all strength and toughness 6, so they're actually pretty good middle of the
They're
wall.
really good models.
You gotta,
you got to eat through them.
they went down, I think for the full package with the Technomancer and the 6 brick is just 300 points.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And that is asinine.
It's like
You know-
3. It's like 3 or 320, something like that.
I have almost considered just switching to Custodes, but at the same time, like, I'm sitting here looking at my knights, and I'm like, you're 435 points.
Now he's 380.
Now he's 380.
There are other ones.
No, there's not.
Fair.
If you're running Knights and you're not running Canis, you're sweating.
You're
wrong.
380.
You're just trying to prove a point.
Yeah.
I already told him the perfect.
And a better squad
You know about
is
the perfect
like
math?
half
The 12
points.
armies.
Yeah.
So gross.
Like I said, like I always was under the impression that you could only run 5 copies of the same armature.
No.
Like when you're like,
I don't know
yeah,
what they're
6.
gonna do when they get the
When
book
they,
out.
because they're gonna lose battle line.
I don't know for
They have-
Imperial
they have-
Knights. They
yeah.
have to do something different because the only reason they were definitely able to take it away and they needed to take it away for Chaos Knights is they had like 5 different armature profiles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they had the Carnivore, they had the Executioner, they had the Huntsman, they had the Stalker,
And the Brigand.
and they had the Brigand, and they had the Moirax.
Oh my god, I forgot about the
Yeah, the
Moirax.
Forge World one.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we also have.
Yeah, but
Moirax.
you gotta count it in the pile. Meanwhile, with
It's not
that,
really
you get
that
3.
good either.
Yeah, but it's just for another one.
Right.
Yeah.
But now you only have 3. Your Executioners are all 130. All your
No, it would be really funny.
Warglaives are all 140.
No, you know what would be really funny? If they gave them a character and made a detachment like the War Dogs.
Oh man, I would love that so much.
Just armature spam.
Yeah,
Well,
great.
and that way, because
You can
that's
already fit 14 in the Chaos Knight
that,
one.
that's the only way that the War Dogs have battle line is
Yeah.
in that one detachment now.
And it's actually really good, and
It's
all the
really
straps
good.
are good. You know how, like, in most
So-
detachments, like, yeah, here's your 5 detachments, and there's the one that nobody asked for, but somebody gave it to us.
Yep.
They don't have that. All of
No.
them are good.
Yeah,
They
they're
got
all
reactive
really good.
moves. They have a shoot and fight on death that doesn't even have to target the thing that killed them. They have a, hey, you're going to retake your battle shock test at a +1, and if you pass, you're good. And anybody else that's near you fails
Fails
it,
it.
fuck them. Because they are
Well, the army roll says that you
That's
hit,
our one for the stream.
We've said
Yeah.
several already. It's too late.
but no,
Hell
the,
yeah.
Usually, I get to say it.
the chaos
Uh-huh.
the chaos knights for the army roll is if your
Son of a
battle
bitch,
shock,
I know.
you get -1 to hit me, and I get +1 to hit or wound against you.
Oh, also all your thermal spears change, except for the big one.
Yeah, they're all
range
18
18.
inch instead of 24 now.
All those Warglaive thermal spears are 18. But same thing for Chaos Knights.
They're also everything hits on a 3 now.
I see his
instead of
heart
2.
breaking in real time as you tell
I
him.
don't care. He's hearing how the points go down and everything else. He's arguing over the rest of it. Yes, I understand the toughest thing is crazy. Gaining 4 wounds with the best attachment, has feel no pains, can kiss my ass. That's awesome.
I mean, again, like I said earlier when I was talking about the match that I had with
Yep.
Al,
And then you be a
like,
chat and run the AdMech.
for 3 rounds, I was getting my teeth kicked in,
Yep.
and then just something happened. A switch flipped, and I started rolling better, and he started rolling worse.
Do you want to know?
Well, you also
my-
lifted my bloodthirster with 1 wound with the indirect gun. Remember?
Now that's good.
true. That
It was literally
funny.
it was oh no, it was the snubber or whatever. But
The
it's
stubber,
like,
yeah.
It was like
The
cool.
Stubber of Doom?
Yes, he stubber of doom my bloodthirster with
Awesome,
1
yeah.
wound left, and his guy had 1 wound left or something. And I was like, oh cool.
For all my homies back home, the stubber
All
of
right,
Doom.
Canada, finish him off.
The stubber of doom is whenever you're in the rapid fire range in guard, where they're running combined regiment against the old demon player.
And then you make
And
all
you
the
roll
2s and 3s.
18 stubbers, and you start them like, yes, these are lethal. Yes, you have to save them.
And you save one of them, and you're like, well, he's getting snubbered to death.
Congratulations.
Good, you saved all the big guns. Here's all the
DACA,
small
Mr.
ones.
Bond.
Yes.
DACA.
Yes.
That's something I'm still terrified of. I've had to stop Carson every time he's gone to scream his wah in
There was
store.
only one person doing that in Valdosta.
There was only one orc player in Valdosta.
That's true.
Did he yell out his
And he was
wah?
doing
And he was-
good. He was doing good till the
Until
end.
the first day he won all 3, the second day he lost both.
He was killing it.
I'm waiting for that random friggin' psychotic Cornite demon player to just show up and start screaming
Turn
like
one
blood
charge.
for the blood god.
Nah, man, they don't do that. They just
Skulls
shadow
for the
box in
skull
the corner.
throne.
They just shadow
Stand there,
box.
shadow
You're fighting
box,
your
do
demons.
push-ups.
I
Come in
feel
with
the
like a
nails
full
biting.
Oh, you talking about the world leaders?
Yeah.
That used to do that?
Yeah.
Turn one charge! Turn one charge!
Nick, you know what you want to run the AdMech detachment for? The AdMech Knight detachment. The Grotmus one.
Yeah.
The best
He-
reason.
I
He
literally
played it.
bought.
He
I
played-
haven't played it yet.
Oh, you haven't played it.
You
but
I bought the models.
That's
for
what it is, yeah.
Do you want to know the main reason why I love that detachment?
Or a Bimble?
No.
Let me guess. Because I can run my super heavy friggin' walker dude that like gives cover to everybody around him and is just literally a walking fortress of guns and have a little tech priest behind me going heal, heal, heal.
You're close. I love that pisses off Eldar players.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you want to know why?
Please enlighten me, because I love pissing off Eldar players.
I love being elf hating. It's so good. It's so rewarding. It's its own reward. But Eldar, with their new book and everything else, because I know you haven't played in forever.
Yeah.
New Eldar, they have tokens now instead of like they get to reroll. They don't have fate dice anymore.
Right.
God.
I did hear about that.
Now
shit.
they have the tokens. Where
4 tokens a turn.
They can respond to an Overwatch with a token that says you can't Overwatch. The best part about it is that it specifies the Overwatch strategy. In the AdMech detachment,
There is an
there is an
style
Overwatch
strategy.
stratagem
Yep.
that is
Not
not
called
Overwatch.
yes.
And it is the only one that works on them.
Yep.
And you can sit there with your big old knight with your 3d6 strength 7 AP1 flat 2 flamer and kill them from 18 inches away. And you're like, tough luck, Buttercup.
Sucks us up.
Cool. What's
And
the
then-
next token on?
And then when they
Oh yeah, because the one with the
It's Geist-
the
it's like
flamer
Geist
is also
Throne
the,
Fury.
is also the harpoon
now
one.
with
Yes.
with the
Yes, that one.
with that
The
strategy,
18
you can only
strength
use
immediately do like 16 damage.
you can only use one weapon out of all those weapons. So of course, you're using the flamer.
Of
That's the
course.
only like. Oh
Because
no,
then I
it's
don't
the
have to roll a
downside.
hit; it just roll damage. and-
Yeah. You mean to tell me I get to use 1 CP and get to Overwatch for the night when I couldn't the entire edition, and I get to piss off Eldar players? I'll spend that 1 CP all day.
All day.
All day,
All
every
day.
day.
You know, I almost when I first started
I'd even
playing
pay
Knights,
2
I
for it.
almost
Not even pay 2. Just
I
one.
didn't buy the model, but I almost ran the Inquisitor. There's a special Inquisitor. Can't think of what his
Coaches.
name is. Yep, Coaches.
Yeah, who looks like Junie from Spy Kids 3, where he's wearing the armor.
Yes. I bought that model because I was thinking, you know what? I'm gonna run Coates just so when I play against you and you get all your little bonus CP, I'd
It's
be
so
like,
much worse now.
we get CP.
Yeah, but you have to roll for it.
But now I have to roll. Yeah, I have to roll for it.
But you know what the best part is? You can do that. As soon as they get comfortable realizing that Overwatch stratagem or Overwatch coin doesn't work anymore, then you shoot them with the Rangers and get 4 rolls to hit with a Marshal.
That's true.
Well, the best part is if Canis is around, you're like, cool, I'm going to do it for free on that guy.
Well, he has to specify himself. He
Yeah.
only
Oh,
talks-
Canis is only himself?
That's why it's funny with the Skitarii,
I thought
because
that he
they,
had the aura.
and they still have all their full rolling
Yeah.
to hit.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
so gross. That's
Or you
amazing.
do it with or you can do it with the other tech priests. Like, all right, they're not full rolling, but they are lethal.
Oh, yeah,
do
that
you,
guy,
do
yeah.
you roll with Rangers or do you roll with the other?
I like Rangers more solely because they sticky and then they leave.
That's true.
It's really important for Knights to be like, I don't want to be here
I don't
anymore.
want to be here.
Yeah, I want to go
I want to
that way.
control
I need to
this home
play
point.
the rest
I
of
don't
the
want
game.
to stay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the one thing that I always really like hated the most about like the basic way that I played Knights was the fact that I literally had to just sit a Helverine on my home objective
Yeah.
to maintain control of it.
Yeah.
And that's why all the Chaos players just run Poxwalkers or Cultists. Then they sticky and they leave.
Yeah.
So I think honestly, I want to actually play the Grotmist detachment for the Knights.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny.
And it's solely because I'm gonna play the Castilian. I'm gonna stick a friggin' tech priest on it because I can run 3 of them.
Yeah.
But I can only give the enhancement to one of them. But the other ones still get the ability to like buff and whatnot.
To
It's just-
touch, yeah.
There's
then there's-
special
Yeah, they get
abilities
the
to
touch.
get.
And then there's still the enhancement you can take on your big knight where it's like, here's 4 more wounds, champ.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
totally. So the Castilian who already has 24 wounds,
28.
28
with the
28
feel no
wounds
pain.
with the feel no pain. Well, actually, they don't get the feel no pain in that detachment.
No, they don't- they
Detachment?
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's only the.
Yeah, it's just now the tech priest can heal them.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what it is.
And the tech priest can loan up
So it's like,
whenever they're in
oh,
the-
cool. You're damaging me for like 4 or 5 wounds on this hit. Cool.
It's
Tech priest heal.
It's a different copy paste. It's the inverse of the Chaos Knight Grotmist attachment, which I also respect the hell out of because it's so funny.
Oh yeah, because they sacrifice
It's,
cultists.
it's Dark Packs the long way.
Long way.
Because that whole thing is, I'm gonna Dark Pack.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kill D3 cultists that are within 9 inches of me, invisible.
Oh,
It's hilarious.
There's a stratagem.
And there's
that-
a- no,
there's
there's
a
an-
stratagem that you can use that they can be behind a wall.
No, it's an enhancement.
Or enhancement,
It's just
yeah.
if they're
If they're within range.
vision
Right.
Or vision, yeah.
Yeah,
So
just
you get
vision.
like those guys all the way across the map.
from
I'm gonna sacrifice
downtown,
those guys.
sustained.
Downtown.
Also, way more importantly, it's also the only
like lemons.
Chaos Knight
Yeah, like,
detachment.
I'm
that also has
probably
an
the
advancing
only person
charge.
here who's
Yes.
ever played
For a
that
strat.
game.
Yep.
I've played the game.
But it's like the lemmings with the little explodey guy.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, and they get a res thing too. So if you kill your 20-man brick of sticky cultists, they're just back.
Yeah, let's show back
Yeah,
out.
They're back,
It's
baby.
2 CP, just like him, and he puts them back in reserves.
I think we're to the point now in the game where we can remove the one type per game for that because 2 CP is steep, and
I was gonna say
It's
like
also-
a lot of the stratagem changes that they made recently is a lot of like they're increasing the point cost,
Yeah.
or they're making it like you can't. It's more restrictive.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, this might only cost 1, but it's like super restrictive now.
Yeah.
I hate that the way of changing things lately. They're getting better at it. I will admit, the way of changing things has always been move a number up and down.
Yeah.
Yes.
Point changes, sure, they happen all the time. Everyone's used to it, whatever. But I feel like we're to the point now where enough good ideas are out there. Everybody knows in the beginning of the edition, everything was more or less like same rules all over the place.
Yeah.
Sister's whole detachment rule was the Krieger's ability. Wacky. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
And then you have like unique stuff like knights, where they have like their oaths and crap.
Yeah, the
And Votan, which exists sometimes.
they still
Yep.
technically have the.
They get really mad at something.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, cool, you killed my
Screw
buddy.
that
I'm
guy
gonna scream
in
at you
particular.
so much more.
Yeah.
Demons had something cool, but now that we got over 2 years into the edition,
Yeah.
they're starting to go back and re-hit ideas. I love that people are calling Subterranean Warfare for Tyranids New Bridgehead because it's just OG Gene Stealer cults.
Yes. It's really like
Tyranids
it's
basically
hard.
got the cult ambush thing.
Yeah.
It's
Where
hard.
it's just like the little token.
Yeah, but they're gonna do it
so-
with their burrow units. So all the worms, the new
Yes.
Ravners, which are immediately sold out. Fuck you, scalpers.
Yeah.
You know.
God, it's almost like GW needs to have a stateside.
They had a
manufacturer.
thing in place. They did it.
You know.
They did it.
Did it,
for
and
us.
it still just
What
didn't
they do
work.
it on- They did it on like a previous box. Was it Space Wolves, Chaos Knights? It was something.
No, it was the Chaos Knights.
They did. They actually had scalper prevention in place, and they removed it for the new kill team thing because they want to sell those things because they know they won't otherwise.
Well, yeah, because no one, I don't think I've ever seen someone actually
And you're-
play kill team. You buy the box for
And the new
unique
edition came out
models.
last year.
Yeah, I bought you bought the box because you needed the models.
And see, that's the thing is too, because I've looked into the rules of how to play Kill Team. It actually looks like a fun.
actually
mode.
really cool.
Yeah, I was talking with the Game Corp, the guy that owns Game Corp,
Yeah.
and he's like, it's like a 40-minute game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
quick.
it's awesome.
So it's what actually gets people started into Warhammer.
And all the models look dope.
Yeah.
and they look amazing.
Right, because each one is supposed to be like unique or special.
Exactly, yeah.
Don't worry, guys. I'll bust out Warcry. We can really
Let's
get
go.
down.
Let's go.
I unironically have no idea what he's talking about.
Warcry is
Warcry
kill
is-
teams
it's,
for
It's
Sigmar.
AOS. For
AOS kill teams.
Oh, just like how it was spearheads or combat
Speaking of
controls?
AOS,
Yes.
do you think the store's ever going to get back to playing
I
AOS?
don't think so.
I-
Struggling.
I
Yeah.
want it to
I
because a
want-
lot of the AOS stuff just is drippy as hell. and it looks
Dude,
cool.
I literally have my Carcadon
Care
Overlord,
drawn over.
that word, Overlord, still in the boxes because I have just not. There's nobody to play with, and 2, I still don't know how to play properly.
Well, I was
Especially
about
with
to
the new edition coming
The new
out.
edition, yeah.
now we're in
Nobody's,
fourth.
nobody's played in 4th yet at our shop.
But the last time we played was before 10th edition even came out because it was a
Yeah.
placeholder for us.
Yeah, we literally play held.
Well, yeah, because I left
And I never
for
beat Al
my
ever.
training.
Yeah,
I left
great.
for training up in Virginia, and while I was in Virginia, I was like, you know what? I want to buy an AOS army and actually try out AOS.
And then that's when we. all
And then
switched.
I was lied to, and I bought the wrong freaking models because I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go Slaves of Darkness because I figured
Oh yeah.
I was gonna go Demons because I was like, Demons are cross Warhammer and
Which is why I started
AOS.
playing demons.
Right. So I was like, okay, well, what goes good with demons? And the guy that was at the store, no, not just Segundo, but the guy at the store actually up there was
okay.
like, well, they work really well with slaves. You could just play slaves, and I
And
mean, you could
Bellator.
just run them as like berserkers and and Warhammer. I'm like, oh yeah, no, that's cool. Like you can take your AOS armor-clad knights and play them in Warhammer as berserkers. That's cool. I'll just do that.
Sick.
No, you can't do that. And then I bought, two bricks of knights.
Yeah.
I bought the
Grab a soda real quick.
the night
Tell you what I
captain
think.
or whatever
Gotcha.
on the beast.
Oh yeah, the Carcajack.
Carcajack.
The Crackerjack.
Yeah, the crackerjack. And oh, what was it? Oh, he was like, yeah. If you're gonna play demons, you should pick up Bellicor.
Yeah.
He'd be great for your Slaves of Darkness army, and you can play him in Warhammer in 40k. I'm like,
So much better
oh,
in
cool,
40K.
yeah. No,
He's so much better in 40K.
he's so much better in 40k.
He's terrible. At least in third edition was. Even in fourth though, I have not seen anything good for him.
Well, it's
Bellicor?
like
Yeah.
Bellicor.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you can cast 2 spells a turn. Cool. They have to be different spells. Oh,
And my stupid Sphinx in
and I only have
in
3
Lumineth can
spells.
cast like 4 spells a turn.
Yeah.
And I only have access to like 3
3
different
or 4
spells.
spells. Yeah.
That'd be fun, actually.
Whenever you want to
like-
try and learn. I don't mind.
But yeah, but like, you told me, oh yeah, Bellicor would be great for your slaves. No, if I'm doing night spam, you need the other guy, like it's whatever the hell.
The dude on the
No,
the dude on the
the Chimera.
on the
Yeah.
But he's
Abaddon.
800 points.
Yeah, he's your army, and you just have like a couple of knights to field for him. So it's like I was completely lied to. I ended up
Archaon.
spending a
Archaon.
Archaon.
Yeah.
The ever chosen. The never chosen.
Isn't that one of the largest models in
Him and
Warhammer?
Nagash.
Nah, man.
Nagash
Nagash
is massive.
Nagash
So
is straight up a shoebox.
Yeah, like
So him and Nagash are
But
both
vertical.
the only 2 models in AOS that are above 800 points.
yeah.
Because Nagash is 860 right now, and he I think is 820 or something.
Yeah, he's right around.
So they're both like, oh cool, you have 1,200 points or 1,100 points to play with. Have fun.
Yeah.
Technically,
They're
used
both
to be
they're
up there.
both
Which really is
so
just
cool,
it's,
though.
it's two lines of knights and then Archaon.
Yeah. Like they're broken in the game of AOS. They are broken,
Yes.
Yeah.
but not for 800 points broken.
Yeah. Looking into AOS, because I do watch it every once in a while because it's
Yeah.
entertaining and I like watching it, and I'm still a huge
I
skater.
watch tabletop Titans.
Rats for life. I don't
Yeah,
care what
Rats
anybody
for
says.
life.
Rats
You're a
for
big
life.
skating player.
It's so much fun.
Bro, I switched up to the Overlord. Yeah, I
The
wanted
only
the
person that
Overlords.
killed the Vampire Lord on Zombie Dragon.
That's true.
Bro, just overcharge your units and kill yourself.
I do remember one of the games we played of AOS, the slap fight between the Light of Eltharion
Oh my God.
and the Zombie Dragon lasted like 3
It was
rounds.
3 rounds.
3 rounds because
Because
they
we
both
both
had
ignored freaking AP. Or
Yeah,
Ren.
ignore
So
Ren.
we both were on a
And it
3 up
was-
save the entire time.
well, and for me it was having damage.
I love the
Against
clan
monsters.
Rats never breaking. 'Cause
No.
I had them near the bell.
No,
So I was
yeah.
like, I'm just gonna keep healing them, champ. I'm gonna hold this point for life. And then I went to. I didn't go to guard. I already had guard at the time, but I started building and playing it more often once I got 10th edition.
Yup.
Because it was way. I think 10th edition is the best edition for new players trying to start playing.
Yeah.
I agree.
The
with
rules
that.
are very
Cut
simple,
and dry.
and I've heard somebody mention it. Right? It might have been one of y'all, where it feels like every time they come out with a new edition for both games, it's like this edition comes out and copies a lot of the mechanics and game rules
Yes.
from the
100%,
other game
absolutely,
because they
100%.
work.
Absolutely.
And then they go and have new rules and whatnot for this game, and now this new edition comes out and copies these rules
The
over that
detachments
work.
came from 3rd edition.
Yeah.
Where you
Yes.
could pick the different detachments.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because
I kind of hate it.
yeah, because AOS was the first one to be like, oh cool, this is our trial run with different detachments.
Right.
Specifically, orcs.
You had to.
Orcs had all the different detachments because of different.
See, that was
tribes.
another army that I
was
was looking at to try and like switch to in
Oh,
AOS
orcs?
because I was like, dude,
Iron
I
Jaws.
love the
I was
green
looking into Iron
skins.
Jaws.
They also looked cool.
I like the sneaky guys.
the sneaky gets.
The sneaky guys.
Oh yeah,
and
the sneaky boys.
stabby
Yeah,
guys.
yeah.
They
I
have
want
a hilarious rule now, by the way. They poison their opponents at the
Right.
start of the game.
Right.
Oh yeah, yeah.
In the new edition, they have like
Yeah.
it's almost like the new Chaos Knight stuff, where they have like a table and
Yeah.
they just slowly debilitate you because
Yeah,
you like
right.
got poison or something.
And that's how I kind of like was
that's
like that
100%
would be
something
fun
they
to
do.
play.
It's
cool.
I was like, I'm gonna
Like
debilitate you from over
Like
here and
Fulgrim.
kind of just do stuff.
It's just like Fulgrim, but better because you just do it. It's not you have to hit them.
Even
Have we
as a,
gotten a final consensus, by the way, on Emperor's Children? Like, good, not,
They are
whatever.
Good. They
I
are
know
good
nothing.
as a add-on army for like CSM and stuff, like how James is running them
Yeah.
in the Rhinos, because the Noise Marines can go in CSM, and then you use them with a fire deck with Rhinos. So you
They don't
get
have dark
packs
packs.
with Emperor's Children because they're in the Rhino,
also
and it's really really good.
they're really good with Renegade Raiders. Just
They're really good
generically.
with Renegade Raiders
because all their weapons ignore cover like statically.
Yeah.
But as a standalone,
as a standalone, they. they're-
very
even if
depends.
you're running
very
Fulgrim.
depends.
It
Well,
super depends on
so
the build.
I've seen
Fulgrim's actually one of the weaker ones.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so,
it's crazy.
The main
That's how they
list-
all are, though.
The main list
Makes
that
you
I was
happy.
seeing
Except for Magnus.
is
So good.
3 demon prince. wing demon princes because
Yeah.
they spread up the board
Dude, they're
and they're hard to
crazy.
deal with.
They all have damage.
But if you play like big tanks with lethals or demons, and it's like, cool, I'm just gonna up you down and get behind you and turn you around.
Right.
It's completely fine.
Well, see, and that was the problem that Knights always had with like the corn demons.
They
and
would
whatnot,
take
was just
take up and
up,
make turn
down,
around.
Unironically, I think
and melee is the weak point of any
Knights would
heavy
lose the
vehicle.
flawless blades.
Yeah, so Flawless Blades are one of the best units in the game right now.
Yes.
They wound
Yeah.
everything on a flat 3. That's
They
their
have
ability.
They have critical wound 3 ups.
That is their ability.
I think we still have boxes of them
You
over
do.
there.
They
You
do.
do.
Corey
I'm
keeps
surprised
looking at
with
them.
what I've
You
had
do.
sitting.
They are one of the best units just because they're like, cool, I need to roll 3s and I wound anything.
And these are Emperor's Children.
Yeah,
For
this is
children,
their-
and it's the melee focused elite unit.
And
Gotcha.
especially since they already all advance in charge, and then you can get
Well, yeah, that was the thing I noticed
So
about
good.
Slanesh is
Yeah.
even in AOS, Slanesh had a lot of this has similar abilities
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
Korn,
Yep.
where it was like, oh, I can advance and charge your buddy.
Yep.
But like Korn was like, I
glitter.
just charge better.
And
But with
hit
glitter.
harder.
But with
Yeah.
glitter.
So Slanesh, it's more.
It's Korn, but with glitter.
It literally is. It's like, cool, I'm gonna, instead of 2 damage, I'm gonna go to 1. But then I'm gonna have
Don't say the G word is too close.
But then I'm gonna have dev wounds. So it's like, oh cool, half of my thing's dev wounds. And then Corn's just like, I want a hand grenade.
I think Emperor's Children are actually really good. They're
They can
amazing.
pop off.
They're amazing as a jail list. They're rude.
They're really hard to deal
Between
with.
them and Death Guard, they're rude jail list.
Yeah.
Especially new Death Guard.
Speaking of which,
New
I
Death
played
Guard.
3 Death Guards on Saturday in my tournament.
They're hilarious.
How many Potswalkers?
The first one ran 2 20 racks and a 10. The second one ran 3 10s, and the last one ran 120 and 2 10s. But the first one played, it was vehicle spam with it, but he was in the Foxwalker detachment, so he got 3 other 10 man.
Oh my god. So it's what, 80 Potswalkers?
Fun fact, in that detachment, so they just get set up in reserve. They
Yep.
don't have to come on the table. And then you can spend a CP and deep
They're
strike.
gonna come on the table.
But you spend a CP and deep strike, so if you stick your home and leave, you're like, oh shit, I have to defend now actually. And it's round 2, 3, and 4, so it's all the actual important rounds
Yeah.
that you get the 10-man rack.
I finally played against the thing you never want to play against.
What?
I played against the best version of Death Guard, and I see why people are unhappy about it. But if you're able to break free, you're fine. So the best one is, I think it's Champions of Mortarion or something.
Oh,
The-
now
the
you
vehicle
show
one?
up.
The vehicle one?
No. It's the one where they get to
Girl
pick
got
their
busy.
plagues.
Oh,
Well, they
yeah.
got
That's the
busy.
Flyboy.
Yeah, so
Or
fly,
one
it's
of
like
them.
Flyboy and
No,
Champions.
not Flyboy. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Anyway, they have a strat where you can pick one of your units, and
No, it's not a strat.
no, the one where you can increase the contagion order to 9 inches.
Oh, yeah.
That's a
strat.
they have your Winged Demon Prince. You
Yeah,
run
yeah,
up,
yeah.
you free strat that. You get your Poxwalkers that infiltrate, and you advance them. You don't even care if they charge. You just want to get them as close to the opponent
Close
lines
to
as
the
possible.
opponent's line.
You stretch their contagion to 9 inches.
On turn
This is
1.
turn 1.
Gross.
So
I've
I know
played
you
against-
want to do it on turn 2. You need to do it on turn 2. You pretty much put that bomb in there as close as you can in turn 2, and then they can deep strike within 6 and still charge with their
Yeah. The
Death Shrouds.
The Death Shrouds.
With
The melee
Contagions.
Terminators.
Lord of
they can
Contagions.
6-inch deep strike if you're afflicted.
and still
That's
charge.
insane.
And still charge. And with the Lord of Contagion gives the unit
Lance?
lethal sustain 1 and lance. So with a strength 8 melee weapon that's Snake 2/2, it has sustain 1 and lance.
And that's turn 2.
Turn 2.
And they're
And-
4 wounds, T6,
T7,
four-
T7
So
forward.
they hit that break point.
And
2
then-
up, 4 up.
Yep.
4 wounds
You
is
see,
rude.
I'm still thinking once I get my Necrons finally get playing with them. Once next edition rolls around, because I think we've got about another year or so until next
We
edition.
probably
about a
have
year.
a year from this day exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So probably next summer.
I think next edition I may delve into either
Hilarious
maybe Emperor's
not
Children or
getting
Death
codex
Guard.
Until we're almost in the next edition.
Man, I love playing guard
it must
in
be
9th
nice
edition.
to get a codex.
Yeah.
Demons just aren't getting one this edition.
Yeah.
Really?
They specifically said demons are not getting a codex.
But at least you turn into a furry. Or sorry, Spaceful player.
How can they even do that?
I don't know. So they know how they were like, oh yeah, demons are gonna get it. It's gonna be one
Right.
of like in
Because
the
it was
first
like
year.
the year of chaos.
Nope. When they came out this summer with like the Space Wolves and the Knights and everything, they're like, yeah, it looks like demons aren't getting one this edition. So unless they change their mind again, demons are
Bro,
not
they
getting a
both
codex.
they removed Karanak, the named
and then put
Cornhound,
it
and then put
by
him.
accident. They alleged him.
They
Alleged him,
allegedly-
and a week later, they're like, "Oh, we screwed up and put him back."
I don't even know why they removed.
Wow,
him.
GW, you're such a great company ever since you stopped writing modules and making modules for D&D.
Man, I just want Yarrick back. But he was a named character that's allegedly, maybe, possibly killed off.
No, I know who
Allegedly,
Hey,
maybe,
all I'm
possibly.
saying
No,
is-
no,
They never
I am
confirmed
aware
that.
of who Yarrick
Hey,
is. He's
all
like
I'm
one of the
saying is
coolest
Lehman
characters.
Russ, if he doesn't come back, GW trolled everyone.
It's a really good troll,
Because
though.
one of the stratagems in the new Space Wolves Codex, it specifically says monsters and vehicles. And the only monsters in Space Marines are their Primarchs.
They don't have other monster keywords.
They're not.
No,
Primarchs are considered monsters.
Yes,
Yes.
but they also have a secondary rule. Lets them go through walls anyway.
yes, but the only monsters in Space Marines are the Primarchs.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, even
The Lion.
Burly Man
Yeah.
is
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
a monster.
Yes.
And call.
I guess that kind of makes sense.
Call does get
Place a
honestly.
call to call.
Yep.
But yeah,
Call does
so
get that.
if they made that stratagem just to troll people, it's the best troll of the year.
Yeah.
I want it for
I-
you. I really do.
Bro, I want Lehman's back so much.
It will
want-
advance the plot.
It will.
We haven't had that in a minute.
Yeah,
Watch them
seriously.
just like come out with a new one, like just some new unit that happens to have the monsters keyword.
I would be so mad.
It's a giant wolf.
It's a giant.
It's
a big
giant
Like,
wolf.
like a Fenrir or
Bigger
something.
wolf. It's like SpongeBob. Bigger wolf.
No, it's like the orc transport. The,
Oh,
the
it's
big
the-
monster,
yeah.
but it's just giant wolf.
It's the Squiggles, but it's
Yeah.
giant wolf.
You see, I really wanted them to bring back like Corvus Corax or even who's the salamanders dude? I'm forgetting his name all of a sudden.
Vulcan.
Vulcan.
Thank you. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Because I know that the last story we got with Vulcan,
Vulcan squad.
he escaped from the Pokemon prison
Yeah.
by
Yeah.
Trazen. So like he's out there somewhere now, like officially.
Wait, I thought homeboy, the other guy,
That wasn't Vulcan.
who was the
Trazen.
one that he was like, yes, you have my teleporting device, but you also remember it's a hammer, and started just beating the brakes on.
I
it.
think
Yeah.
that's just Trazen.
That was Fulgrim.
I thought it was Trazen.
Well, no, it wasn't.
Bro, it's John Warhammer.
John Warhammer.
Bro, he had Sigmar and 40k.
No, it's
I know
seriously,
that part of it
like-
was because he escaped from because Trazen was trying to capture him,
Right.
Yeah.
and he managed to break out
Oh, okay, that's what I'm thinking of, bro.
Out of his infinite.
God, I
of
love
the
lore.
infinite. He has a little
Bro, I'm
Pokemon.
gonna be honest. I don't understand 99% of the lore because I just play the game.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
I've watched so much Islander and Coda that like
Yeah.
I haven't watched the last like 100 episodes,
Yeah.
but
Adeptus Ridiculous has
I
taught me so
want-
much.
I want two things that I know I won't get. I want a range refresh for Katachan.
Yeah,
They
that's
removed
not happening.
all the named characters, and the only ones we have are the ones when they first freaking made them,
Yep.
and then they removed them.
Yeah, that's not happening.
He even got a Sly Marble refresh. Now he's the only named Katachan
Hey,
character.
you finally got your one thing. You're gonna like it for the next decade.
Yeah, I will. Anyway, look, man, we lost Katie like 4 years ago, and we're still getting new Katie crap that I did not ask for.
They keep finding it.
Bro, we found it again. Bro,
Those
you
random
just,
floating
you stub your
bits.
toe and suddenly it's oh my god, it's a new tank.
I want.
Yeah,
If
or
we're
it's like,
going
oh,
to
no, this will be
Armageddon-
Commander now.
If we're going to Armageddon,
He just
And we're
falls
getting
down,
lore
stands
with
back up,
Armageddon.
he's got like commander.
where are my
ribbons.
Armageddon Steel Legion? And give me answers on Yarrick.
That would be cool.
They're not talking about it. We already got all the lore.
Dude,
drops
I'm
on the
telling you
Crusade
right
book.
now-
we're not getting anything on it.
Let's go.
There
Bro, they
are-
literally
like,
put the Death Core creatures.
special
Like, this isn't even
rules.
their planet.
There should. Okay, so hear me out. This is probably way off, and they're probably never gonna do it. But I think it would be so cool if they had like special rules when certain characters encounter other characters on the field. Kind of like how League of Legends used to do like
Yeah.
the hidden buffs and
Yeah, yeah,
debuffs.
Yeah, they still do
But
that.
That
like
would be
where it's
cool.
literally like Angron shows up and they're playing against Gulthrak, Gazgul.
Gazgul.
So it's just like,
Or like Lehman Russ and freaking Magnus.
yeah,
I still stand by the comic meme that I saw where it was Angron talking.
Elfrain and
It was Angron talking to Gazgul. Gazgul was like, oh no, it was Angron asking Gazgul.
are you really willing to?
Yeah, that one.
To
You're
die
gonna kill
over
over a human with
to
someone
die
is.
over a human, and yeah, Gazgul's like someone is.
Yeah, it's like the background lore right now is that he's getting now to date largest SWAT ever going back to Armageddon. Still no Steel Legion. Still pissed. Still no Yarrick answers.
Better get on that, Warhammer.
They won't.
Games Workshop.
I'm willing
Games
to.
Workshop.
I'm willing to bet a whole dollar that next edition, 12th edition, the starter crap.
11th edition.
Yeah. The next one is gonna be Orcs versus Space Marines.
You think?
I
But
think.
they've done all this setup now with NIDS.
Yeah. What have they done?
Yeah,
Not
but
be a
but
great
the
army
Tyrannic
this edition?
War.
No, not even like the not be a great
No,
army.
no,
There hasn't
like
been like
the
anything
last
on
one.
NIDS.
No, because they made
They
this
did
big
the
deal about
Leviathan.
Leviathan.
Yeah, because like that's been more lore drops lately. Because just like how it was it for the
Yeah, but then Prior Nexus was
Necrons.
Yeah, which I don't know how that resolved.
Yeah, there was nothing.
officially.
It didn't, I don't think.
There was
And then we
literally
got-
I
nothing.
don't think it
Oh,
did.
we forgot about Nachman Gauntlet. That was a thing.
Sure.
About what?
The Nachman
The
Gauntlet.
thing with Night Lords, I think.
The Night Lords.
Oh,
one.
the Night Lord. Okay.
It was Night Lords versus.
That's when they got the Nemesis
Guard.
Claw.
Or it was Night Lords versus Sisters.
Sisters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we
Forgot
got
about that.
the current one that we're at right now, which is Armageddon, which is weirdly a lot
it's
of
an
different
old
armies,
one.
all versus World Eaters.
Well, because Armageddon was an old one, and they're bringing it back.
Yeah, that's the so that's where Eric's from. That's where all that other crap. That's why I'm so pissed about it. Quick jump. Pretty much the lore is right now. It's Black Templars, Space Wolves, Grey Knights on the sidelines, all fighting World Eaters.
But guys, they had to sidestep so they could make female custodians.
I won't lie,
Give me
the
the
one
models,
female,
and then I'll follow up.
the one female custodian that we saw in that one like Warhammer Plus show was actually really badass.
Oh, dude, that was awesome as hell.
And like, what is she soloed a? It was
Lictor.
It was a lictor,
Yeah,
yeah.
a full lictor. Those
Straight
things are huge.
Soloed it.
She was killing all the Von Ryan
Yeah.
levers.
Yeah.
She didn't lose either. She just like, all right, they're all dead.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go deliver mail. Because they're pulling people on like the black ships with the psycho crap. You know, because Emperor's a hungry boy. Psycho-Rose, eat them up every day. 1,000 of them.
Yeah, we still got a
I
little.
wasn't
They
sure.
got about 15 minutes.
Well, when I was told the schedule, it was 7 to 8.
I said, but I also said
Write that
the
down.
times were a little
Write
bit
that down.
I know.
depending on,
That's Al failing his inmates.
No, I passed that in.
Oh, yeah. You did the reroll ones.
I rerolled the one.
I
that
just
was
kept
four.
it to like hour blocks just to kind of keep it simple.
It's off at 7.
Right.
He has to drive to Yulee, change his clothes.
Well,
I don't
he's
care
a good
about
bit.
staying later in order to occupy time.
No, you're fine.
This is actually going by pretty fast.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I didn't realize
it's
it was hard to seven.
Yeah.
Also, it looks like it's just going to be 2 people.
Really?
This
The session got canceled.
lame.
Is Ash not gonna make it? Come on, Ash.
Yeah. The last
I kind of
tidbit
wanted you
of-
here because you're funny.
Tyler. The last tidbit of lore, like, and we'll leave this to be continued at the end
Yeah.
of the current Crusade book, is Gazgul's growing in like the far reach of the
It's
galaxy,
the
coming back
it's
to Armageddon.
the it's the to be continued
Yeah.
JoJo
Yeah,
that's really how they
theme
look.
That's kind of how they're leaving at the end of the book.
I don't think we're getting any more lore drops until next
Short
edition.
version is, holy crap, we never called this before, but Imperium wanted to beat the
The
hell out of
only one I
Angron
can
and go
see
left.
coming is Space Wolves with Lehman Russ, probably.
That'd
And
be
then
cool.
if that happens, something to help support.
Yeah.
That's the only other thing
Well,
I
'cause-
can see coming.
Weird take. I want Procaridons
We all
actually be
do.
a thing.
Completely fair take.
Space Sharks.
Look me in the eyes. Stare at me right
Space
here.
Sharks.
This is for all my Grey Knight players there. This is for Paul.
This is for one guy.
We need adult-sized Terminator. I'm tired of a Primaris Marine being this tall, and a Grey Knight Terminator
Being half the size.
is a short stack right next to him.
Because they've had the same models for what, like,
Not
freaking
only,
6-7
not
years?
only is that all they're getting. Did you see the new Combat Patrol?
Yes!
They
Their
can't
new
cross
model,
the Rubicon.
Their new model is a named character that nobody asked for, which he was already here. He got, admittedly, the model looks awesome.
Yeah.
But it's Castellan Crow. I'm like, cool. Now in my mind, I'm staring at this. I'm like, I know that all the Grey Knight players are thinking of just buying as many of this guy as possible for the sole reason of cutting his head off and putting helmets on him and making that his army
head.
so he's normal sized.
Yep.
Normal. And
What's
then they're
the-
like, "Here's so. This is exactly what Grey Knight players. More baby carrier."
What's the name guy that has anti-demon 2 up on his head?
Calor Drago?
Why not give him a freaking classic model? Because he's still a resin model.
Because he's in the lore, Al.
I know.
We don't care about the lore.
Yeah, Caldor
We
Drago.
don't
He's
care.
so cool. He
Because
showed
when
up at
Caldor
Age of
Drago
Sigmar.
comes back, it's only get Lehman
It
Russ
should have
back.
been at Warhammer Fantasy.
Fantasy.
During
yeah.
the end times.
Yeah, you're talking about Sigmar. Just get a Sigmar model.
That
Get
is
the-
kind of funny.
Yeah, my bad.
Get the
He just
Sigmarine.
went back in time.
Yes.
Well, no, because Caldor Drago he's the perfect OC. Do not steal.
I
He
also
never
use-
fails at anything.
I also use Canis Rex.
Canis is another example.
I
of
know.
that.
No,
And
you
that
know
is
what would be-
100% somebody's
No,
OC.
Yeah.
You know what would be funny if they brought back friggin' Space Sharks? If they brought Seraphon in. Just to screw with people.
Just to really mess
Because
things
they're
up.
space traveling,
They
time
are
traveling
spacefaring.
dinosaurs.
What if they jump ship
Do it.
completely? They skip
Do
over
it.
those guys and they go straight to
it.
Deepkin.
Make
they go
another
straight to
army.
Deepkin.
Dude, what if they jump
seriously, make another army that is cross game.
Yeah.
That would be hilarious.
That would be
Besides Demon.
and it would just be dinosaurs.
If there's any,
Yeah, because it's dinosaurs riding dinosaurs. Screw
look,
it.
man, if there's any army that would do that,
dinosaurs.
it's either dinosaurs or like, oops, I found my travel pyramid in the sky, or it's like rats. Like, man, we ate really far in this hole.
Man, this warp stone,
Bro, this cheese
got
is
me far.
crazy.
Man, this cookie is spicy and just sparks.
That just reminds me. I'm sure you've seen the Bigfoot vlogs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
I just ate this whole bag of.
This warp stone got me geeking right now, man.
I'm totally geeking right now. I can taste colors.
Wait, hold on, Soda. It's the
Yes, the word stuff.
he just shows up wearing a Space Marine helmet. Smells like a first order, which is even crazier.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that would
He
be
goes the long
hilarious.
way around.
That would be hilarious.
No, it's like the Junior trying to hang out with your bro, but he got the evil eunuch whispering in his ear. Yes.
Call the pizza guy and then hang up.
You see so and seat you, my lord.
That, oh my
Call 3 different pizza guys and have them fight in the parking lot. So worth it.
Armageddon.
Yeah, it's back again. Still no Yarrick. Still no Yarrick. At least give me the confirmation of the death,
Hey, look,
please.
we got our first bot of the stream. And it's been like almost 2 hours.
2 hours.
We have a bot.
Yeah.
Bot.
Screw you.
Attack it.
Attack it.
Jump it.
You're an
Beat him
evil.
up.
You're
Shoot
a
it with
terrible
AI.
person. Hang on.
Hit it with that motive force that AdMech have.
I wish there was like a button we could push that would just like spam the bots.
I would have
Like in
loved
Monster
if you
something?
tried to do that.
Yeah,
and
like
it
an
just canceled
anti-
the
like-
stream by accident.
You said what?
I said I would love if you tried to do that and he cancels the stream by accident.
Oops. And
I was looking earlier. We were dropping
getting
frames
tacos.
like no business earlier, and I was like, I don't want to interrupt anyone right now, but I think we're on Microsoft PowerPoint talking.
Yeah, basically.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I can't figure out a way to
You
do
have to
it.
do it through actual Twitch.
Oh, yeah,
Don't
yeah,
worry
that's
about
true.
it right now.
Yeah, Buppet.
I love this. I
You
love
win this
podcast.
time, bot.
Kill him.
You don't die in
Bro,
a
it's the
fire.
Flame One virus. He's slowly infecting the computer.
Dude, so the flayed ones that
He's
I
growing
bought,
skin.
I bought my flayed ones straight from the UK, and they're the old metal models.
Oh, Jesus.
They're on the same base size. I
Hell
double
yeah.
checked.
How heavy are they?
I don't know. They haven't shown
Drive
up
it
yet.
if you
They'll
throw
show
it
up
at somebody, it will
So
actually
I was
hurt.
moving my stuff over from the old house to the new house, and I actually found a couple of my pewter freaking Space Wolf models that I have just randomly.
I have OG guard
And then I have, like-
regimental advisors.
I have like the old Imperial snipers. Like they had no faction; they were just Imperial.
Yeah, they
snipers.
just had like actual
what were they,
models
the
for it.
Eliminators now?
I don't know.
They look like they're from the wargaming.
They're literally yeah.
need to
So
do
they're
something.
literally just dude on his knee with his sniper rifle and like a camo cloak.
Oh yeah, so it's the Eliminators now. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's funny.
And then the other one that I have that I was actually like really I was like, oh, this is great. I actually have what the hell is it? Ragnar. I have the original Ragnar pewter model.
That's freaking cool.
It is so ugly,
Oh, I bet.
but
You
it's so
Peter
great.
Gym badge.
You got the
The
Peter
Pewter City
Gym badge.
Gym badge from Pokemon.
But no, I found
Brandon,
them just
paint that
sitting in a
shit.
box. I was like, oh, I remember these. And then he got a new model recently, didn't he? Like
He got one in
last
9.
year.
Ragnar
Yeah.
Rockfist? The guy
No.
that throws the hammer?
No, that's Ajax. Ragnar is the one that leads.
That's a cleaning chemical.
He's the frost blade.
Yeah, Frostbite. Yeah, he's the guy that leaves all the blood frost. Black Mage.
Oh.
Black Mage.
Okay.
He's like the main infantry guy.
Dude, you're saying randomized furry names. I know it.
Hey, it's better than just. Oh, we have a Lehman Russ. We also have a Lehman Russ Commander. Shut up.
hey kids, we heard you really like tanks, so we
I
got
like
more tanks for
staring
your
at my
tanks.
opponent. and
So
then
you can tank while
They
you
ask me
tank
what
and
that
one of your
is, and I
tanks
say
around
Lehman
the
Russ,
tank.
and I stare at them, and they stare at me, and I say nothing else.
When he
for,
looked
for
at
your
me-
Lehman Russes, you should have like a fox tail on it.
No.
I'm gonna tape one to it
No, you just gotta get little like woofy ears
and just stick it
woofy
on
ears
the freaking cannon.
on the cannon. Yeah.
Pink.
Dude,
Hey,
let's
I've
do it. Speaking of
seen-
which, have you seen girly dreadnoughts?
I have. I've also seen girly knights where they put them in dresses.
They're bright pink, like
Yeah.
neon pink, and they got rhinestones all over them with a bow on the back. I was
Yeah.
like, oh no.
Brother, get the
I've seen the
dazzles.
Cafe Kitty squads.
Yep.
Where it's literally just like Primaris Marines, but they have like skirts and little
Yep.
bows and the cat ears on
Yep.
the helmets, and they're all painted pink and white.
Yep.
I'm like, that would be terrifying to actually see in a dark alleyway.
What are you hoping for in the next edition? Because I'm hoping for the
In
customization
11?
of Ninth.
That's,
The customization of Ninth was awesome. So if they set up the great starter game for this, and go into just here's this, more options.
Yeah.
That'd be good. That'd be great.
well, I mean, considering this is the first edition I played for 40K, I just want more streamlined, like how it is now.
This is way more.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like with how streamlined it is, I just want the next one to be more streamlined at the beginning than what 10 was.
I do.
Considering what they have now and what they can build off of.
I
Yeah.
do think that in terms of they added way more to the rounds than what there used to be. It used to be way faster. There's so much stuff you have to check now.
Yeah, but there's like there were back then when there like
It was-
extra phases.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, 'cause you
I
had
think
the magic phase.
you had the
and stuff,
psychic
and
phase.
Psychic phase, that's what
Yeah.
it was.
it's
Which,
more of
which Thousand Suns has again.
yeah. Which honestly, happy they got it.
If Grey Knights doesn't get it, I would be very surprised.
If Grey Knights doesn't get it, I will riot. And
I
I'm
would
not
be
even a Grey Knights
very
player.
surprised.
And they'll all be out there rioting too. All those little short kings getting it.
I would play Grey Knights just because I would just go unpainted and be like, they're Grey Knights.
Yeah, just paint just the force weapon blades.
Actual scum. I just get a vat of lead belcher and dip,
So
and that would be it.
So my buddy on the boat
Yeah,
that
just gotta have
plays Grey
5
Knights,
Give a lead belcher.
he literally dipped them in silver paint and then just painted the blades,
Yeah,
the
that's pretty
force
good.
weapon. And it's
And
like,
then you
cool,
just
that's my
base
3
it.
colors.
And then you base it, and you're good.
Oh no, he based it and then dipped it.
Champion. Chad
He
shit.
literally based it, painted it, or based it, dipped it, and then painted the force blade, and it's like, cool, that's my 3 colors. He's not wrong.
I liked my best buddy. He was confused why there were so many people pissed about salamanders. Because they're not pissed about salamanders getting something. He's pissed, or I'll explain why people are pissed about salamanders getting their codex supplement. Now it's different than the reason that most people think.
Right.
Most people love salamanders, myself included. They're
Me too.
super cool.
Me
They're
too.
hilarious.
I mean, they're the Chads of the Space Marine.
Yeah, something like
100%,
that.
100%.
Nah, man, that's the Mantis Warriors. those guys are hilarious.
The Lions.
No. People were pissed
Minotaurs.
about the salamanders because they put out the roadmap.
Yeah.
Salamanders weren't even like a thought in people's heads.
And then they just added them.
Imagine being a Votan player that
I
sat
mean-
here for like, okay, actually, you're an even better example.
Right.
Imagine being a knight player that got pushed to the back of the line
Pushed to the
with
back of the
some
line.
other fucking
I have to sit in
codex
the back
that
of the
jumps
bus.
in the beginning.
Hey, but I mean, you know, they did say. I probably shouldn't say that on screen.
Say it.
Something about gingers and joining a new demoraphic, and now
Oh
we're
my
sitting on the back of the
lord.
bus.
Yeah, with Space Wolves.
Yeah.
This
The
is
Space
just-
Wow.
Look at Bjorn. Or not Bjorn. Which is the one with the mohawk? The dwarf. He's a giant red mohawk. What am I thinking of?
The diaper babies?
Yeah, that one.
You're thinking of the diaper babies.
No, I'm thinking of something else.
No,
Nah, whatever.
There was. I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, it's like a Space Wolf
It's
character. He
not,
has like a
it's
banner.
not Bjorn Fellhand, and it's not Ragnar.
think it is
It's
Ragnar.
not.
It's
No, he's
100%
not
Dragon,
redheaded. He's
but it's not
just
Murder
like
Claw. Or Murder Fang.
Murderfang and Bjorn are the only two that
I think it's Bjorn.
that are named dreadnoughts.
I think
Yeah,
it's
those
Bjorn.
are named Dreadnoughts.
Yeah,
Oh, when he was still.
Bjorn has the banner where it was him when he was alive, and he has like a giant.
Oh yeah, he has dreadnoughts.
Oh, okay,
yeah. Yeah, I know.
He looks like the Fire Slayers from AOS.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Which are just dwarves,
They're
but
dwarfs.
angry. Oh, but
They just changed the name.
they ride lava monsters, which they kind of do look cool.
Oh, those models look so good.
Yeah. If this one like AOS has got down,
That's
all their
honestly
mobs are
why my AOS army turned into the Overlords, because it's literally just dwarves with guns.
Yeah.
And flying ships.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but the biggest thing was like,
Bro, there's
oh,
steampunk.
I
Yeah,
get
it's
a
literally-
shooting phase. I'm basically playing Warhammer at shorter ranges now.
I love rats. I love.
I'm gonna overcharge this. Why? Because I don't care if they die.
Whoa, 6 storm fiends being on you.
Bro, 6 storm fiends is
66 rattling gun attacks.
so gross.
+1 to hit, +1 to wound.
Yep.
Ren 2, baby.
Oh my gosh, they were such a nightmare to deal with.
Ah, they weren't that bad because they always died. I was putting them too far forward and really overjudged how far the charge ranges were.
Yeah.
Did you know that Chaos Knights now have a thing where it's 3d6 charges?
That's good.
Yes.
That is
Yes.
with like the Horse Knights though, and since damage flashes over, things just
Yeah.
die.
Yeah. Yeah. Damage flashing over completely changes how you play
They
AOS versus
can't
40K.
do that
Yeah.
with 40k.
No, if
They
they do
got
it with
rid of
40.
it, didn't they?
No, they can't. If they do it with 40K, games are gonna be like an hour long.
I mean, that may not be a bad thing.
Yeah, but an hour long one sided instead of a game.
That's
You shoot one railgun at a group of guys, 12
Oh
of them
my
die.
gosh, dude.
Whoops.
because wasn't it that dev wounds used to bleed over?
Everyone's
Devlin's still bleed over. It's mortal or no, sorry.
There's still-
Devlin's did used to bleed over at
Right.
night.
They
Yeah.
used to bleed.
They
over.
used in 10th. They said it's just a normal attack, but
You
if
just
you
don't
have
get a
feel no
save.
pains, it's all feel no pains on one model.
Right.
yeah.
So they changed it with that one
They're
because
mortal
it did bleed
wounds,
over
but
at night, you're
advanced
right.
mortal wounds.
Yeah, basically.
The mortal wounds with a number of attacks that can still be prioritized.
Yeah.
And they happen at the end anyway, so.
Yeah. It happens.
Yeah, they happen at the end, so you basically burn through all the models with your regular damage.
I'm eyeballing. Bring me a piece of pizza.
I
Shut
was
up.
like, please.
I did.
Oh, okay.
That was this.
Oh my lord.
Huh? I don't know.
I don't know.
Not here yet. That's why we're still talking. That's why we're still talking about Warhammer. Because apparently it's only 2 people now instead of 4, like we were originally told. Because things changed.
Damn, man, we
apparently.
should have brought our stuff. We could've
And one of the
fucking
guys that is
streamed the whole
coming
game
has to go
at
all the way to Yulee.
We would have had 2 turns,
change,
one else would
and
have
then
fucked up the
come
charge,
back.
and that would have been the end of the game.
Me. I would have screwed
Because he
up.
came
Or,
from
and you would
work,
have lifted
and
down
I
Overwatch.
guess he's stinky,
Or I would have
don't
positioned
know.
incorrectly.
It's not like we don't have friggin' aerosol deodorant in our bathroom.
I'll let you know right now that since that I've never
You've
made
never done
mistake.
that yet.
Never made it since.
I what's the big lesson for you?
Dude, I cannot believe that 6 possessed with AP2 from Renegade Raiders with their dev wounds kicked in only brings Canis Rex down to 14 wounds.
Yeah, that.
And then he picks up 8.
Yeah, Canis Rex with a sweep damage of 3 is
Flat 3 is
Oh,
the
don't get me wrong. I
real-
understand that Canis Rex is a busted unit, especially for my army.
Yes.
especially with sustained on everything.
Right,
and
it's sustained on everything.
and crit
Yeah.
5s on
Crit
everything.
on 5. So I crit on a 5 and a 6, and I get sustained on every attack.
I'll
and
let
I
you
just
know
take an extra
right
hit.
now. One of 2 things is going to shape your entire codex. And it's going to be Canis himself, or all the rules for the rest of the codex are going to. One of those is going to shift around one or the other.
Oh, absolutely.
Because they can't give a guy crit 5s just statically and giving him built-in sustain hits, which means you're never going to get lethal hits in that book,
Right.
or he's going to lose something.
Oh, yeah.
There's no way he doesn't. I don't believe it.
No, I think they're going to center around him specifically.
Or they'll give the lethal
to everybody but him.
butt him. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're
I
gonna
can see
basically
that.
call out everybody but epic characters.
And he's the only epic.
And he's
By the
the
way,
only epic hero.
Also, I learned he has a leadership of 5.
Yes.
What?
So do greater demons when they're in the shadow.
Yeah, but
He just gets it.
he just has that.
Cool. Greater demons have a 6, and they're always in their own shadow, so they're always a 5 also.
Dude, I hate that so much. Because when I was playing against James the other day, I rolled a 5 for my leadership,
Wait.
and I was like,
I got a question.
Yeah.
You just said their leadership's 6, but they're always in their own shadow, which makes them a 5. Why didn't they just print them at a 5?
GW rules, champ.
Because you can't go better than a 5. And
Because
the
we got
shadow, because the shadow is always active for all greater demons because they give themselves the shadow.
We got the Atlantic
That's
tax.
why.
We have to get British rules across the ocean because they still have to sail it.
You damn.
and we
teeth
lost
swilling.
and we lost that one leadership in the transport.
And then we throw that one leadership in the ocean over taxes.
Yeah.
And then we end up with the rules.
There we go. We got it.
We got there. We got there.
Hell yeah.
But no,
Buck teeth, cross-eyed, big
But yeah,
nose,
so all
teeth
greater
swilling.
demons are 5 also.
Yeah, orcs. We're talking about orcs, right?
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bro, they're
Absolutely.
British.
Yeah.
I mean, they're Cockney.
Yeah.
Well, A.
I didn't know we could say that on here.
Ash? What? Oh,
And they are no longer a GW store.
No more GW.
Dude, I feel like I have no idea.
Oh, he wouldn't.
Yeah, that's right.
Like he would.
You're
but
good, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, you got
Honestly, if GW is watching us right now,
I highly doubt it, by the way.
what is wrong with you and why do you have this kind of time?
That's
watch
a
something else.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
That's
That is
a
completely
If
fair.
Crazy
GW is
stream to
watching
watch.
us right now, it's like midnight
Oh, 100%.
over there.
No, it's not. They're only 3 hours
I don't
ahead
know.
of
I
us.
can't pull that.
They're more than three. The UK.
No, because Slovakia is only 5. My brother that lives in Slovakia is only 5 hours ahead of us right now.
Yeah. How could you not know that?
So they're like 3, maybe 4 hours.
Everybody knows this.
They're
Like how many
Marines.
miles go into a kilometer?
What is that?
It's 3.1 miles for a 5K, so it's about it's 1,500 and some odd meters to the mile.
I was right. You're so full of it. It is 12:18 a.m. in the UK right now.
They must have had their time. No, like no,
Yeah.
Navy
half the
people,
year.
right?
We have daylight savings time.
Who's even
They,
saving
they
it?
do too, but theirs is
What
different.
bank are we keeping the daylight in? I want you to know right now that shit is worthless.
I mean,
Which,
Saving it.
Fuck out there.
yeah, which farmer is saving it?
Yeah. I'll let you right now. It's not
it was
Arizona.
literally something that was supposed to be temporary, and we just kind of just kept it.
did
Except
it for the
Arizona.
damn
Arizona,
farmers.
Arizona does not keep it.
And Alaska.
Sure.
True.
Do they even
Because half
get?
the
But they
year it's
came
Do
in.
they even
Walmart.
get sunshine?
Half the year they don't. I don't
What
think.
is sun?
What?
No,
You said that-
Arizona can't do it because it would kill all the old people that live there. That's
That's
like
true.
half their population.
No. Speaking of this, sorry, off topic, but Hoover Dam, because it's half and half in Arizona and half in
I
Nevada,
said that is making me hungry.
you can have a meeting at a wrong
food.
time.
That's awesome. Where my pizza at? I even
I
asked
still
for it.
have at least 40.
I'm not at
least
liberty
40
to give
minutes.
away the pizza.
I'm at least 40
It's a communal
minutes.
thing.
Uh,
You could definitely once the
Is there anything that you're looking forward to?
TV group gets here.
I'm
you
We
can
looking
can
forward
talk
to-
about Orlando.
I'm really looking forward to Orlando. Another 5-rounder.
Another 5-rounder.
Altamonte Springs.
Heck
I'm gonna get my
yeah.
ass beat. It's gonna
Hey,
be so much fun.
we were down there not that long ago for a peek here. Are you going to Coliseum of Games?
I don't know. I think they're renting out a whole facility for
Yeah.
60 some
Comics?
people. No, we're going to like a
Oh, it's like a big convention.
yeah. It's a,
Yeah.
They can't fit that many people into one place.
Yeah,
Right now, I
fair.
think it's still like in the 20s and 30s.
I mean, I don't know. They had a pretty
it's,
like
uh,
they had literally an entire store's worth
Oh, it's
of
also
area
by
that
Way
was
Games.
just dedicated to their gaming.
It's at Leighton Gaming is the host,
Never been there before. But
and I mean, as of right now, there's only 25.
I'm
people.
super duper looking forward to it.
Well,
I went 3-2 last
Like
time.
Bunny
came in 18.
said, like hopefully we'll get the
19.
jerseys
19?
in
Oh,
and
they
you guys
moved it?
can represent.
Ah, whatever.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, either way, we still represent by wearing
Well,
like
yeah,
deep
yeah,
dive
yeah.
shirts. Yeah. Jerseys would be way cooler.
That's where we're like,
They
Can
are.
I get
Like they're actually
jersey?
really comfortable.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
those things are really
Oh,
nice
yeah.
because they're athletic shirts.
I wouldn't know. I don't have them.
I'm just saying.
But yeah. I mean,
Fucking
both,
Star
Play
Wars
Star,
player.
play Star Wars. You would
but I
have
mean,
one already.
I'd rather die.
Both of us would be top half.
I mean, it's no worse than playing, weeaboo.game.
I'm pretty happy. And we got a lot of rep for it, too, because a lot of people are actually asking about the store. They're asking me.
Yeah, yeah.
'Cause there's a ton of
the
people-
the dudes from Savannah, the Grey Gaming or whatever.
Grey Forge.
Grey Forge. Because they're in Savannah, they gave us their discords and were like, hey, let us know when you guys can come up. And I'm in their Discord.
Yeah, both
so
of
I
us are.
so I see all their stuff that they post for like, oh, we're gonna do a local tournament. And they specifically like, hey, St. Mary's guys,
I
are you
don't-
guys coming up?
I don't think they do theirs on BCP. Is the interesting part.
No, theirs is literally a locally generated one.
So they should probably.
Oh wow.
Well,
We might actually start getting those guys. A lot of them. I did point out that we have a lot of tournaments here monthly, and they said they might actually need to travel. It's way closer for them.
Yeah, it's way closer, and it's still it's a long.
And
And
it's-
that's the thing
and
is
it's a new
that now
scene.
we're getting more tables. We can afford to actually have more people in our tournaments. They
Exactly.
should definitely send them an invite. Hey man, we're
Already
having
was.
a tournament.
we already.
No,
way
I
ahead
know
of
you-
you.
I know you
Way
guys are.
ahead
I'm
of
saying
you.
Oh, I've
like,
been networking
we
the hell out of
can
that.
officially reach out. Like, hey, if you
No.
watch our show, get them to watch our show. Come down, see us, hang out, play Warhammer. No, seriously, like we need more viewers. It's ridiculous. Like I think most of our episodes have about 10, 15 views.
Maybe if we get more viewers, they'll find all the dropped frames.
That's true.
That's it. We got to start streaming games.
I mean, it keeps going back up.
We could do that. Like,
I'm 100% down for streaming the games.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that'd be fun. I've
Well,
streamed some in the past.
We're definitely working on getting it set up
Oh, yeah, I
that
remember.
we can like do stuff like that because we want to do like when you do our store championships, When we're
the
going to be
final
doing,
table.
yeah, when
Yeah,
we're
when's
going to
that
be
happening?
doing,
What for?
oh, for Warhammer, I don't know. Yeah, when is that happening?
Probably when I'm out to sea.
Probably.
Well, one for him to leave.
Hell
But
yeah.
like when we're doing our store showdowns and whatnot for like Star Wars or something like that, if we're doing the win a box like tournament of champions things like that, we want to start doing that, and we definitely going to have more space and more room to do it once we kind of get things set up and situated that we can actually have a streaming location for those things. Because I know a lot of the places that we've been for these big tournaments have a dedicated table that is for
It's
the streaming.
table, yeah.
So it's like table 1 is the dedicated
'cause I got
table,
that
and if you
account
end
as
up
well.
on that table, hey,
They
congratulations,
have that whole
you're going to be on
streaming
our
section in
stream.
the back.
Well, yeah,
And I
but
think
they
that
have
that honestly would actually
the
get a
room.
lot of
Yeah,
viewership
Yeah, that's what I'm
too.
saying. They have like a little table.
I think that would get a lot of viewership for us too, because we can advertise about the tournaments well in advance, put it out on our shows, socials, put it down in the doobly doo, which I've noticed that certain somebody is still not putting like links and things like that in the doobly doo.
I'm not the one that does it.
I know. But it's literally just links to
Oh,
all
got
of
him.
our socials and whatnot. You can find it in our descriptions down below.
Labels.
But yeah, like I think advertising it, getting our name out there. I know for the Star Wars tournament, the 5K weekend that we're doing, we have paid for advertisement. We are pushing the ads on like Facebook and Instagram and Twitter.
Well, I know if you do a big GT for Warhammer, you should reach out to
Away gaming.
Away Gaming for sure.
Yeah.
But if you want to go for the streaming route, you gotta go for like the big man himself who goes out and does the travel for all those GTs and stuff.
Oh,
What's the name?
What's his name? I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. Wargaming Live.
I don't remember his name.
No, yeah, it's but it is Wargaming Live.
Yeah.
He's a dude that travels around and just sets up for multi-day tournaments and everything.
That's
only
sick.
for GTs. And he has all of his own gear. He just
Yeah.
camps out. He connects with you and everything else.
Yeah.
And he just streams on his own channel with like a couple.
so he's got
thousand
like a
people.
mobile streaming setup.
Yeah.
Yes.
That'd be sick.
He has like his own little table that he sets up and actually has like the cameras that like slide around. He has all the layouts.
Oh,
and
so you can
everything.
set them up so they don't
Dude,
work.
it's awesome. It's like the
That's
coolest
sick.
shit.
I will say we are reaching the point now with our RTTs. If we cap out for this Sunday, dude, I may have to close the store down to other people because
Just
we're gonna
because of how
have a
many
lot
people?
of Warhammer.
Bro, I
Dude,
also hate
that's
Pokemon
9
players.
tables. I hate kids. Yeah.
What's the
The opinions shown on this
Yeah,
show
it's-
are not the
Not
opinions of Deep Dive Games LLC.
No, but I mean we
A lot
are
of the
pushing
guys
this
that
point.
were at
Yeah,
those awesome.
no, I get you.
Yeah.
We're also featured.
I mean, if you
because
think
a lot
about
of them,
it,
on the
like-
cards and stickers.
They were just.
I noticed
featured, one of
Lindsay
them
was
one of
actually
the
here
people
earlier.
that is, like,
Our
in the
one second, guys.
studio. Like he
Um,
runs the studio.
our Pokemon League organizer Lindsay was actually here. Somebody ordered food.
Order food.
Food. Nathan, food. Get up and get it because you can't have food over there.
Magic team, am I right?
I know, right? The Magic Team
God.
players not paying attention, so busy focused on Magic.
What did you expect? Stop yelling
I
at me.
expected more time.
You're never.
We
getting
cannot discuss, nor will we discuss what happened with the Lorcana team.
I love Disney.
Nothing happens in Bog Sing Se.
Nah, there
There
is
is
no war
no
in
war
war.
on Bog Sing
Not
Se.
a gap.
Get the goddamn food off the table.
Fine, it's in the box.
Fix it. Oh, correct.
Go fix it. It's your job.
Okay.
Correct him.
All right, I'll go bully people.
Bully the Magic
It's like
players.
the perfect size for you.
Yeah, that's actually kind of true. That's really fun.
What?
That.
Oh, that? Well, yeah, because it's friggin' Legolas's knife.
So for our homies back home, our lovely employees are donning weapons.
I mean, our loveliest employee.
Yeah.
Let's face it, because I'm ugly
Oh,
and
so the
he's
only-
fat. So.
Taking it over here, though. I promise I'm not stealing it.
I am. Boy, Dark gotta get what you get.
Wow.
I gotta get them recruits, man.
Same with Divas, man.
Is it a thing?
What?
No, it's almost 7:30 and I'm only streaming until 8, so.
You just better figure out these next
I
30
guess we
minutes
better
real
figure out
fast.
the next 30 minutes.
You better start rolling to see what happens. We're already in the D&D con.
Yeah,
Hell
fair.
yeah! Somebody give me a dice box. I'll start doing random.
Gullstaff, you have now entered the door to the north.
Dude, we could have played a whole combat patrol game
Oh, easily.
easily. Nah, all the stats are different. They don't balance combat patrols.
No, they don't. Bro, the new Space Wolves Combat Patrol is kind of broken because the battle leader
Yeah.
from the new box,
Yeah.
they made him a named character in the Combat Patrol.
I think they all get named. Like
Yes.
all your heroes that usually come in the combat
It
patrol get
also-
named one way or another.
Yeah, but he's like a specific name that is like he's basically Ragnar with abilities and stuff in the Combat Patrol.
Hell?
I mean, it's bad enough they have an apothecary priest.
And I got 2 of them.
Speaking of them, not Space Wolves, but priests.
Yeah.
Bailiff, smack his pee.
I found it funny that the Garot Mist detachment for the Knights only allow you to take Tech Priest Dominuses and Manipulatuses, but you're not allowed to take Engine Seers.
Because they're
What do the
Too
engine
low
seers
level.
do?
Because Engine Seers literally do everything that the Garot Mist detachment enhancement gives the Dominus or the Manipulus. By their nature.
too easy.
That's what they do.
it's too easy. Because I'd have to look at it and be like, oh, I gotta change the rules on this. Nah.
So what do all the tech priests give? One gives
One gives
lethals,
lethals.
one gives a pinball, right?
No.
The one that gives lethals has a 1 time per game. It can pop before a bimble in any phase. It's the
Okay.
same one.
Okay.
The other one gives you crit 5s.
It adds if you're talking about the Manipulus.
No, the Dominus.
The Dominus.
Dominus is the fat one, right?
No, that's Manipulus.
Okay.
So the Manipulus, because that's the one that I was basically using when I had.
Manipulus is the one that gets you the lethal hits.
Right, gives you the lethal hits in the 4-up.
Okay.
Dominus is the one that has the weird vehicle mortal strength.
Yeah, something like
And
that.
it does.
His engine seer or his tech priest axe. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
and-
Axe of the Omnicide.
If he's around a vehicle, it gains dead wounds or something.
It just does more
Something
damage.
dumb. It's
So they changed the Iron Priest for the Space Wolves.
yeah, because now they steal a model.
No. The Iron Priest is the tech priest specific to.
Oh,
So instead of giving, instead of healing and +1 to hit, he gives your vehicle rapid fire.
oh, sorry, world leader player now.
Yeah. So my Gladius
Rapid
gets
fire what?
1, but it's still rapid fire on any big gun.
Sure.
Hey, I'm
I
in
mean, it's
half
really good for the
range.
laser
Hey, I
destructors.
get another shot.
It's good for the laser destructors where you get like now it's 4 shots.
Or like Gladius Lancer, where it's 1 shot. Oh no, I get 2
And
now.
you still get Oath of Moment with that,
Uh-huh.
right?
So
But you don't get coded compliant. You just get the full
I
reroll.
just get the full reroll to hit, not wound.
Oh no, we'll never recover.
Oh no.
Oh,
we'll
no,
never
strength 14
financially
gun.
recover.
I-
Oh no, Oath with sustains with your sagas.
Yes.
Yes. Sustains and
Hey,
lethals.
there's that.
They are here. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Oh, that's not Ash.
That's not Ash.
Who that?
I don't know.
I have
From
no
the glare, it
idea.
looks like Ash.
I don't
It's
know.
not Ash.
That's not Ash. Not dark enough.
Oh, whatever.
No, I have a feeling we're not going to be doing any D&D talk, which is unfortunate because the D&D show is actually doing really well.
Is
Like
it?
it's
That's good.
gotten it's gotten a lot of views. It's the most watched show that we have on our channel.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
because a
awesome.
good D&D
It's also
show
like one of
is
the only
pretty-
shows on the channel now.
Well,
It's
it's
pretty good.
that show and this show.
This. Remember
But-
swabbing decks?
I do remember swabbing decks and
Pepperidge Farm
I
remembers.
remember never streaming it.
I remember. You remember Julian?
I remember.
I remember.
You remember Julian?
I have a great question that's gonna suck for you.
Oh no.
Oh, I love this.
What are you doing the Crusade again? You little cat wrangler. You.
All right,
Time to go.
Custom
Tyler.
trail.
Honestly, I have no idea. I genuinely have no idea.
Right. I think
I will not
honestly, the biggest issue that we had with it the last go around was literally just that it was open to way too many people,
Well, it was.
and there were no like designated like times when people had to do their matches.
So it was that. It was also on top of that we had what 3, 4 new people that had never played before.
Yeah, so it was
and
like
they all got wrong information from one source.
yes,
Yes.
That
Yes.
also did not help.
yes.
Yes.
There's a lot of conflicting information going out. It was like every other week. It
No,
was
you cannot.
just teaching.
That's why I said it how I said it.
Yeah,
Yes,
every
we
it was
do
a lot
not
of teaching
specify and call out certain individuals.
So
people.
The
That's
long,
different.
the
That's
long and the short
different.
of it, the long and the
It's
short of it,
different.
I would
Yes, it's
love
different.
because I actually enjoyed doing the
Crusade was fun.
It was
Crusade
fun.
is fun.
It was fun.
I
Oh,
love
no.
the idea of like
You
upgrading.
never get-
I love
credits and
getting
whatnot.
my great unclean one with a 4-up Fiona Pain down to 1 wound from James and 1 melee phase.
Oh, that's great.
Now that I got Chaos Knights and started like working on those, dude, their Crusade rules are awesome.
Oh yeah, Chaos Knights are cool.
They're
Yeah,
so
that was the
cool.
other thing is that like I had no
I
special
can play Space
rules.
Wolves because I actually have a codex now.
Weird, right?
Oh my gosh. I would
But,
have used both codexes though.
No, I really enjoyed it. Like I said, I think
think
the
it'll be
main
fun.
reason why it just didn't really work that well was there was just too many conflicting informations. I feel like a lot of it had to do with like, well, this person doesn't want to play that person, it doesn't want to play that person, this
And-
person doesn't want to play that person. Now you got to figure out. It's like, dude,
Well, and it's
stop.
and the scheduling of well, I can do this one day or I can do it in 2 weeks.
You know what we
Right.
have to do before we leave? You gotta do a 3K game.
Oh, absolutely. I will bring 10 greater demons.
I will bring 80 Creek.
I'll bring 10 greater demons.
I will bring
That's
all.
3K.
I'll bring 80 Death Core
Each of your turns are all going to be like 3 hours long.
No, his turns. I'm running 10 greater demons.
I'm not gonna be shooting for most of my stuff.
God, what would I run it if I was
If
doing
you're
a
3K,
3K?
bro.
Nice.
No, what we should do
8 big nights.
if we can before I go, do a Storm Armageddon. Chaos vs Imperium.
My God.
And just do it on the floor.
Do you
right here.
realize how crazy 3K games are? Because they have a completely different rule set.
Oh, they're completely
They don't have layout. They don't operate on the same layouts because they don't use the same map size. We do.
No, they're bigger. Yeah.
Yeah, just less terrain.
Yeah, it's less terrain on a bigger map.
It
And,
actually sounds advantageous.
and
to
there's
me.
no secondaries.
It's just kill.
That sounds even more like
Yeah, it's
advantageous for me.
No, we should. I honestly would love to do an Armageddon game, even if it's just like Imperium.
We're gonna
versus
get Wyatt.
Chaos.
He's gonna show up with his 4 Bane blades.
Oh, my buddy Tyler on the boat has a Baneblade too.
I'll just show
A
up
whole
with, like,
Bane blade
12
attachment just hanging
I'll
out.
show up with 12 armigers and like 8 big knights behind them.
Yeah.
Radis Rex. Yeah.
Hey, you're gonna make hits so you don't take as many wounds. Hey, you're gonna have
Well, no,
lethals on your
so
attacks.
we have to do it where
Tyler shows up with all his Tams.
we have to do it where we can only have one like epic hero
Yeah, like how I was telling you about for
per
the,
side.
yeah. So for other people, a lot of like the grouped up, strategized, planned out APOC games,
Yeah.
you actually have to join like a community.
Yep.
Usually community Discord, everything.
Yeah.
And everything's laid out. Then everybody gets like a vote, and
Basically, yeah.
each people can more or less because you're only allowed one epic hero,
Sure.
only one named person. You're gonna only be one of that person that's there.
Right.
Obviously.
Obviously.
You can't have like 3 lions running.
3
around.
Bellicors.
Right.
Yeah.
No, that makes sense.
Unless you're Zinch demon and you're saying like, yeah, I got changelings, you just stare at somebody. Is it a changeling?
Is
it a changeling?
Yeah.
But that'd be funny.
No, you just play the Alpha Legion.
Yeah.
Or that.
That's so funny though. And
yeah,
they just
so.
do that.
He is Alpharius. No, he is Alpharius.
And I don't think there's
He's a
actually a
Megon.
cap to the amount of stuff you're allowed to bring. If anything, they tell you to bring as many points as
They
possible.
so Brunswick is actually doing an Armageddon game this weekend, and all they said was bring as many points as you have of whatever army you want to bring, and
That's
they'll
insane.
figure out epic heroes.
I don't think I even have like
I thought about
enough
bringing
knights.
well,
Yeah, just bring what you can.
So if I don't do a tournament this weekend, I'm literally gonna go do that and just bring demons.
Saturday? It's gonna be an all day thing. That might even be 2 days.
It is 2 days.
Oh, that means you missed the tournament on Saturday.
That's
or
what I'm
Sunday.
saying.
Oh,
If I don't do a tournament this weekend.
gotcha. Couldn't have planned it worse. Should have done it next weekend.
Because it doesn't matter.
Yeah. We'll be gone in
Oh, yeah.
Monte Springs.
Yeah. No, I mean I actually didn't mind that area going down that way.
How about that?
There's a really great Chinese buffet down there.
Hot pot.
Hot pot. Hot pot
Oh yeah,
again.
the hot pot was really good.
And well, every time we do counterspell, we always go to dinner at Hot Pot. That's
so
like our
good.
that's our
It's like
ritual.
a tradition.
That's our ritual. Yeah.
It's so funny. It's so good.
I'll tell you what though.
What do you mean you can't see people that? You can't tell when he's trying to see.
How?
Your setup is weird.
Yeah. I'm sure I can. Like, I'm sure I have an option up here somewhere to like see
Users in chat, that button right there.
users. There's literally no one.
Hell yeah.
We have no one right
Yeah, I
No.
think so.
I mean, that usually happens though. Like, like I said, each of these episodes usually gets about 20 to 30 views by the end of the week.
Oh,
After it does. That's what I was saying. Like, the D&D show is actually the best show that we have on our channel. I really
makes
wish
sense,
we could
yeah.
get it out there more and make it a little bit more popular. I think really. And I wanted to talk to them about it, like how they're doing and whatnot, because it's a lot of like new
Are they just not
players.
showing up, or they haven't responded or anything? Oh, they're just
They,
late.
so we had 4 people agree. I don't know which 4 people it was.
okay.
Said that they would show up to sit in on the show because we're doing a big special. It's our 20th episode. I figured that was a nice little mile marker. Because I mean, I've been doing every episode. I've been here every single episode.
That sucks.
And it's like, I enjoy doing this. That's the thing is, like,
Yeah.
even if we don't get a whole lot of viewers, I'm actually enjoying doing this. And I try to get people to come and watch and send links on Facebooks and whatnot. And I send links out in Discords and whatnot, hoping that we'll get some viewership. Because the biggest thing is that, like, I try to promote other stuff that's going on at the store. And one of the big things that we try to promote is the D&D show.
Yeah.
Because you can watch the progression from episode 1 to the most recent episode and see the quality improve.
Yeah.
The
You get to see
knowledge
development.
improve. You see the players develop. You see the game getting smoother, more entertaining and whatnot. The first episode had 130 views. The last episode had about as many, and it's super popular. Are they almost here? On the
I don't
way?
know. I haven't heard from him.
Honestly,
Figured I'll
well,
jump in.
I mean, come closer.
Yo, it's Big
Not
B,
exactly in
Braden
frame.
himself.
I mean, he's the dungeon master. So, might as well. I mean, you guys want to sit in and talk and chat
Yeah,
about D&D?
sure, why not?
Awesome.
That's fine.
Al used to be in one of my D&D games,
Absolutely.
and then he flaked out on me like a loser.
Yeah, crazy. But I went out to see him.
Played
on
one
the water.
D&D game,
Oh, I guess I'll go sit over
and
there.
I stole
Yeah,
a bag of bacon.
Stole
I stole a bag of bacon in D&D. And then I died on a rooftop.
He hated my AC in our game.
No,
I
God,
love
you're.
I was
you're
AC
freaking
20. I was a
savage.
forged
That's
dwarf.
ridiculous.
A forged. No. I was a forged cleric dwarf. And he's like, "Does a 19 hit?" I was like, "No."
Does a 22 hit?
Just more
No, you need a 23.
In our last
You're
session,
doing
at
the
one
steel
point, somebody
core?
said, "Does 27 hit?" They were like, "Surprisingly, yes."
I love the
You're
surprising
doing the steel core, the metal core.
No,
Warforged.
no, I was doing a freaking forged cleric.
Forged domain
Oh,
cleric.
Forged Domain Cleric.
So I literally,
yeah.
I could make all my own armor. I could touch something, and it became
Enchanted.
a magic weapon, or armor. So I had steel plate, and I was like, cool, it's a 19 steel plate.
You literally sound
And
like
cleric, so,
Yeah.
you know, blessing.
this sounds like the definition of
Shield.
like you walk into the signs
Shield
and
of
it says
faith.
bless this mess.
Oh yeah, there was one point where I took a one dip into wizard just so I could cast shield, and I had an AC of 28.
Yes.
That's
You're
stupid.
rivaling
Like adult dragons.
Literally, the things that could hit him would murder everybody else.
What was your HP?
Like 40. We only got to like I think I only got to
That
like
was
level
during
7.
that was during our survival campaign where
Yeah.
we were doing really hardcore play.
Let me guess,
So
did you
like
survive?
healing was limited, meaning so the old editions of D&D, you did not heal to full hit points when you long rested.
Yep.
Right. A long rest was literally I'm gonna spend a week sleeping and eating in a bed.
Yeah.
So
Same.
you only
Cleric.
healed every time you slept.
Same.
You only healed your level plus your Constitution modifier and hit points.
So like a level 10 fighter is like Mike Tyson.
Yes. But as a cleric, I would just I wouldn't heal at all the entire session, and at the very end, I was like, "Cool, heal
The
everybody
joke is
and long
slowly
rest one
becoming
day."
true.
Because then I
We're
get my
getting
spell
more
slots
and more
back.
deliberate
He was like,
people
"This is
fighting."
not okay."
But it was meant to be like a meat grinder. It was meant to be much more lethal. We had encumbrance rules. We had food and water rules. You know, for
Yeah.
starvation. We
Yeah.
had slow healing, extended resting.
Yeah.
So like
My
a
guys have
short
it easy.
rest.
I have a submarine that will shoot a sandwich at you if you just say the word sandwich.
Yes.
How many times
shoots
in your
a
game
sub
has
at
somebody
them?
just randomly said
A sub
sandwich?
is a sub.
3 or 4, and it's always the same guy. He comes in, he goes, "Compass, sandwich."
God, that reminds me. I'm dating myself, I know, and I'm probably the only person that's actually seen it. There is a scene in the show Red Dwarf where
I was a
Cat,
UNT Warforged.
the character Cat,
Forge player.
literally goes up to the food dispensary and just goes, fish! And it hands him out a fish. It's like, enjoy your meal. He goes, fish! 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 He has like 6 of them, and then it goes, enjoy your meal. He goes, I will! And then walks away.
I forgot. I wasn't. I was a UNT.
500
Remember?
cigarettes.
Oh, yeah, you
Because
were
the
the
big
snake
bad
man.
boss Snake, I made a friend.
Oh my god, I had a
500
boss
cigarettes.
monster because I was kind of playing like Dark Souls, where like everything
like
was
I've
going
been
to kill
standing
you
my
if
whole
you
life
didn't
and I just
plan
sat
accordingly. I had a giant poisonous snake as one of the bosses, and I added like a template or two to it. So like buffed it up, gave it special abilities and whatnot. And he's like, "Oh yeah,
I'm a
I just
UNT.
have an ability because I'm a UNT that I can talk to snakes and befriend them."
Why'd you make it poisonous instead of venomous?
Because I was afraid they were going to chop it up and eat it.
No, because it was the first.
DMs,
No,
am I right?
100%.
If you bite me,
100%.
you're gonna regret it.
You gotta remember, this is a survival game. They had to scavenge for their own food. They ate so many monsters, so I was like,
Oh,
let's
yeah.
make it work.
Oh, okay.
Delicious and dungeon.
But yeah,
entire
That's
plot.
what I did.
But yeah, I
And
turned-
not because, in the monster manual, it's an entry called poisonous snake, not venomous snake.
But, yeah, the monster manual can be wrong. That's fine.
Yeah, like it,
That is-
that
It
happens.
was written by a man,
That's true.
just like traffic laws.
But
Big sobriety.
How's
keeping
it-
another
how's the
drunk
show
driver
going?
down.
like, in your opinion, how's the show actually going? Because I've been trying to catch up on episodes while I'm unpacking crap. I've gotten up to like episode 4 so far.
Honestly,
I
I
might
listened
be
to
a
it
little
repeating.
biased, but every session when we wrap up, I go, "That was the most fun I've ever had playing D&D." It's just every single I'm not going to give any spoilers, but like the next session we're going into, and I say this every time I'm planning a session. The next session is going to be so much fun because I'll spoil this because it's kind of it's going to happen eventually, right?
Sure.
They're not here to stop them.
So, little backstory on the world that we built. There are 12 islands on a flat Earth, as all Earths are.
Of course.
Surrounded by an ice wall.
The
And I had to
true
have
Earth.
like
As
a
all Earths
20-minute
are.
conversation with the party that said, listen, if you go to the ice wall, you can spend as much time as you want. You will find ice in the shape of a wall. So let's just squash that now.
Let's just
And
not
he-
even.
And they all were like, he's hiding something.
He's
from
hiding
us."
something.
He's hiding
Like,
something.
I
Where's the
swear
door?
I
It's
know.
a Gartha.
Is it the wall in the north, like Game of Thrones?
Yes, but everywhere. But anyway,
everywhere.
12 islands.
Yeah.
Each island has its own god, its own theocratic system, its own, like sometimes an oligarchy, different political systems, right? One of the islands it belongs to the deity of chaos.
Yeah.
And that island doesn't have a city. It has an epicenter that is a casino called the Will of the Whimsical, which is ran by a beholder whose name is Xanthar the Ever-Awesome. I think is his name, or Zorax the Ever, something like that. But the Ever-Awesome is his name. He's like a dude bro. But we're going to be heading there soon. And so my party's going to get to gamble. And I told him, I was like, how much? I said, before we go into this place, how long are you guys going to spend just gambling? And they said, yes. So,
Yes.
Oh, that's the best answer.
Bro, I'm either leaving there with new
I
pants
mean,
or without
honestly,
any-
sometimes that's the best way to kind of get parties hooked into another part of the adventure is like, oh, I'm gonna gamble away. Oh,
dang
you're
it.
now in debt,
dang it.
and so now you have to either
that's the
pay your
thing.
debt.
One of the party members is it's a 13-year-old boy.
Ah.
Right? Our bard
Yeah,
is a
Bird.
13-year-old boy who has been sold as a ward to one of the other party members because their parents are in too much debt to the beholder. So they were like, the beholder was like, hey, you got to earn your money back, but you're not leaving. I was like, well, send the boy.
That's
Send the
amazing.
boy.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Let the boy watch.
So
What did
two
you
of the
do in
people
D&D
the
today?
campaign,
Today I got a job.
are a tiefling sorcerer, or sorry, a tiefling cleric, and our bard, which are, again, the bard is a ward to the tiefling. So they take them on
That's
like,
hilarious.
yeah, and the rest of the party, of course, every time they go into the tavern, they're like, bird, liquor.
Drink.
Sandwich.
In the last session, they adopted a small orc child because I have a 7-foot half orc rogue which makes perfect sense.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And
You don't
they
see
went
me.
into an orphanage. He looks down because I was basically they were solving a mystery. It was like a whodunit.
Yeah.
And as they got clues, I would send distractions their way to try to prevent them from solving the mystery.
Okay.
Well, this orc uncovers a clue, and then tugging at his pant leg is a tiny version of him that goes pop pop, and he was like, "This is my son
This
now."
is my son.
Yep, he is mine.
I was like, "Okay, that was meant to be a distraction, but he's now an NPC in the
Let's go.
in the campaign."
Dude, I love it when party members adopt NPCs.
Well,
So
he was.
great.
They were like, the whole group was like, when this child dies, we rage. And I was like, okay, fine. The child has like Batman level plot armor. He will be safe. So he rides on the shoulders.
will be
He's
launched
got
out of the
plastic
sub.
daggers.
Launch him like the sandwich.
Real quick, we actually have a chatter, which is amazing. Thanks for joining us, Spagoot.
Let's go.
Tyler needs to admit the BM of bringing Canis Rex in a guard list.
It is.
It is
Absolute
It is
the
cancerous.
rudest shit.
It is cancerous.
I'm assuming he meant to say BS.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Probably.
I thought bitch move.
Or that. Or
Or
that.
that
I mean,
would work.
So it is cancerous as heck.
It is.
But it is such a good if
So,
you want to have a
Are you ready
fun
to hear the
list.
layers? Because I told you like what you get. I already see the rest of the comparison bullshit.
Sure.
Okay, so you know how Lehman Russ tankers exist and usually just kills things?
Yeah.
Shut up. Shut up.
So the regular Lehman Russ battle tank, the one that gets 0-1s all the time, 4 rolls when you're on objective markers, really, really good and combined.
Yeah.
Lethal hits all day. 180 points.
Sure.
Canis Rex is 2 Lehman Russ battle tanks and 10 points. That is the lamest shit ever. For the sole reason of it's literally 2 Lehman Russ battle tanks for the wounds, the same toughness, worse save, but you don't have to try.
And in the Knights detachment, it has a funeral pain because that's what everyone's gonna
No,
run
but
it.
specifically in the
In
guard,
guard-
in guard,
in
it's
guard, it's
gross.
dumb.
Because guard always is like the okay, all my shit's cheap. Everybody agrees
I'm gonna
all my shit's
spam
Well,
everything.
it also gives you melee in guard, which is what you lack.
Yeah, besides like the horses.
Oh my
Horses
God.
for life, by the way.
Horses for life.
Freedom's Fist
It's
is
so
such a, or
but-
the chain breaker is so.
Everybody
Yes.
agrees that guard things are always super cheap. I agree. The main thing you always have to remember, there's also like a couple hundred points I have to bring in order to make it any amount as okay as good as anybody else's shit. Because you always have to remember, yeah, I had this cool thing. Shoots on 4s. I have to put more effort to make him shoot.
Oh look, when he shoots stealth, it's 5.
Yeah. So stealth is my worst enemy ever if I don't have orders. But
Yes.
Canis Rex hits on 2s all the time. He moves good. He's tough as shit because he has a ton of wounds. He goes through walls.
Crits on a 5.
Crits on
Crits on
5.
5.
He just does everything he needs to do without any of the effort to go into it.
Guard is committing tax fraud so they can afford the absolute unit of Rex.
And not only are they definitely doing that,
They're doing it efficiently.
they also do it efficiently enough that I. So the list that I brought to Valdosta, which came in 19th,
19th.
thanks for lowering me, I guess. I dropped 2 Lehman Russ battle tanks and Gaunt's Ghost, which is like my uppy downy, like super cool scout dudes. Love them to death, they're awesome.
Right.
And for that, I put in Canis Rex, the whole shebang, a 5-man rack of horses, which statistically can kill an armature without even thinking about it by accident. It's AP4 in melee. And a Tech Priest Engine Seer, which gives my Rogal Thorns 4-up imballs and heals them.
Gross.
So I traded 3 units for 3 units that are also still good and Canis Rex. That will do heavy lifting in every form of combat, and he goes through walls like the Kool-Aid Man.
Oh, he just busts through. He
And he
doesn't
literally
care.
walks out like the craziest NBA 2K game ever, breaks everybody's ankles, and then leaves.
And says, cool, I'm gonna go screw him up now.
And if you pull, bring it down, and assassinate, and you go through the hard times of finally killing Canis Rex, you don't get the
You
points
don't
unless you
get the
kill
points
the
unless
fucking
you
loser
kill-
that dumps out.
Sir Hector, which is
So
my
rude.
favorite part of that. It's just
So
such
rude.
a it's such a spit in the face.
Oh, it is
Absolutely.
It is the rudest thing. Now the only, and this is an argument, but it's not like an argument. It's like, yeah, you could shoot me, but like you could also do whatever else you want. I'm still getting like hit by something. It's like, yeah, you can. You have to go by transport rules with it. So if you surround it, there's a chance he might just die anyways just due to game state.
Right.
Like very few things besides like nids or spam orcs, T-sons, goats. and
Bro, the
guard, but
new
like just
T-Suns
straight
are
infantry
cracked.
are the only ones that just allow you to just straight kill them.
Hey, where were
like-
you like an hour ago when we were actually talking about
I
all
know,
this?
right?
Russ Saints and Canis is just Daniel versus Core Daniel.
And that is agreeable.
What do you say?
He said Russ Tanks versus Canis Rex
And
is just,
Canis Rex is just
just
Daniel,
Daniel versus Cool
versus
Daniel.
Cool Daniel.
and I agree.
That's fair. 100% fair.
On a side note, I stand by all the Vindicators in the game all being D6 plus 1 shots. They're being spammed
Yes.
way too much.
D6 plus 3
Guard
is
lost them.
stupid.
The D6 plus 3, the D6 plus 1. Showed them 4. Whatever, sure. Guard logic. Don't care about that. But everything should be D6 plus 1.
I agree with that.
I don't think the first whatever Marine list, Chaos Space Marine, regular Marine should be like double Vindicator and then the rest.
Yeah.
Super lane, they all hit on 3s. Don't care about the actuating part, but they're all D6 plus 3. And the rest of it's still the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even the Doomsday Arcs are a D6 plus 1.
Yep. Yeah, but they're strength 18.
Yeah, AP 4, flat 4.
All right. So we got about 7 minutes left in the stream. Unfortunately, our D&D players are just not going to show
On a
up.
side note, I will be an asshole and still run.
Sure.
Because
I mean, you do. That's what you do.
no, I don't want to ride this thing, but what I will say is that it will have to stay this way until they change it, or until I get bored and just bring 30 horses. It's way
I mean,
funny.
that's fair.
Oh, I love your 30 horse list.
Yeah, it's so funny. So we already did a lot of the announcements of like stuff coming up in the store. I am actually looking forward to getting to the episode where you are doing the murder mystery because you and I actually sat down and talked a lot about it. But what I was telling these guys before we sat down was I've definitely seen viewership is really good on that show for our channel. And I love watching the progression of like it improving every episode. Every episode feels like it's getting better and
I'll
better.
say
and better.
every session.
Yeah,
Because we can't
session, right.
So each session has been like 3 to 4 episodes.
Right.
And so it kind of stagnates because I can only get so good.
Yeah.
You know. But I swear the chemistry that the group has and like the humor and stuff like that, the only reason this isn't a very, very popular D&D show, in my opinion, is the production quality.
Sure.
Is because I just don't have the money for it.
Right.
Right? But
I mean,
if
you're
we
not
can-
gonna be a big time show live play show like a lot of these other channels out there. I mean, but all of those channels had to start somewhere.
Right, and I love like we have a lot of fun together. We have really good chemistry, like I said. But like the way that we're funding it is through the Patreon and through the viewers and
Right,
stuff like that.
right. Which is honestly why I try to plug it every episode. I try to plug.
Oh,
Hey,
and it's like we're getting more.
Yeah.
So the cool thing is that the Patreon subscribers get to name NPCs,
Right.
create magic items, get behind the scenes. looks
Hell
and stuff.
yeah,
That's
that's
cool.
cool.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
That's actually super sick.
honestly, I want to Patreon for it just because I want to take some of my personal like NPCs that I use in all of my games and just randomly throw them
Yeah.
into your game.
Well, we have one NPC coming up soon that I don't want to spoil anything, but
Yeah.
keep your ears peeled for the special ability that this NPC has. And then like the magic item we got from one of our Patreon subscribers. They gave us a notebook that once per day you can write the name of a spell, changing one letter. And I interpret as the DM what that
What that
does.
means.
Yeah. And so somebody did Witchlight. Or is it Witchlight? Yeah, they cast Witchlight. But they changed it to Watchlight. And so, or
Witchbolt.
Witchbolt. Thank you.
Yeah.
They changed it to
Watchbolt.
Watchbolt. And I was like, I think that you sit down and you watch the Disney movie Bolt together. Like that's, I don't know what else
Bro,
that would
that's
mean.
hilarious.
Bro, I just conjured a TV.
I would have literally just had just a clock freaking
Al,
smacking
just
the guy
the,
in
the
the
hand
head.
thing.
Yeah, somebody getting hit with a watch or something like
Yeah.
that. But
A pocket watch.
Face.
yeah.
Sock watch.
Finally, my
The
first.
world's
there's-
worst
I mean,
superhero.
There's a ton of good interactions. We had,
Yeah.
like I said, I put up an Instagram reel the other day. One of the guys, he found a sword that deals necrotic damage.
Yeah.
And out of nowhere, he just starts calling it the Necro Sword, which is a cool name, but it
Makes
wasn't
sense.
named, and it's a
Right.
pretty mediocre
And now
weapon,
it
to
is.
be
Sure.
honest. But he's like, yeah, and I whip out the Necro Sword, and one of our other guys is sitting there, and you can see in the video that he's like sitting here like this, and like 30 seconds goes by, and he leans in and he goes, the fuck is a Necro Sword? And then he goes, "Oh, I just named it the Necro Sword." And he goes, "We could just name our weapons."
We could just name
And so they
things.
all go off.
That's how
naming
name-
their
That's
weapons.
amazing.
That's how things
That's
get named.
amazing.
You
I
just
love
name it.
that.
And they're
It's
like,
not that
"Oh,
hard, champ.
Well, he is a Leonin barbarian, so when he
Right.
rages, his claws lengthen. And he goes, "The long claws." Right?
That's freaking
One person's
cool.
like, "My sword is called my front sword or my front tail," which is a dick joke. And then Bird, the 13-year-old,
It's a short sword.
the 13-year-old bard,
It's a Dirk.
goes, I got big bird energy. And then I, as the DM, I don't have a camera on me. I have a face for radio. So I say from the background, I go thunder and lightning. And then Bird goes, "Yeah, we got thunder." She got a list. "We got thunder and lightning, and here comes your boom." That's what she does. Which, of course, is
that's
what we
amazing.
named the episode after that. Here comes the boom.
That's amazing.
I've seen that in the thing, and I'm so looking forward to watching it.
It's pretty good.
Oh, I thought of the idea of the shield of harming.
What's
Where
that?
it's a shield that has you hold it from this side, it has spikes. For only
They
the
go
user's
that way. I love my tattoo artist.
and it
Ryan,
causes rage.
He came up with the arrow of healing. So you
You
shoot
have
an
to
arrow.
shoot
at
him,
something.
deal damage, and then heal him.
Yes, you deal 1d6 damage and then heal 1d6. So it's a gamble.
Yeah.
Yep. I like
I've
things
heard of
that,
that one.
I like things that are completely useless.
Yeah.
So like for me, I have the gauntlets of the pugilist, is what I call them. So it is a set of gauntlets that, in my mind, are like I think the Iron Fist or the
Yeah.
what is the not Iron Fist, but the dude that's got the metal arms. You know what I'm talking about? Anyway.
Oh,
it's-
man with the iron fist.
Yeah, the man with the iron fists. Yeah. Think like that. But they make your unarmed attacks stronger, which you no longer have because you're armed.
Because they're not armed.
I think my second favorite thing I've seen similar to that was the ring of visibility. And it just makes glasses appear in your face. And then you can't see. Because it's the wrong prescription.
That's funny.
Oh, there was one that I saw. I forget what it's actually named, but I think it's like I want to say it's like the meteorology meteorite, and it's literally just a
It guesses
rock.
the weather wrong.
It has a rock. It's a rock, and it said
If it's wet, it's
if
raining.
it's wet, it's raining. If it's warm, it's sunning.
Yeah. Seen that. I've just seen that in real life.
Yeah.
It's like freaking Mean Girls at the very end.
Yeah.
When she's doing
There's a
the weather.
60% chance it's raining right now. As she's getting rained on.
Oh, that's funny.
Tyler, let them know about the Polaris Lance and the cooking of 5 bugs at once.
The Polaris
I have no idea.
I got nothing.
Sounds like you need to come back next week
Sounds like I need to get asked again.
And
This is the
talk-
first time I've been asked.
and talk about how the tournament went this weekend.
I'm not gonna lie, and feel free to shut me down. This seems to me like a much more fun format for the show.
I agree.
I mean, honestly, that's kind of what I've always wanted.
My
for
only
the show,
argument
was
so
to
far
have
is
a
that I
bunch of
realized that my
guests on
shorts
and
are
we
like
just
flesh
talk
colored.
about
so
it.
I'm not
Even
wearing
have you ever
pants at
seen it's called like a podcast but outside or whatever, where they just set a chair open and anybody can come sit
Oh
down?
yeah, I've seen.
What if you just always have a chair?
all? We do the thing where it's a guy throwing
I
snowballs.
mean,
and people
seriously,
turn around really
I
fast and do the interview.
don't mind that idea, really, because like like I said, I like having a co-host and we just bouncing stuff off each other. That's fun, but at the same time, the absolute chaos that is introducing things like McLovin.
Yeah.
Like I like the
know
idea of
what
having
he's talking
guests, and
about.
that's always what I kind of wanted for the show was to have more guests on and actually
Right.
talk about their hobbies and talk about the things that they're interested in and the nerd stuff. That's why we don't just talk about board games and card games and things like that. We also talk about movies and video
TDS.
games and things like that. What?
TDS.
And TDS, the interwebs, because, damn
AC.
them.
What?
And the AC.
And the AC.
Or lack thereof.
Yeah. Oh, but what he's talking about is there's a D&D campaign I did with my best buddy Corey, where he did a lot of specialized weapons, where you got to pick at the very beginning. He's super into Destiny, the game Destiny.
Yeah.
So he gave out exotic weapons at the very beginning, but you were stuck with them. So I picked, I think it was a scout rifle, that if you shot the same target 3 times, they would explode.
Oh,
That was just a
so it's like a
weapon.
needler from Halo.
Yeah, but it was cool because he actually gave us like these chocolate covered raisins or whatever for like motes of light. So you actually have like energy you had to burn to use some of the like the super abilities on him.
You had to keep the chocolate
Yeah.
raisins the whole campaign?
Yeah, I mean it was a one shot, so it was like,
okay.
Oh, okay, I was about to say.
like, oh man, I'm getting exhausted. I really gotta hold on it.
Gross. You just pull them out of your pocket every time you meet up.
It's like white and covered in lint.
Yeah, the gun was called the Polaris Lance, and its ability was if you ate the candy, it would trigger on the first hit instead of just that. And I spec'd hard into a gunslinger. So I was re-rolling my hits and re-rolling my damages, and I'd have somebody soften them up a little bit so I would get to bring it down. And I critted on an explosion.
Oh Jesus!
And we were in some kind of coliseum, and it just killed like 6 things
Murdered
around it. 'Cause
them
we were fighting
all.
like bug pirates.
We had a guy that shot
And I was like,
blueberries.
whoops.
Our orc. We were on a game show called Knowledge Check, where they were basically playing Jeopardy meets Family Feud.
Oh no.
For info about their campaign, right? But I have an orc who swallows scrolls. He likes to eat them because he's illiterate and doesn't know any other use for them.
Same.
And so I decided that I keep track of all of the scrolls that he's eaten. Anytime it's his turn, I roll a d20. On a nat 1 or a nat 20, one of those scrolls in his stomach will be activated. Right? Whether it's good or bad is whether it was a 1 or a 20.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. So this guy is he has to do a medicine check because one of the topics was it was basically truth or dare, where they had to reveal a secret about themselves to the campaign, or they had to do an ability check, and they had to pick the character before knowing what the check was. They chose the orc because he's pretty good at almost everything. Turns out it was a medicine check. So the game show host goes, "Help me," and chops his hand off. Right? And so
This is a threat. Help
me. And so the orc is like, what am I gonna do? Can I try to use my good berries intentionally? So he winds up shooting a good berry out of his ass into the game show host's mouth and healing him for like 5 HP, which brought his hand back. And I was like, what? Because it was an
Never in my life did a dingleberry save my hand.
Yeah, the dingleberry from the dingleberry of healing. is what
Dingle
it was.
McCringleberry.
But so now that's just a metric in the game now is randomly
Assberries?
like he has swallowed. I think he has fireball, mirror image. Like he's got all these, and I have a table where
Oh,
if
I
it's a
can't
1 or
wait
a
till
20,
Fireball goes off.
Hey,
right?
He just lives.
Well, let's hope it's on a
back to the
20.
burrito.
You shoot yourself into the ceiling. Like,
Unironically, out of character,
I think you should introduce the joke thing that I've seen before. Where it's a wizard store, but they have a clearance box of potions, and none of them have labels.
I've seen that hook.
Yeah.
One of them was
hilarious.
literally just fake glitter in a bottle.
Just glitter in a bottle.
your mouth is now shiny.
Yeah.
You have disadvantage on stealth checks if
Yeah.
you're smiling.
It's like the cinnamon challenge, but it's just glitter.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
A potion of harm.
Yeah.
It
Great-
looks like a potion of healing,
greater
but it
harming.
just actually hurts
Yeah.
you.
It's
Yeah,
a
I've seen
potion
this
of healing, but the label's upside down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't notice? You do a perception check?
That's your fault.
Potion of feeling. Everything you touch feels like a couch.
Oh, hang on. Sorry.
Is this relevant?
I was thinking of the notebook.
Wait,
You
what?
can change one letter.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do like heating touch instead of healing touch.
Man is waiting for the day he actually accidentally triggers the power word kill scroll inside and gets Thanos.
Never in my life have I not trusted a fart this much.
That's what I'm saying. He's just like sitting in the bar one time, just leans over a little too hard.
Kills the man beside him.
It's major pain all over again.
It's the. Have you seen A Million Ways to Die in the West?
Yes.
It's when they start. You see those guys? Those guys are working in the coal mines. They're eating like wings covered in hot sauce. And the dude stands up,
all they get-
farts, and his falls over and dies.
You would have your
My favorite one in that movie is the dude that gets crushed by
By
the
the ice?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that was
They
so
still use the eye.
That went so south so fast.
No, I love the.
I take my life
As
around
if
and
to
go to the
prove my
bathroom.
point. Wolves.
Bye, Mr. Mayor.
Having fun turning wolf shoes.
Isn't that also Amanda Seyfried?
I don't remember.
I also
Probably.
like the part where the old man, the funny like, oh, I came out of my pee. Back to the scrolls.
Do you know that
Squirrels. I don't
tangent, side point, whatever? Liam Neeson's character in that
Yeah.
is in that because Seth MacFarlane said something about westerns not having people with Irish accents.
Yeah.
And so Liam Neeson said, "I'll be in your movie,
Yeah.
but I get an Irish accent."
Yeah.
Because he has one.
I still like the Back to the Future reference. Like, oh yeah, there's nothing crazy happening here. He covers the car up with like a tarp. What are you doing in here?
Underrated movie.
Yeah.
No, I just like that Liam Neeson just showed up randomly in 2 of Seth MacFarlane's movies.
He rags on him along Family Guy, I'm pretty sure. I think. it
Oh,
must have some-
there's an
Yeah.
episode where Peter literally fights him.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, the Naked Gun though.
The new
So
one?
I
Yeah.
I was
I
a
watched
little
the trailer.
like leary about it, but then I watched the
You haven't
2
seen it?
trailers that they've done.
It
for
looks-
it.
You haven't seen it?
It
Oh,
looks
it looks really
hilarious.
good.
It
Try
actually
not
look-
to watch
it actually
And I
looks
love the fact
like
that
true
it's
to it.
not a remake.
No, it's a sequel.
It's
Yeah.
a sequel.
Yeah. It's a
Okay.
sequel.
Silence, it's Police
He's
Squad
playing,
business.
he's playing Liam Neeson is playing Leslie Nielsen's son. And there's a scene where he like kneels down in front of the picture of Leslie Nielsen. He's like, "I hope I make you proud, Dad." And then his partner is kneeling in front of a picture of the police chief. "I'll hope you make you proud, Dad." And they go and go and go, and then it's just a black guy kneeling in front of the picture of the black guy, and he's like, "Nope."
O.J.
It's
Simpson.
O.J. Simpson.
It's
Yeah.
O.J.
Yeah.
Simpson.
Oh, that
He's
is
just
funny.
like, nope.
You got any business for me? I don't know. How about now?
No,
So
it
good.
legitimately looks like they're gonna. It's gonna be.
Oh, I
good.
need yeah.
The trailer's looking pretty sweet.
Yeah.
I'm honestly pretty excited.
But I mean, the fact that it starts off with Liam Neeson in a Girl Scout outfit,
Yeah.
panties showing and all.
Oh god.
That's already so true.
Oh, I'm so looking forward to that movie coming out. I think that's probably going to be one of the few movies that I'm willing to go to the movie theater for.
Yeah, I think I'll go see it.
You didn't see the Minecraft movie?
No.
I mean, either.
Yeah, no desire to.
Did you see the Lord of the Rings animated movie?
Yes.
I still need to.
Oh, War of the Rohirrim. I actually saw it was in Walmart on
the-
on Blu-ray, and I was like,
Yeah.
It's worth watching.
I should pick that movie up.
I mean, a little biased. It's my favorite property
Well,
of all time.
sure.
I wouldn't know. Should we were tattoos?
Yeah, which, oh, these
yeah,
ones or that one?
I don't know.
Crazy.
This one, huh?
Or the fact that somebody just got me an
I was
album short
literally
sword.
gonna say, you just literally got you a Legacy long knife.
Crazy.
Crazy.
So when they make a Lord of the Rings card game, you're getting into that one, right?
They already
I
have.
already have
won't
it.
let myself buy any of the Lord of the Rings magic cards because I know if I buy one,
You're
I
gonna
will
buy them
have a
all.
complete set.
By the way, the problem is they're also good.
Yeah.
They're also good.
That's why I spent a lot
So,
of money on
if
that.
I could actually get my hands on it, I would love to actually get some of the starter decks from the original Decipher's Lord of the Rings game because
That would be cool,
it was
yeah.
a fun game to play.
Yeah.
It just sucks that Decipher
Well,
was
same
kind
thing
of a
with
bad company.
the Middle Earth skirmish game.
Oh, the tabletop?
Yeah,
That looks super cool.
it's.
But I know
it's
if I get
IW.
into it, I'm never into it.
Oh, I'm
It's Warhammer, but Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
yeah. I've literally looked on GW. Every time I go on, I look and I'm like, what do the prices look like?
Or the Rohirrim's right over there.
I know. I want the horse though. Iron Hill. I want Iron Hill.
Yeah. But there's certain
want
things
hobbits.
that I will not
Men
let
of
myself
Dale all day.
try because I know
Bro,
I
they
don't
just hang
have
out
the
under a
time or
dragon
money
all
to
day.
get
That's
into it.
hilarious.
Yep, that's why I haven't touched it yet.
I just recently saw a freaking meme come across my stream where
No,
it
I
was
want
a
the white hand
picture
Starlord.
of
I want the white hand. They look so cool,
They
though.
do.
it's King Theoden,
And
and he's like angry at Aragorn, sorry.
Shame.
Anyway,
Shame.
Theoden is angry at Aragorn because he said that Gondor needs its aid or whatever. And,
Gondor calls for aid.
and then Theoden's just like,
Where was Gondor when the
Where
West
was
Wall fell?
Gondor? Yeah, where was Gondor when the West Wall fell? And
Getting
it shows a
visibly
picture
unhappy.
of where Gondor is on the map and where Mordor is, and it literally just has them circled. It's like, here's Gondor, here's where all of the world's problems are. We were a little busy.
Just a little bit.
Still,
Just a smidgen.
still fighting over Osgiliath the entire movie.
Well, Osgiliath is the turning point.
Yeah.
Of, it's
Of
the
the
turning
war.
point of the war. Yeah.
It's good. Okay.
I just love,
it's
like,
not okay.
I just love how it's Minas Tirith, then it's Osgiliath.
Well, so it didn't used to be Minas Tirith. It used to be Minas Ithil.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Minas Ithil fell to Mordor, became Minas Morgul, right? And then you have the other one on the other side. So the west and the east,
Yep.
right? The two towers
I love the actually.
were.
I do like
originally-
how that's kind of done up in the books where it's not the title of the two towers is not technically referencing any specific set of towers because it could be
Well, it's the
Minas
ones in
Tirith
New
and
York
Minas
on
Morgul.
September 11th.
Oh sure.
You said you'd never
What,
forget.
I thought it was the ones in the Middle East just kind Oops.
The second Sauron. They hit the second Sauron.
But it could have been Isengard and
Yeah.
It was an intish plot.
Verador. And Verador.
But yeah, like it because it could reference all of the different multiple towers that are in Middle Earth.
Especially, yeah.
What also references the two mountains that fell whenever Encalagon the Black fell. He took out two mountains that were referred to as towers in the Calibeth.
Oh, did you hear that PJ is literally in talks with the Tolkien estate to get the rights to the Silmarillion so that he can do an actual like movie?
That would be really cool, though.
It won't happen. Christopher Tolkien said he would never let it happen.
Yeah.
His wife isn't going to let it. It's not going to happen.
Really?
Don't get your hopes up. There's a reason that the Rings of Power didn't get the rights. When you throw Amazon money at it,
And you don't get it,
still
yeah.
don't get it, they're not giving it up.
Yeah, but it's PJ. Like,
It was-
Christopher Tolkien, to my knowledge, wasn't extremely happy with what Peter Jackson did.
really?
Yeah, like that's why he said that he wouldn't let them do it to the Silmarillion. Because you have to think about the significance of the Silmarillion. That starts off as a story of Tolkien and his wife falling in love. Right. Literally on his tombstone says, "Here lies Baron and
Baron
Luthien."
Luthien, yeah.
So, like, not only are you saying, here is the storyline that my dad wrote, you're saying, here is my parents' love letter to each other.
Yeah.
Or one of my parents' love letter to the other.
My father's
It's
love letter.
basically-
Yeah, cashing out on that would be a pretty low blow to the legacy.
I mean,
So the Rings of
fair.
Power
Like,
is literally
but-
don't get me wrong, I would love it.
like 3,000 years.
But I
Done
totally get why they don't.
respectfully.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, cause like Peter Jackson, I feel like was very respectful to the source material.
Yeah, well, he had multiple experts there to keep him on track.
For the Lord of the Rings, I can't say the same about The Hobbit. I don't know enough. Like I don't know that movie just kind of for me, I felt like the superior set of the PJ trilogies was definitely the
That
Lord
is
of
the,
the Rings.
the
Oh,
predominant
absolutely.
opinion for sure.
Because
You know what hill I
I'm more
stand on?
non-realized
I think
he's not
anything
fucking
Lord of the
with
Rings
hands.
has been awesome so far.
Sure.
I liked Rings of Power. I think
Yeah.
it's an awesome show. I think it's fantastically done. As long as you don't go into it expecting the book.
Right.
Right?
As
go
long as
into
you
it
don't go
expecting,
into it.
oh, cool, I love Tolkien, fun stuff. Yay. It's awesome. If you go into it, go, I want the book, word for word. Just sit down and read the book.
Right.
What's the couch's opinion of 28 years later and that we're getting a trilogy now?
I have not
I
seen the
have
trailer.
zero
I
yet.
haven't seen the new one yet.
Haven't
I've
seen
I
the
seen
want to
28
really
days
bad.
later.
I've seen Days and Weeks.
I've seen the other
I've seen 28 weeks later.
We're getting a trilogy.
So,
after?
so yes.
28
So
years
it's going
is
to
in
be a
right now.
trilogy.
Yeah, I know. So
28 years is going to be 3 parts. Part 1 is what's out now.
Okay.
Part 2 is going to bring Cillian Murphy back as a minor character. And part 3, he's going to be the main character again.
Back to the Peaky Blinders.
I've never seen any of
By
it.
old
They're all,
Peaky
I'm not a big
Blinders.
zombie movie guy. And they're not really zombie movies.
they're like rage.
It's,
They're
it's
just
like a
crazy
rage
people.
virus.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
But they're fantastic. They're absolutely awesome.
Think of
I've heard
Infectious.
I've
the
heard
name.
mixed reviews about the most recent movie. Oh, you have seen it?
Yes, it is very good.
Cool.
I've heard mixed reviews. I've heard that it does it does kind of a pittance to the old stuff, but I've also heard that it's really good.
So wait, so the one that came out right now is technically part 1
yes,
of the trilogy?
yes.
It's weird that they're making... they're moving, whatever.
I mean, but that seems to be kind of like a popular way that they're doing a lot of movies now.
They're
is
parting
that
them
they're
up, yeah.
parting them up.
Everything single movies are gone, and 28 or 23 episodes seasons are gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 6-part series and trilogies. That's all that's left.
On a side note,
8
we're getting
episodes.
Spaceballs again.
Yeah,
I
Spaceballs 2.
am so excited
excited.
about this.
Have you guys seen interviews with Mel Brooks and stuff?
Yes,
Mel
yes.
Brooks and Dick Van Dyke, whatever they're doing in their life, I want.
I know,
Oh, yeah.
right? They are
Well,
in
and
their
he's coming
90s.
Back, he's
and
coming
they're
back
still alive.
as yogurt.
Dick
Oh,
Van
yeah,
Dyke's
no.
100
I can't wait.
Yeah, no,
and
I
was
know.
dancing on a red carpet recently.
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah.
That's
Whatever
crazy.
they're on, they need to share.
yes.
It's adrenochrome.
Yeah, it's adrenochrome.
It's adrenochrome.
No, you,
Nah, man,
no,
it's the shorts.
The fact that they're
It's
making
merchandise.
What? Oh my god. So okay, so little nerdgasm, right?
Little.
Super fan of Spaceballs. Was the best movie growing up.
Have you seen the fake Star Wars Unlimited cards?
I have seen some of them,
Yeah.
and they're hilarious.
I think it's Spaceballs.
I showed
Star
my
Wars
daughter
cards.
Spaceballs because I have
Spaceballs,
it
the
on
card
DVD.
game.
But
Spaceballs, the
you
word
can watch
flamethrower.
it. We watched it on my parents' Macs because we were watching their house for a little bit. Because I was waiting for like Amazon packages to show up. And so I just turned it on. We were watching HBO Max, and it was on HBO Max. So I was like, "Well, here, let's watch it." And she's like, "I've never seen this Star Wars movie." I'm like, "Oh, just wait, it gets better." And even she was sitting there laughing at it
That's
because
awesome.
that's how great of a. She didn't get any of the references.
But it was funny.
It's
Yeah.
fine.
But
It's
it's
like a generic
funny.
movie.
Yes. one of the most quotable
Spaceballs is the universe's Beyond set.
I love it. I love
that
it.
a Mel Brooks Universes Beyond set would go so hard.
Oh my god. I might actually
couldn't-
consider spending money on Magic
The
cards
Monty
again.
Python universes on there.
The fact
Oh, no, they already had
did
that.
a
They
secret-
already did that. They
No,
did a
if
secret
they
layer.
did Mel Brooks, they could not do Blazing Saddles.
No,
Yes,
they
you
100%
Yes,
should
you
do
can.
Blazing
They
Saddles.
should. They should.
An instant that just says where white women at.
Where white women?
Oh, boys. No, just
The
a picture
friggin',
of Clevon
Here
Little
comes
going,
Mongo.
No, no,
Candy
no.
Graham Mongo.
Clevon Little sitting there going, and isn't it a lovely morning?
How about this? An instant or a sorcery that says to tell an old family secret. My mother was Dutch.
Dutch.
You can play a card out of color.
That would be amazing.
They did it for Monty Python. They can do it again. Dude, I would like if it was like a board wipe. It was the final scene where everybody's going through all the different scenes and all the different sets, all fighting.
I work for Mel Brooks.
Yeah.
And then just
And
play
just
it. And
play
it's
it.
just a picture of the sheriff guy punching
Fourth
or
wall
the
break the card.
The fourth wall.
A tutor card was what in the wide world of sports.
No,
Oh my
kill
God.
all creatures. Just a board wipe, kill all creature spell. Beans for dinner.
I think you've had
Oh,
enough.
They
Lord.
can't tell lady.
Yeah.
Oh, what if they had when they're in the very first scene at the railroad, and it's like some bring back artifact card, and it's them just on the railroad.
How about
With
this?
Pulling the card up.
We're all tiptoeing
Make a
around the
reskin
Blazing
of-
Saddles movie, right?
Make it reskin it to Fairies Protection.
Let's
Just,
just
we
say-
ain't found shit.
We ain't found shit.
If there
I'm trying to attack
is
my
a
opponent.
Blazing Saddle secret lair, the one card that should never be reprinted, I don't want to be misquoted. Invoke Prejudice.
Oh yeah.
back out.
Never be reprinted.
No, like one of them old spirituals where you were slaves. Swing low.
Canceled.
Yeah. Yep.
And then it started like,
All right. Thanks, guys. Sorry.
I mean, technically, we're like 15 minutes over.
yeah, at least we're
But
smiling
we're having
about it.
fun.
What if
That's the thing.
What if
Is that's
Hasbro's
what I was saying
watching and
before
they're
we
like,
were gonna do this.
Cancel.
"That's a great idea."
That's a great idea.
The
That's
long
gonna
con.
print us money.
We must,
That'll
we
how
must
we can
figure
get
out what the
older generation
nerds
back.
want.
No,
What's
the-
deep in the layer.
no, that's-
All right,
how
here's
we
something
get
we've talked about
generation.
multiple times now. That if Hasbro is watching, which of course they are,
They have too much
We've
time.
got 2 viewers. One of them is Hasbro.
Yeah, of course.
What we need is a Muppets secret lair or a Muppets Universes Beyond.
That would be hilarious.
Yes, because you just get to make all of the Muppets.
Yeah, you could do anything.
Any of the properties.
Anything.
I
That would
told
be
you. I sent you that picture of the Gonzo card that I made.
Yeah, Kermit the Gitrog monster.
Kermit the Get.
Bro, any of the pirates from the freaking that one Muppets pirate movie they
Yeah.
did? Yeah.
Muppet Treasure Island.
Is it Treasure Island?
what's
I can't
the-
remember what it's called.
What's the 2 guys in the? I know
Bert and Ernie.
No, the old guys.
the 2 guys in the balcony.
Sackhoff and
Was it? You can do
Yeah.
Bert and Ernie's the two brothers.
Waldorf,
Waldorf
That's cool.
and
Sackhoff, or something.
the
Like
other
that. But anyway,
Waldorf.
there's literally a card that is 2 people sitting in a balcony at a theater like that. I can't
Yeah.
think of the name of the card. Perfect, right?
I love those guys. It's hilarious. That was the worst thing I ever saw. It was terrible. I mean, some parts were pretty good. I like this part. It was great. We love it. More.
Average Magic player.
That's beside the point.
But no, a Muppets. I think Universes Beyond. Go whole Universes Beyond and just do Muppets.
Just
Oh,
do
yeah.
Muppets.
That would be fun.
That would be good. Listen up, wizards.
This was coming right at you. Phone free.
We're basically just making money printing schemes for you.
Just put out the Warhammer Universes Beyond again, and make it into
Make it a
money.
full set. Make it a full set.
Dude, if they make it a full set, they'll have to get GW permission, and good luck with that.
Yeah.
I mean, you had to get their permission anyway.
Yeah, they had to get it for the.
Yeah, but getting it twice?
That's true.
Especially, what's going to be difficult is now that people see how much they had to pay for Final Fantasy, and we're willing to do it.
Oh yeah.
Universes Beyond sets are going to start getting more expensive because other people are going to go, we want Final Fantasy money.
Well,
We
yeah,
want
because Lord of the
Final
Rings.
Fantasy
Lord of the Rings should have been more expensive.
should have been more, but they marked it up and they were like, "Oh, we're testing model," and then they did it big with Final Fantasy, and it's done now.
They added up a lot because I think they wanted to try and make money for pulling the One Ring, for Homeboy, Post Malone.
That's the thing, though. If you do make it more expensive, but you throw a big chase card like that in,
Yeah.
it will sell.
Oh,
100%.
absolutely.
Unfortunately.
There are a ton of nerds with no financial controls that will buy cards even though they shouldn't.
I'm like, I'll vent a little
One of
bit.
those.
It gets really annoying to me when people come in and they go, this is so expensive. I go, I know, I'm sorry. Like, I don't like it either.
I had to pick the
Take
price,
your
man.
crack.
I had
I
to
mean-
pay.
Here's your cardboard crack. Have fun.
But that's the thing is that we've always maintained in this store. We don't raise our prices to the market.
No, we will be MSRP or
We
lower.
will
every
MSRP
single
all the
Yeah.
time. So it's like, yeah, you could go to a third-party seller or a scalper or something like that, pay 3 times cost. You come
But
to the
even
store,
at MSRP, $420, $430
right?
for a
That's
collector booster
that's
box.
the issue.
Yeah.
That's
Like-
the issue.
And it's
with
not
this
just in
stuff.
cards too. Same thing with Warhammer product. Do you understand how fast the new kill team went out?
Oh, it sold out
They
literally within hours.
We talked about this
Within
earlier on the stream,
hours.
but GW showed that they had scam controls in place for a prior thing that just dropped for the Space Wolf.
Yep.
And they immediately removed it because they know Kill Team won't sell. But there's enough Tyranid players that will buy all of it
Yes.
for what they want.
Yes.
And the new models are good. And
They're
they
really
look
good.
awesome. Their abilities are good. They transfer
Right.
over great for 40K.
Yes.
But it's the FOMO.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's what it
absolutely.
is.
Yeah.
They are playing. Most of these companies nowadays are just playing off the FOMO.
Oh yeah.
I think right now the Typhon box originally went for $220. I'm spitballing. I'm guessing because it was a pair box. So you get the AdMech stuff and that,
Yeah.
and like some terrain bonus stuff. Because whatever, kill team's cool sometimes. But they don't put out the single boxes for the single kill teams until like 3 to 6 months later.
Right.
At the earliest.
Right now, if you look up that same box on eBay, it's upwards of at least $300
Well, so Canis Rex.
just for the pieces.
Well, Canis Rex, same thing.
Yeah.
When they dropped the points on Canis Rex, I looked on Amazon and eBay.
Dude, it's
just to
anarchy.
see. It's like $400 for a box for Canis Rex right now.
It is basic
like a
economics,
Quiztoris.
but
Yes.
it sucks.
Because the only way to make Canis Rex, because everybody wants him with that big 80
Well, it's
point.
either you have to get the Christmas box they put out years ago,
Yep.
Which good luck.
or you have to get the Night Questores,
Yep.
Yes.
which comes with that.
And it
set.
used to be just the Preceptor
And the
box.
Custoris box is not
And they
available
finally
for
combined.
GW.
Yeah, dude, you can't even buy it online.
Hey, anybody looking for them? I got one unboxed. Not unboxed yet.
We're already getting hate over me running Canis Rex. I don't think you're gonna sell it.
I only
Yeah.
paid like 180 for mine, so we're like, hey,
I paid technically $20 for mine because I bought the bits and modified the hell out of my current one.
Yep.
But at least it looks cool. Oh, Braden didn't see it yet.
He Skeevanized it.
I used Skaven parts for it.
Oh, it looks so cool.
I didn't get like the final picture to show him, but this is the one before I painted the Warlock.
This is the Power Rangers.
100%.
Absolutely.
Go, Canis Ranger!
No, see now you have to build 5 armigers and paint them red, pink, blue, green.
Is that Zoran?
Yellow.
And the white one.
Is that
Black,
what is
white.
it? Zoran?
Huh?
Zoran is the guy.
Zordon.
Zordon.
Oh, yeah.
Fake fan.
Fake. Yep.
Hate that they
Yep,
shut
they
the
made it.
whole website down when the 30K pre-orders
Hate that
were
they
getting
shut-
bottled out, but refused to do the same when.
That's
Kill
what it
Team-
was. It was the Saturnite pre-order stuff.
Oh, was it?
For
Oh, that's
30K and Horus Heresy, they actually put scammer controls on there, so you actually had to do like a
Well,
ton
no,
of
they use the same control for Spaces too.
yeah.
Because of the new model, the Wolf Priest.
Right.
Specifically because of the Wolf Priest.
But people have designed bots that
To
is,
do it.
to get alerts. That is because you can set up alerts with the GW website as soon as they get stuff in stock.
Right.
Cool, very useful. But people have set up bots where as soon as they get those alerts, they immediately buy
orders.
as much as they can physically get to resale.
Gosh, it's not like we've ever seen anything like that before.
Crazy.
It's crazy, dude. It took me what a year and a half to get a single Torah,
Close to that.
and
yeah.
one of them was I bought it secondhand.
Yeah.
And that's
the
the
other
tiny
ones-
pickup truck
And the
for
other ones
guard.
we just happened to find.
Yeah.
Really, all you just need to get the base and just get a matchbox.
Bro,
Dude,
he
it's
thought
actually,
about that. He
it's
thought
actually
about that.
really small. You could just about do it.
You know the meme of if I won the lottery, I wouldn't tell anyone, but
But there would be
yeah.
You know what mine would be? I'd be buying scalpers out, buying 100% of their product,
I was
and then
gonna say
putting it up on
firstly-
eBay for like $1 to drop the market back down. Like everything. Just if I won, because I don't even play the lottery, so if I won, I found a ticket anyway, right? That's
Yeah.
free money.
I figured a sign.
I am regulating the secondary market single-handedly.
That'd be wild.
Oh, he'd probably do a trip to like New Zealand.
I
and
would.
walk-
I would
I'd walk
100%
the
go to
path.
Hobbiton.
I
would 100%
own
go to
Hobbiton.
Oh no! So my real answer, because I have thought
I
about
would
this.
100% go to Hobbiton.
If I ever made $1 billion, right? I wouldn't be. I'm going to New Zealand regardless, whether I make $1 billion or not.
And it won't be nearly as much to do that.
No, but what I will do is I'm going to buy an absolute ass whack of property in the mountains of West Virginia, which are beautiful if you've never been through like
They are.
Blackwater
They are.
Falls.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've driven through.
And I will be building Lothlorien.
Ah,
That'd
A
be pretty
one
cool.
for one scale from the movie. I will build Lothlorien and make it a tourist destination that is like national park kind of like I will charge enough to keep it up, but it will not be
obnoxious.
It's not going to
yeah.
be a luxurious vacation, right?
Yeah.
Like, hey, you got $20 bucks.
Screw that.
Parking, you got
I'm
the
getting Helm's Deep.
Yeah,
I'm keeping people
actors.
out.
Oh, I don't even think paid. I
Yeah.
think like I
Freaking
opened it up to
doing
live there,
Kazakhstan.
but if you live there, you live in character, right? So like maybe you come
So no
Oh, you
doors,
could- you could
no
spend-
windows.
Yeah,
Like,
no.
well, and you could spend a little extra, maybe spend the night.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think I would make it a functioning society.
resort. Yeah, that'd
like,
be cool.
like a commune
See,
kind of thing.
I would want to do Kazakhstan.
Now it's getting
Kazakh
now it's
Doom?
getting
Kazakh
quick.
Doom.
Yeah, in the mines.
In the mines.
I mean, the children do yearn for the mine.
It's true.
I feel a lot of people say the Minecraft movie's good. Tyler. Oh, he's busy.
He's busy.
I don't know. I'm not a
Win.
big fan of these like, properties that they're taking. They're very much so aimed towards kids, and then they
Oh, yeah.
slap some like big famous person in front of it to sell.
Oh
tickets.
yeah.
I'm waiting for a Shaq movie.
A Shaq movie?
He already had it.
No, I'm
Kazam?
waiting
He
for
was-
another one.
What was it? Kazam?
Kazam?
Kazam, yeah.
Nah, man.
Where he was a genie.
Shazam. Different universe. And all that crap. It was Shazam. Everybody knew.
Everybody remembers it. Even
Everybody
Sinbad.
remembers
Oh,
it.
well.
No, he wasn't.
I love that he did. Have you seen that he did a commercial?
Yeah.
That we can't get started on that. I'll go deep in
Yeah.
Mandela effects. Mandela effects.
Well, especially
real
since
thing.
it's now 8:30.
Oh yeah.
It is.
I do have to get home here
Yeah,
soon,
same.
shortly.
You don't just live here?
No, unfortunately.
I know you. How are the tables coming?
Hot. I would take my shirt off and show you my tan lines. I've been outside in the like 96 degree.
I was gonna
heat
start
last
laughing. I was
three
like,
Gross.
tan lines. You're just in that room.
No.
Wait, where are the lights?
I've been building them in my house.
Oh,
Shaq
talking
food.
about?
Minecraft. It's over. We're past.
Shaq
Aw,
food
damn it.
movie coming to theaters near you.
Chicken jockey.
I did hear that he was potentially going to be playing in like a spoof movie. That he was going to be playing the Black Superman, but I don't know whatever happened to that.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that Nathan Fillion has played or is playing
Guy
Gardner is Guy Gardner.
Yeah.
You can't say
Shaq
that.
food
Tyler.
movie
And
coming to a
that
theater near you.
haircut is just so bad on him.
mean-
But it looks like the character.
Sometimes. Guy Gardner doesn't always look like that.
Yeah. No, I actually like his Red Lantern.
Yeah. Well, that's Red Lantern was post. So Guy Gardner was originally supposed to be an alternate universe Hal Jordan. If the Ring hadn't chosen Hal,
If he
it was
hadn't
to
gotten the
choose
bolt
Guy Gardner. But then Guy Gardner shows up to Hal Jordan, and Hal's like, "Hey, you were supposed to be Green Lantern. I kind of want to break, take a turn." He winds up going crazy, getting put in a coma. When he comes out of the coma, he's not really himself anymore. That's Bulkhead Guy Gardner, which is who Nathan Fillion is.
Yeah, basically.
Man, I just want Firefly season 2.
It's coming.
Good luck.
Right around the corner.
Yeah. They've been saying
Yeah,
that.
right after.
Just keep holding your breath.
Alan Tudyk will be in Jacksonville next year for a collective con.
That's true. That actually would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
You should get him to sign
I
one of
won't be
the
here.
droid
Thought
cards.
that's who that was.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
I saw them in Walmart the other day,
Oh nice.
and I was like, hey, and they just,
I got nothing. I don't
my,
care.
what an impression I made.
Star
Well,
Wars-
folks,
Star Wars players, am I
unfortunately,
right?
I do have to leave. So does Braden. This has been a lot of fun, honestly.
Yeah.
New format
Um,
just dropped.
New format just dropped. I am not doing another 3-hour stream,
So when are we streaming Warhammer?
but
I want to say we should stream like 1,000-point game or combat controller.
bro,
15.
anytime you let us know, I will try and get here to set it up.
I have almost all of July off on leave.
Yeah.
So
And I just don't care.
Well, and that's the thing is that, like I was saying earlier, is like once we kind of get the whole like table situation done and whatnot. I know I've been talking with Tyler about it. We want to try and set up some like streaming for games and things like that. At the very least, to do like highlights and things like that of the games. So that's definitely something that we're working on.
yeah.
Here, I'll get out of the way so Turquoise Tyler can sign.
Stop calling me that! Yes!
All right, I'll
Sit
sit
down
down.
I got the boss man doing it. It's amazing.
I'll pop down for the outro.
So we were talking about the streaming 40K.
Yes,
Yeah,
we'd
so
love to do it.
we're gonna work on it. We are definitely gonna work on doing that because we want to start streaming some of like the big events and
Well,
things
we,
like that we're
we
doing.
could do
as
that.
well.
We could also get what's her nuts that paints all this. We could plug her and use some of her models too.
Yeah.
Oh,
Get her to paint some of the
uh,
terrain.
Kayla.
Kayla.
Kayla, yeah.
Oh yeah. So real quick, anybody
Yeah,
who's
listener.
actually listening and caring, trilogies this Saturday. So the new format for Star Wars Unlimited, you
How long have we
build
been doing that?
3 different
That
decks.
whole-
They cannot have the same leader.
Yeah, I know. It's like funny.
And you are limited to 3 copies of each card amongst all 3
See you
of your
Friday.
decks. So if you play a resupply, if you play 3 resupplies in your first deck, you can't run them in the other 2.
So it's commander.
No,
But-
it's still
but-
the normal format, but it's
what-
instead of building 1 deck, you're building 3 and
you can't share
and are
cards.
limited. Yeah, you
To
can't
3
share
across
cards.
all
You're
decks.
limited to
That's
3
actually
copies
cool.
of each
I
card
like that,
across all
okay.
3 decks.
It means you kind of have to spread out good cards.
Yeah.
So I'm
Or just
planning
same thing
on
for
I'm
leaders,
planning on
too?
bringing So you cannot repeat leaders.
That's awesome.
It is the
Bye,
same.
Braden.
Very nice.
So I'm
Finish
doing
those
I'm
tables.
doing Han, and Han.
Different Hans.
So there's set 1 Han, and then there's set 4 Han, and then there's set 2 Han. So I'm gonna run Han, and Han.
He's super excited.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun.
He
because-
raised that volume. I know.
because it's not gonna be like any kind of like meta deck or anything. It's literally just gonna be because it's Han
'Cause it
Solo
can.
and I can.
Yeah, for your night list, pick up allies.
They're good.
I've got to look at them now.
Yeah,
I gotta look at
absolutely.
him now.
2 immolators.
Anyway,
and it's
uh,
immolator dudes.
That's it for the stream.
Oh, crap, it's over there. Keep looking at the
I
computer.
appreciate you guys
Whatever.
coming out and watching. Everybody who's been on watching for us. We're definitely gonna get this up to YouTube. Thanks for joining us.
We
for
have a
our-
YouTube channel.
Oh, I'm gonna be on YouTube.
Yeah, it's like
Bro, let's go.
oh yeah.
I'm gonna make you a star, kid.
So much of a star with all of our 10 viewers.
This guy literally calling me out.
Reasonably.
Reasonably.
But thank you for joining us for our 20th episode. We figured it was a nice little mile marker. Hopefully we'll have another 20 coming down the line. So
Yeah, thanks
I'll
for finally
see-
inviting me.
You know, I've had an open chair at my table this entire time, and it's your fault for not showing up. All right. So anyway, I'm Nick the Red. This here is Tyler P, as we lovingly, affectionately call Turquoise Tyler. Bunny is not here anymore.
She walked out.
Her name is
She
Bunny.
Yeah. Her call name is Space Bunny, so I just call her Bunny.
Wow, that's amazing.
So Bunny is finally back, and we should have her next week. But like Braden said, I think what we're gonna do is we are going to.
Let him talk.
Let's get him out of here.
I'm trying to get this outro done so that we can get out of here. Definitely think we're gonna have an open chair from now on. Anybody who's in the store that wants to sit down and chat with us, by all means, come by, sit down, chat with us, chat with me, chat with him.
When's the streams again?
Mondays. Mondays at 5 is when we usually try to stream. This week was kind of a special thing because we wanted to get more people in, try and coordinate it a little bit better. So,
I feel like half did that.
huh?
I feel like half did that.
No, I mean, we had a decent number of guests on and we talked about a lot of stuff. So, yeah.
I
it was
have no
great.
idea how long we've been sitting here.
I mean, you guys have been
Most of
sitting
it.
here since about 6:15.
I'm
So
about
you've
to
been
say
here for about
6, yeah, 2.5
hours.
hours.
Dude, I'm hungry.
All right, so that's it for me. I'm Nick the Red. Thank you for joining us.
I'm
It's
Tyler.
Beneath the
Bye.
Surface.
Later.
See you guys later.
Bye. Bye.